What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of BKNY Hoops. If you are new to the channel, I am your host, as always, Rasheed White. All right, let's get into it. Got down under Dunker in there. What's good? Yeah, I know Cam Johnson actually had a killer game today. I mean, I think he should make an all-star team if he actually really kind of keeps this up, man. I'm proud of him, man. All right, let's get into it. Jamal, what's good? What's good? What's good, man? All right, so I don't like to be the one to brag or anything like that and say, "Hey, I told you so." But hey, I told you so, man. And it says over here that Sean Marks doesn't have any type of interest in a Ben Simmons buyout, and this story comes from SI.com, and it also talks about the possibility of him actually being extended over here, man. So we'll see what the Nets what the Nets can actually come to. They can come to some type of agreement. Hold on, let me get the story up right here, man. All right, let me see if this is up. All right, here we go. All right, so SI.com over here, it says Nets have zero interest in a buyout of Ben Simmons, and I think the feeling is mutual on both sides. It says, despite his $40.3 million contract expired at the 24-25 season, and the Brooklyn Nets will reportedly not consider reaching a buyout agreement with two-time All-Star Ben Simmons. The confirmation comes amid countless trade rumors regarding the franchise veteran assets, specifically surrounding Cam Johnson and Dorian Finney-Smith. And it says, since Brooklyn's dealing of Dennis Schroeder, Simmons' play has picked up immensely, sparking interest from rival organizations. The 28-year-old has averaged 10.3 points, 8.5 assists, 4.3 rebounds, 1.3 steals since the Nets sent Schroeder to the Golden State Warriors on December 15th. His best number since landing in Brooklyn. As a trade deadline inches closer, the Nets and Simmons hold zero interest in pursuing a buyout agreement. Multiple league sources hold clutch points. Siegel wrote, the same mindset Brooklyn currently holds also applies in the scenario of Simmons remaining on their roster past February 6th, which continues to look like a strong possibility. And it talks about over here, the two sides can either negotiate an extension that would likely fall well short of the 5-year, $177 million contract he signed back in 2020, or they can opt to go their separate ways and end Simmons' 4-year tenure. Now, I don't think he should get $177 million. I don't really think, unless there's some way that he was back to being Philadelphia All-Star Ben Simmons, but you would need like another 2, maybe 3 years of that, of consistent play. And then by that time, he'll be like into his 30s. And I don't think you would give him like a big contract over there, man. So it says he'll continue to look to build. He will. Sorry, guys. He'll look to continue building on their resurgence on Thursday and the matchup with the Milwaukee Bucks. So he actually really did a good job. And I try to tell you guys over here, man, that players like Ben Simmons, despite how you actually feel about him, they don't actually grow on trees, man. I've been trying to tell you this, and I've been watching the NBA for over 30-something years, right? And like all-star players, unless they're like a problem and they really want to kind of leave the their specific organization, they're not going to just trade them like that and just get rid of them because of an injury, especially like a generational type player. And Wemby has some type of injury like Victor Wembanyama, Spurs are not going to say, well, you got an injury, or he has 2 injuries. We got to get rid of you and we're going to trade you. It doesn't work like that, man. There's not a lot of Victor Wembanyama's out there. If it was, then you would say, hey, get rid of him. Same thing goes with like LeBron James. There's the reason why he's worth $1 billion. There's not a lot of people out there that can actually do what LeBron James do. I'm just giving you guys some examples. Kevin Durant, Nets signed him while he was actually injured. I mean, you didn't know he was going to actually. You didn't know he was going to come back to form or not. Nobody. It was an Achilles injury. I mean, who knows? Who knew if he was going to have his explosiveness back? Right? We didn't know. But you know what he can actually do when he's actually really healthy, man. Same thing goes with Joel Embiid. He got It's not about me loving him, LBL. I'm just telling you, right? You may hate him. I didn't want the Brooklyn Nets to re-sign Claxton, right? I mean, but Sean Marks did it. Because he does have some sort of value in terms of actually being able to stay onto some guards. I mean, he can't really shut them down, but he can actually force them into like second, third options, make them go into their bag a little bit. But I didn't really want Claxton to be really re-signed. He ain't going to listen to us. He's not going to listen to me. He's not going to listen to you. I'm just telling you, if generational type players, you're not going to just get rid of them like that. There's no Ben Simmons in the next draft, like in the next 4, 5, 6 drafts. I mean, I'm just trying to really tell you that. And now, Clutch Points over here, right? This is from Eric Slater. He's saying that that they can still trade him. The Nets is actually open for trades on Ben Simmons, but right now, even though there is interest, I think right now Ben Simmons is really more like D'Angelo Russell right now. I mean, even though D'Angelo Russell is really like on expiring, he's on expiring. Nobody really wants him, But if Ben really does kind of like pick up his play, still play like play like the way he has been playing, teams are going to really want him. But again, there's nobody in the draft that can really kind of do what I mean, there's Dylan Harper, but we don't know what he's actually going to be, right? It says, let me see, what team would trade for him on an expiring deal when he's been wanting to go to the Lakers since he was drafted? I don't know him and LeBron James, I don't know, man. That's really not a good fit right there. I don't know, And that's what I was thinking too, man. But he sold it. I mean, he had a house in Los Angeles. Now he sold it though. So it may, it seems like he may be actually, staying with the Brooklyn Nets for like another year or two. So we'll actually see. So now, where was it? Over here. Now Eric Slater. Now he's one of these guys, like a lot of these beat reporters over here, man, who really don't know nothing about the game of basketball, right? And they're young, right? I think he's like about 23 or 24 years old. So I'm just telling you guys, in the history I've been watching this league, you're not going to just, get rid of a generational type player like Ben, like Joel Embiid, right? Like Victor Wembanyama. Hell, even Michael Porter Jr., he's not a generational player, but he's like a 6'11", like shooting guard, right? Who can actually shoot over like, a lot of different players. And you're not going to really kind of get rid of him. Let me get the link in for you guys, man. I want to get your comments on this. We'll go over tonight's game. And, LBL, get on up in here, man. That's right. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Let me see. Let's see. Who's going to come in? So let's get into today's game, man. Nick Claxton, yeah, man. Listen, I know he's not playing like he's generational, Jonathan, right? But he's just been injured, right? Just because you have an injury doesn't mean you're trash. You still have skills, right? It just means you are injured. Yo, Jonathan, what's going on, man?
Merry Christmas, BK. Hope you and your family had a fun holiday celebration yesterday. It was a fun with my family for sure.
It was a relaxing day yesterday, man. No YouTube, no nothing, no work, no YouTube, nothing. Just sat down and watched games all day, basketball games all day. So what do you think about this article? A lot of good food too. I hate to say, didn't I tell you something? What do you think, man?
It's exciting. We're almost a few days away from a new year. You know what that's going to be in that new year? Ben Simmons will be gone in that new year. So I'm excited about that. Listen, you don't want to buy him out? Send him home. Let him collect his money. We collect the free cap space. At the end of the day, if that's the solution, that it has to come to, fine, because we'll just call up somebody else to take his minutes
Not
if
going to
there's no
send him
interest in
home,
buying him
man.
out.
That's not going to work.
Then why play? Listen, Hoops, if he's not traded at the deadline, which he's probably not going to be traded, it's either you buy him out or you send him home. And clearly Ben Simmons wants his money. So in that case, what else can you do
Why?
but send him
Why do
home?
you want to send him home for?
Because we don't need him on this team right now.
You don't?
We can let the young guys build up their credentials, let them be part of this new movement with Jordan. At the end of the day,
What young guys? What young guys are you talking about?
anybody that from the G League that wants to play, Dariq Whitehead, Amari Bailey, Killian Hayes, call one or two of them up if you have to.
Nope.
Reese Beekman, let that kid play. He's on a two-way now with this team.
Garbage.
Tyrese Martin, convert him to a contract. I mean, BK, at the end of the day, the goal is to get a top 3 pick. And Ben Simmons, I'll be honest with you, he's actually kind of helping us win games with his recent plus 18, plus 20 forms. He's giving you nothing on offense, but he's giving you 9 assists, 8 rebounds, and some defense. I mean, that's a problem to us getting a top pick. So maybe Ben Simmons has to go some way or another next year.
Well, listen, like I said, you can lose all the games you want. It doesn't guarantee you a top pick. So what about if you
being in the bottom
tear
5
everything down?
gives you a chance.
You don't get a
BK.
top pick, right? And it's going to take you 10 years to rebuild.
10 years? It's not going to take you 10 years, BK.
Yeah,
That's if you never draft anybody in your life that has some type of talent. Like, that's not going to happen to Brooklyn if we bought him out this year. Our best goal is getting in the top 5.
What about if we don't?
If you don't, you still got 6 through 8, but you're probably still going to tank for 2026, right? We're not going to just throw that away.
That's not guaranteed either. Well, actually, that's more guaranteed. I could say if the Nets are bad, like really, really bad. I mean, they can get into that top 5 right there. You know, I think that's better. You know, I think hopefully more teams will be better. Right now, there's a lot of competition right now for that 1 through 5 right now, man.
I'll tell you, but you know what, though? It starts with getting the vets off this team, and I think the Kings will make a move. They just lost to the Pistons. They had a 1-point lead. I think they just fouled some guy who just made 3 free throws. So the Kings, man, are starting to crater right now. I think
the Lakers, man. So
like
I said the last stream a couple of nights ago, the Pistons are starting to get it together, but look how long it took them.
That's because they had a bad organization management, BK. Remember, they didn't have any good vets around the young guys.
Players, man. It's not that easy to get players like that. There's 20-something other teams out there.
You also got to be able to sell your organization on the type of talent you want to build around. And obviously they hit on the Cade one. The other ones are more supporting players. So you didn't hit on a secondary star, which I think the Pistons were hoping when Wemby was available, but they got the 5th pick instead. And then they got the 6th last year. So clearly they had to take some steps this year, and they're starting to take little steps. They're better than they were the last few years. So I guess that's something for them than nothing.
Let me let Harlem go, man. Harlem, be nice, man. All right? Be nice. You know, no drama or anything like that, man. Just let's keep it basketball. Let's keep it basketball.
What's good?
What's good, man?
We know you got to protect your son, man. We get it, bro.
Nah, man, I gotta protect the channel, man. You know. Jonathan just dropped off, man. He don't want to even talk to you.
Cool.
Damn. Jonathan just dropped off.
He don't to him either, so
yeah, gotta listen, man. Kiss, hug, make up, do something, man. You know what I'm saying? And just listen, swallow your damn ego.
Hey, yo, BK, let me say this, right? I don't even know why you even telling me this, bro. Like, I'm not even worried about that kid. I came on and just do my thing. So you the one that bring this shit up for no reason. I still think the Nets is a playing team. I don't think Cam Johnson is getting traded. I think he's the piece that they're gonna keep. I think because I just feel like he's a valuable piece. And I feel like they actually want him to be a part of the core going forward. I feel like Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson, Noah Clowney, Jalen Wilson, and Claxton. I feel like those are gonna all be like pieces that they're gonna keep, and then they're gonna try to get a star to go along with that. Everybody else, I think, could kind of be out the door. But yeah, man, listen, I still feel like the Nets is going to the play-in. I stand on that. I haven't wavered in that. You know what I mean? Yeah, they didn't have Giannis and they didn't have Dame, but Middleton and Brook was still going crazy. Milwaukee still could have won. So I haven't wavered, bro. I still think the Nets will make it to the playoffs and playing possibly playoffs. And I would like to see them even make it to the playoffs only because I would like to see them get that experience. So going forward, it could trickle into next year. You feel what I'm trying to say? Like, why wait until next year? Like, let Cam Thomas and Clowney and them dudes get their
All right,
feet
but you
wet
don't want
this
to listen.
year.
You don't want to make the
And then,
playoffs. Hold on, you don't want to make the playoffs and really get into like the 13th, 14th pick or anything like that, man. I mean, you don't
why
really want
not?
to do that.
Why not?
Why? Because this team is
Why
not really
not?
that good, man.
The I guarantee you the top 10, the top 20, you'll probably get more of a generational player in that than you will in
What?
the top 10.
No, you
People
won't.
put too much emphasis, yeah, bro. Like people put too much emphasis. Like, all right, so let's keep it a buck, right? So have you been watching college at all?
Some of it, yeah.
All right, let me ask you a question. We gonna go through some of the players, right? So I'm gonna ask you the same question on each player. So far, has Cooper Flag looked like he's gonna be a generational talent to you?
I never said he was going to be.
I
No,
know it's
not yet.
early. No. I know. I'm just saying. Off of what you've seen so far, does he look like that
No,
to you?
when I
It's just a
seen in
yes or
high
no.
school, I knew he wasn't going to be a
Okay.
generational type player. Yeah.
All right. So that's one player off the board, right? From what you've seen, does Ace Bailey look like he's gonna be a generation? Now we're talking
It,
about
it,
generational,
it's
like they're gonna come to the NBA
it's possible.
and they're going.
It's possible.
Okay.
I mean, not right away. I think if he puts on
All
some
right.
muscle.
So all right. So boom. Say Ace Bailey. This is a hypothetical, right? Say Ace Bailey gets drafted to Charlotte, right? And
Yeah.
say he go to Charlotte and he team up with LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller. How many more games do they win?
I don't know, man.
It's just a
It's
hypothetical.
maybe 5 or something like that.
A plus
5,
5.
maybe
Okay.
6 games. Yeah.
You do know LaMelo Ball has never made it to the playoffs, right? You know that, right? He's been
No,
with Charlotte like
yeah.
5 to
He's
7 years.
always hurt. He's
He
always injured.
never made it to the playoffs, right? No. A few times he hasn't. They just never made it, right? So now you said if Ace go to Charlotte, they'll win 5 more games, right? Now, does he take them to the playoffs in that first year?
I don't know, man. I mean, there's a
All
lot
right.
of
So
variables there, man. That has to.
no. So this is what I'm trying to say to you, right? When you say generational, BK, generational does that. It's not like he's just coming to a team that has nobody. You got a point guard, you got Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying, bro. When people say generational, you're supposed to be able to come in and change a franchise right away. Even if you don't make the playoffs, you're supposed to be competitive.
I
I
mean,
don't see
yeah,
Ace Bailey
that's a
coming to
part
no
of it.
team.
But like I was saying with Wemby, there's no other 7'5" guys that you could foresee in the future that can
No,
actually
cool, but that's
do
what I'm
what he do.
saying.
You know what I'm saying?
None of them look like Wemby though. But none of them look like Wemby. None of them guys in the top 10 looks like Wemby, look like Shet, look like Ja Morant, look
So
like
all right,
SGA.
get
None
all
of them
right,
guys, bro.
get
None of
into
them.
Ben Simmons, right? Get into Ben Simmons. You have Magic Johnson, right? Magic Johnson was like a 6'9",
Uh-huh.
6'10" guy, right? That can actually handle the basketball.
Uh-huh.
Next guy was
Yeah.
like that came out was LeBron James. This is like 20 something years later. And the same thing with Ben Simmons, that it was another guy that was like 16 years later. So that's what I mean. I mean, we can always find another Tyus Jones, right, in the draft. We could find a lot of Halliburtons in the draft. You can't find a LeBron in the draft like that. You can't find a Magic Johnson. You can't find a Ben Simmons. You can't find a Wemby.
That's the point that I'm making. So that's the point I'm making. Why I keep saying these guys are generational talents.
I just explained it to you.
Point.
I just broke it down to you.
No, hold on. None of them guys in the top 10 within 3 or 5 years are gonna be anywhere near as good as the players I just named. None of them, bro. Do you see Dylan Harper ever being a John Morant? I don't. Do you see Dylan Harper being an SGA? I don't. So when we say
No,
generational talent, where,
no,
bro?
I'm just saying, like even like someone like Ja Morant in terms of his like explosiveness, his speed.
None
Maybe
of
you
them
could
dudes
find
is
another.
gonna be Ja Morant. None of them
All
dudes
right,
is
hold on.
gonna
Let me
be
let
Ja
let me let
Morant.
me let
That's
the
the
other
point,
guys talk.
bro.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me let down on the Dunker go, and then LBL's up in here too, man. So down on the Dunker, what do you
Yo,
think about
down
Ben
under, what's
Simmons?
good, bro?
Yo, what's up? What was that question there?
Yeah,
BK?
what do you think about Ben Simmons? What Sean Marks is actually saying, they had no interest in buying out Ben Simmons at all.
Yeah, no point. Keep him as is. It's helping the young blokes score some shots, but I'll tell you what, that game. I don't know how many times I yelled at the screen at Keon Johnson. I was yelling non-stop.
He actually
every time
played well,
Johnson-
though, man. He actually
He
really
come
played
good
well,
at the
Keon.
end. He come good at the end. He come good at the end. That's
Yeah,
probably why I went
I
yelling.
was
The
But
surprised.
star
I
of the
mean, he
show
was
was
playing.
Shake Milton,
geez, I
man.
was yelling at the screen though.
Shake
I had money on the
Milton.
net.
It was
Shake
listen.
Milton was the
The
star of the
the
show.
game ball
Yeah,
goes to
Milton
all
carried
the
it.
players. I mean, it goes to Claxton played. I thought he played decent.
They all played pretty
no,
good in the end. So
yeah,
they
Noah
won.
Clowney actually played well. I know people don't want to hear about me bragging about a Nets win because like we're supposed to be, tanking, but
Hey, my
it is
bank
what it
account's
is.
happy they won. My
All
bank
right, hold on.
account's happy they won.
Let me go to LBL. I'll get back to you down on the Dunker.
Yeah.
So, when you say I got a love affair with Ben Simmons, man, LBL?
Oh, no doubt you do. So, I mean, it is what it is. But hey, I mean, if you like them, you like them. What can we say?
It's not about if I like him. It's just that players like him just don't come around like that in the draft. You know what I'm saying? Like
Boy,
you just can't.
can we like can we talk about like generational means like about every 20 years or so, right? Because we're
Yeah.
talking about a new generation and a new generation. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with Harlem's point that, do any of these players look generational right now because, if they just turned 18, it may take them a while. Everybody doesn't come into the NBA like LeBron and do what LeBron did. I mean, hardly anyone has ever done that, right? At 18, come in and just been, a top 10 player or something like right from the go. So sometimes guys grow. And people got a short memory because if you've been watching basketball, like you said, for 30 years or something, you know that Kobe didn't come in. Kobe didn't come in and just start being generational, right?
Yeah.
He came off the bench, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had Van
Eddie Jones in
Exel
front of him.
and Eddie Jones in front of
Yeah.
him, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's Jermaine O'Neal, another guy, right? Came in at 17. He didn't play right away, but he turned into an all-star, right? So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's like you got to give the guys. I think we can't fall into that habit of just rushing everyone and saying, well, he's got to show it right now in his first 20 games in college.
No. I'm talking about no. See, no, I concur with that. I'm just talking about in terms of a player. Like you have Magic Johnson. He was drafted in like 1979, right? And then like 25 years later, you get a LeBron James that can like replicate what Magic do. And then what was LeBron James in 2003? Ben Simmons was in 2019, right? Or 2018, I think.
But even in between,
That's what I'm saying.
Even in between that, you had great players. Because look, you didn't even mention Michael Jordan, right? So I'm saying you had great players who came,
Yeah.
and they were amongst the best of their generation. Like a Jason Kidd, right? But all of them, everybody remember they used to call him Ace Kid because he couldn't shoot, right?
Yeah.
But he had no J, right? That's what it meant. But yeah, it's like so a lot of guys, it just takes some time sometimes. So it's like we have to be patient. I don't think that you're not drafting a Cooper Flag or Ace Bailey to say, well, how are they gonna do in their first or second seasons in terms of us and our team success? How is it gonna make us, contenders in the first two seasons? I mean, sometimes it doesn't happen. It takes a while. I mean, especially in a man's league, right?
Well, no, I know I get what you're saying about the production, right? But I'm saying like a Wimbayana, man. I mean, do you foresee any 7'5" guys with his skill set in the near future? We've never seen anything like this, right?
Who knows?
Well, we kind of did see something like that because Ralph Sampson was like that.
Oh, come on, dude. Really?
Yeah, Ralph Sampson, three-time college player of the year, right? Rookie of the year in the NBA, right?
No, I'm talking about
He and
the
Elijah
skills. Be able to
in
shoot the three ball,
Oh
right? Put the ball on the floor.
because they didn't.
Yeah.
No, we didn't see any of that because the three wasn't stressed back then, so guys didn't take it. That was considered a bad shot for 90% of the
Big,
players,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, so we can't say that. But I thought you were talking about like athletic ability and for a 7'4" guy. We we've seen that before.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying in a long time is what I'm saying, though. We haven't seen like a, yeah.
The day,
I mean, if there was like, this is why Victor Wembanyama was so hype and Ben was so hype because you just never ever seen, like, you haven't seen anything like this. Now, there's a bunch of, there'll be Halliburton's that comes out. There'll be there'll be other players like Tyrese Maxey. There'll be Tyus Jones. You'll see a lot of those guys, man. Like, undersized guys, 6'2", 6'3", and I'm just saying, all my years of and this is the only sport I really watch, man. I don't watch football, I don't watch baseball, boxing, or anything like that. Just basketball for the last 30-something years, man. I don't care about any other sport, man, but just hoops. So I've been like watching it, observing it, analyzing it. I'm just saying, guys like Ben, Kawhi Leonard's another one. Who they actually traded, they gave away Paul George, and who was actually more reliable than Kawhi. But we know when Kawhi is healthy, we know what he can actually really, really do, though. That's what Steve Ballmer was actually saying. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. You're not gonna just get rid of Ben like that. I could be wrong, right? I'm just saying, from my 30-something years of watching the NBA, you're not going to just get rid of a player like Ben Simmons just like that over an injury.
I think that they are going to move on from him after this year. Whether they buy him out or something is, it doesn't even really matter because, I mean, if they're truly thinking about tanking, but who can tell sometimes with them. But
because like I said, the draft is not guaranteed. Now you have to have a backup plan.
Of course, there's no guarantee.
Yeah, you have to have a backup plan.
But just like the Knicks found out with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, right? There was no guarantee that they were going to be able to sign the premier free agents either, right? Because they swore they were coming to New York, just not that part of New York, right?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. There's no guarantee anywhere for players. Even like, because to me, if I was LeBron, I mean, I know he went down to Miami. He took his talents down to Miami. But to me, I would have had more respect for him. And I'm not a Knicks fan, but I would have had more respect for him if he would have signed like right after Amari did. And he would have said, you know what? I'm 25 years old. I'm at my peak. I'm going to play in the biggest place in the world, at the Mecca, right? But he didn't do that. He instead said,
yeah, but I mean the ownership. I mean, the Knicks ownership was garbage, man. You always, James Dolan was just really kind of like. I mean, if you had this version of James Dolan, who's just like not meddling in any, just staying out the way and letting the experts actually do their job, then yes. But at that time, nah, it was a mess at the Knicks, man. With the Knicks back then, man. So you had to go somewhere. He already had incompetent management with Cleveland. And an incompetent owner right there, man, in Cleveland. So why would he go to another incompetent owner? So that didn't make any sense right there, man.
Well, to me, it would have made sense. It would have been like, it would have been like Juan Soto coming to New York. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you like when you're at, because this means something different when you have to be a certain type of person to be able to play under those New York City lights, and be
hold on, and it's about tearing the whole team down so you can get a top 3 pick or a top 5 pick. That's one player. All right. One player is
LBL,
not.
I
This is
disagree
these
with
are
you,
for all the people,
LBL.
all the draft nerds out there. Yo, we gotta get into the top 3. Yo, that's not going to change.
Man,
If
keep
you
the team
don't
as
like,
is.
you gotta hit on everything, man. Because look at
Yo,
Washington right now.
LBL, I disagree with you, LBL. I got some smoke for you, bro. Because
Yo,
like
you
a
gonna cut
while
me off
back,
when I'm trying to talk, bro? Damn.
yeah, because you be talking some bullshit. You like John, but it's all good. Yo, LBL, man, I got some smoke for you, bro. Because you was talking kind of crazy back on Gary's show. I forgot what you was saying, but you was like people that want the Nets to win, right? Here's my question for you. Like, why are y'all so pressed to see the Nets lose, bro? Like, I mean, I understand you have an angle, right? But let's just say hypothetically the Nets don't get in the top 3, right? Let's just say. Then what? It's a
That's
real
a great question right there, man. Harlem actually has a great question for once.
You draft
Yo, stop.
you draft who's the next available best player. That's what.
I'm just asking
That's
because
all you can do.
So what about what about the next best player as a role player?
Well, I don't think that that'll be the case in this draft.
you can't say that. You see,
Like
but
say,
you
you're saying
can't
like if,
listen, right?
you're saying like if we
So I'm
get
gonna
a top
ask you the
5,
same question I asked BK. You watch college basketball, LBL?
yeah, as much as I
Jonathan says you don't even watch college basketball. He's Harlem. He says BKNY hoops. You're
So let me
asking
ask you
someone
a
who
question,
doesn't watch college basketball. Talk.
right?
I
So
heard
listen.
your question about
So let me ask you a question. All right,
Baylor.
cool, right? So none of them dudes, right? So all right, you know what's crazy, right? Only one person came up here and advocated for Cooper Flag, right? One person, right? When's the last time you heard anybody on this panel say anything about Cooper Flag? When's the last time you heard anybody really say anything about Cooper Flag? Nobody's even talking about him anymore, right? So we already know he's dog water. So he's not even to be mentioned. He's not a generational anything, bro, right? So then we move on to Ace Bailey. Has he looked generational? No, he has not, right? Dylan Harper looks better than Ace Bailey and Cooper Flag, right? Right now at this moment, he looks better than both. But does he look like he's generational?
What's good?
He doesn't look
But you're
generational.
talking about the season, right? Like if you want to say Dylan, and I'm saying I've tweeted it a few times that Dylan Harper has impressed me more than Ace Bailey so far. But
absolutely,
when you put on your scouting hat, you're not talking about which one is going to be rookie of the year. You're talking about who do you think is going to have the better career, and that's what they're looking at. That's why Kevin Durant.
No, but when you say generational, hold on. But when you say generational, right? Generational means who's gonna come in and change the trajectory of a basketball team. That's what that means, right? We don't care about the better career.
No, not right away.
Dylan Harper is not coming to the bro. All right, so I'm gonna name 5
I
players.
just gave you an example with Kobe, right? Is Kobe generational?
Yes, but Kobe.
But he didn't do it.
But the difference with Kobe is
he didn't do it.
No, he didn't, right? And neither did Tracy. Hold on, and neither did Tracy McGrady. Exactly. But here's what I'm trying to say: you see Dylan Harper being a Kobe Bryant, though. Come on, bro. We gotta be realistic. You think Dylan Harper is gonna turn into Tracy McGrady and Kobe? He's not, bro. We gotta keep it real. Stop it.
Athlete.
He's not.
He's not that type.
All right then. So he a point guard. So. No, right. So I'm about to name 5 point guards. I'm about to name point guards, and I want you to tell me which one of them you think within the next 5 years he's gonna be either just as good or better than, right? So I'm gonna name point guards: Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Ja Morant, right? Who else is a good point guard? BK.
There's a lot of them out there, man. You got Jamal Murray.
No. But just name 2 more that's like generational right now. So I named SGA, I named Luka, and I named Ja Morant. Do you see him being better than any of them 3 in 5 years? LBL?
I would say he might do what he might be able to do. What you could even put Darren Fox. You could put SGA. I think he might be able to do what they do.
he might, right? So you're going off of might. So this
No,
is
I
what I'm
am
trying to
going
say,
off
right?
mine.
So
How
like
can I
this
go
is
off anything else if he's only played 15
no, right. But this is what I debated Breezy on his show, right? You're talking about in 5 years, Dylan Harper could be really, really good, right? But in 5 years from now, Luka, SGA, Ja Morant, they're gonna be way better. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's
Maybe, maybe
the
not.
thing. So when you say generational, what you mean? Maybe, bro. None of them three guys
Sometimes
is gonna
guys,
decline in 5 years, bro.
sometimes,
Stop it.
sometimes guys don't get that much better. I'm
Come
sure.
on,
I'm
bro. Stop
sure.
it, man.
We don't know why. It could be injury. It could be anything else. I'm sure BKNY thought Ben Simmons was going to
Cool.
get better after his first 5 years, right? But unfortunately,
Well, he got injured though. He got injured.
but that's part of the
Here's
career,
the thing,
right?
bro. Right? Ben Simmons did it to himself because he never attempted to shoot. If Ben Simmons would have shot, he would have been way better, bro. That's all people wanted him to do was shoot the ball. He ruined his own career by just being an idiot and not shooting the ball. So, like, nobody did anything to Ben Simmons. He did it to himself.
How did he ruin his career when he got? Hold on. How did he ruin his career when he just got injured?
No.
No,
By
he
not,
said-
bro. Before he got injured, he was
made
shooting.
3 All-Star
Hold on,
teams.
bro. Hold on, bro. Because this is where you fuck up at. Before he got injured, right? Because that's your only card, and it's a bullshit card. Before he got injured, he never shot the ball. So even if Ben Simmons never got hurt, he would have still been a fucking bum because he don't shoot the fucking ball, bro. So stop it with the injury shit.
That made 3 All-Star teams. How's that a bum?
Yes, a bum that make 3 All-Star fucking teams. He's a bum, bro. I don't even like talking about Ben Simmons. I swear to God, I don't.
That's a bum?
I don't even like bro. I don't even want to talk about Ben Simmons. Bro.
No, because
I don't even want to talk about Ben Simmons.
No.
I don't want to talk about Ben Simmons, bro. You talk to LBL.
Yo, this is the topic of the show, nigga. Like, how you always come over here trying to change? Yo, bro.
I don't want to talk about Ben Simmons. He's a scrub, bro. Ben Simmons is a bum, bro.
I know another point guard
You're a bum, bro.
I know another point guard that came in and, after his first 5 years, right? Derrick Rose, he got hurt, right? He was never.
No, I mean Harlem actually lived under high voltage power lines when he was a kid. Chill out, roller coaster. So just don't mind him. And on top of that, he actually ate that paint chips when he was a kid.
Ben Simmons. Bro, you're the only one that like Ben Simmons, bro. The only one. You're the only one up here that ate paint chips, bro. Listen to what, bro? He's a bum. What is there to listen to?
How's he a bum?
Nobody likes Ben Simmons. Everybody hates Ben Simmons but you, bro. I just told you. Everybody hates Ben Simmons but you, bro. You don't find that weird? Everybody.
Why do you hate him for?
Hold on. Your man John think he a bum, right? That's your best buddy. He thinks he's a bum. Your man DJ thinks he's a bum. I think he a bum. Jamal think he a bum. Down Under's from Australia. He thinks he's a bum. LBL think he a nigga. Everybody think he a bum but you.
The contract's bad.
So
the contract's bad.
So who really ate paint chips as a kid, bro? Who really was under high voltage
because he got hurt? That's all it is.
Oh my God! Bro.
The contract's the bad part, right? The contract.
How's it a bad contract when he got hurt? He just got hurt.
Yeah, I know, but this is the way he plays now. The $40 million a year isn't. He's not worth that. He's probably worth.
When they signed Kevin Durant to his big contract and he was injured, right? Was that a bad contract?
Back then, no, probably not.
He was hurt,
and same with Ben's as well.
He didn't get. 2 years he didn't play for the team.
But the trajectory on so many guys, a lot of times they look like they're gonna be 10-year All-Stars, like John Wall, right?
Yep, correct.
And sometimes it just doesn't turn out that way, I mean,
are we really comparing John Wall to Ben? Ben Simmons has better basketball IQ than John Wall, man. Let's stop doing that.
I know
Wall was going to be a great player.
When healthy was 2010.
Still doesn't have. Yeah, I hear that. Man, he got hurt too. He got injured though.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, so the trajectory, you're not basing it on, you're not.
Yeah, saying he's a bum, but how is it that you're a bum and you're just injured? What that doesn't make you trash. Listen, Harlem. There's 55-year-old retired like NBA players that go out there and bust your raggedy ass. All right, and they ain't played basketball in like 15-something years. I mean, one of the worst basketball players in NBA history, probably Brian Scalabrine, will go out there and bust your raggedy
I'd
ass,
say
Harlan.
Keon
But
Johnson's
shut the
probably
fuck
right up
up.
there. Keon Johnson's right up there as one of the worst players.
What's that?
Well, I said Keon Johnson's right up there as one of the worst players that I've ever seen.
Yeah. I mean, he has he's a project player. We'll see.
He's
He has to just,
bouncy,
he
but
has to
he's
be able to shoot. And
small.
what's a
Really,
couple?
he kind of reminds me of who is that we have? Markel Brown or something like that. Markel, the guy.
He's energetic. He shows a lot of
definitely
energy, but
athletic.
yeah, Zaire will come in straight away and
Yeah, he has to be able to shoot the basketball, pass. You know,
I'm having Zaire Williams.
shot
I'm having Zaire over
selection.
there.
You know, he took
Zaire
a
ahead of
couple
him.
of bad shots today. Let's get into the box scores of the game, though, man.
What did Ben end up going with? Like the plus was it? Someone said it was
Yeah,
really high. Plus.
actually, bum ass Ben Simmons, Harlan, was a plus 16 on the court, man.
Yeah.
All right, plus 16.
That's the most overrated stat in basketball.
How's it overrated? They look bad when he was off the court.
Yeah, they
Plus
didn't
minus,
look bad,
because it depends on who's on the court against you and who's on the court with you. That's what
Middleton was on the court a lot with Ben. Would have been their best player. I think Ben played good today. Personally, the whole team did.
Well, I mean, Cam Johnson really gets the game ball, man. I know Ben played well, but Cam Johnson, man, he really gets the game ball.
I reckon Shake Milton, he lit it up when
Shake Milton. But like I said, when Ben Simmons was actually off the floor, they looked bad, man. It was just It
was really handle the ball, like so bad. Seeing like Martin and even Jalen Wilson's.
That's why this is why he actually had the highest plus minus on the team today, because again, when Ben was out, you know, he was sitting down. It was really bad. It was really, really bad.
They don't have any natural playmaker.
Yeah. But Harlan, like I said,
sluggish today. Daron Sharp looked real bad, like, which is scary because I've been wanting him to start for a long time. Jeez, he looked bad today. I
need Ben Simmons right here to get to the free throw line, man. Still 0 free throw attempts, right? He needs to get to the free throw line, right? But
you know, he
BK says Shake, and he says Jonathan says BK Shake and Bake Milton is the reason that Brooklyn won the fourth quarter, not Ben Simmons. Overall, Jonathan, he actually had a plus 16 when Ben was off the floor. So you guys don't know basketball, man. Like I mean, all right, let me be patient, man. I am trying to teach the game to people over here, man. Especially guys like Jonathan, who's just a straight casual. So, Jonathan, come back in here, man. Harlem is going. Come back in here. Let me get the link back in here.
I actually like the team that we have. You take out Keon Johnson, you put Cam Thomas, and that's.
You think this team can compete in the playoffs down under Dunker?
Against some teams, yeah. We just need a little bit more depth. That's all. But the team ain't bad. If they're all playing good, it ain't a bad team.
You know what?
I showed that today.
I love Ben Simmons, but I mean, he could be a liability in a 7-game series, though, man.
Yeah.
Not the first round, but like once you start going past like the first round, the coach.
Say you had like 4 or 5 really good depth players on the bench, young players that are hungry and want to play. You bring Cam back.
That's something.
Oh, you don't know.
Every year since we signed KD, right? Every year since we signed him, didn't we go through some stretch where we lost like 8 games in a row at least?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like even when we had good players, like but we still ran into that stretch. Remember with the Harden, right before the Harden Ben Simmons trade, and I'm saying we haven't hit any of those kind of things yet. And it's like it could happen because this is even a less talented team. So when that happens, I don't want anyone jumping off of roofs and everything saying, "Oh my gosh, now we're blowing it."
BK, are you for real with this Ben Simmons stuff? Listen, I saw what Roller Coaster said. Listen, Simmons and Johnson are a hindrance to us getting a top 5 pick. You trade Johnson, his value is high, and you either buy out Ben or send them home. That's it. At the end of the day, going through this rebuild, you have to invest in your young talent in order to build up the nucleus of your core.
Yeah,
Start
young talent, Harlem.
At least Clowney's getting
guys
time.
got to see players, man. I mean,
Clowney's getting
Keon
time.
Johnson, it would take forever to like really kind of. You want to build up guys like Dylan Harper, man. I mean, like,
and we have to get there, BK. But if you have Johnson Simmons on this team, how are you going to get there?
Keon Johnson, man.
BK,
I mean, they got to build themselves up. They got to.
They are. Look what Keon's doing with the minutes he got tonight. He was actually pretty good. He actually locked up Brook Lopez, who's like 7 feet tall. He locked him up on a jump ball, and he had that finishing pirouette slasher at the rim. Listen, Keon ain't a perfect player by any stretch of the means, and offensively, he's not that good. But you know what? Tonight, he did his job. He did his job tonight, and he helped the team pull out a surprise victory. You know? Got to
Are you happy about the victory, or are you kind of really upset about the victory?
No, I don't want to be fully upset because I want to acknowledge Noah Clowney, who some people I don't think respect his evolution from the 3-point shot. He was amazing tonight. That Houdini that Houdini 6 3-pointer, man, was unreal. I don't know how he got that in there, but he was playing great tonight.
I was begging what's his name? What's this girl's name?
These are powerful
coaches, man. Jock Vaughn to start him, and you guys thought I was crazy. Yo, BK, you crazy? Clowney's not ready yet.
You've been down on Clowney this year, Hoops. So I think you got some humble pie tonight with Clowney.
All I said was that we need to see him play longer minutes and produce. Right?
Yes.
That's all I said.
And he is. At the end of the day, he did great. Johnson, guy nearly cracks his head on the floor, but he gets back up and keeps making winning plays. His value is the highest it's going to be right now.
He's good.
So you really want to hold on. So you really want to tear this whole team down to the bare bones, right? And
you have to
maybe get a 1 through 3 pick, right? And you think one player is just going to really start like changing everything around?
It's going to be part of it. That one player is going to be part of a core. He's not just going to be the only guy on that team. He's going to be a main part of it, though.
I'm saying it's a process.
So I'm
saying, like, if you have a future starter, like you have a future starter like Clowney, right? And then you draft someone else. I mean, you already have Cam Thomas, and then you draft a top 3 guy this year. You draft a top 5 guy next year. That's how you put together a team.
That's not good enough, man. I mean, like,
depends on who you draft, BK. Depends on who you draft.
But those listen, they only get 1 year of college, man. They still need a lot of development.
BK, you know what a rebuild is? You know what Hoops? I can message. You know what a rebuild is? You know it's a process, right? You know that these guys will just magically pull out winning dishes out of themselves. Come on,
rebuilds, Jonathan. How's that working out for Detroit right now?
Look at the assets we have right now. We have nearly the most draft capital in the league, unlimited cap space. We have certain assets that you need to build a team together. There are the teams that maybe had 1 or 2 picks that either hit or they didn't hit. We actually have a whole arsenal behind us this time around. So we have the tools to build this out.
Yeah, and you didn't like when Kevin Durant got drafted, and then they got Russell Westbrook, and then they got James Harden.
But that's a lot of
James
Harden in there. Let's see if we can get those players first. Acting like it's
what
guaranteed.
I'm saying is they did that organically. They drafted all of those guys.
So
that's what.
So how come that didn't work out for? How come that's not working out for San Antonio? Who's the other one? Charlotte, right? They not winning games.
They got Wemby. What are you talking about? You saw what Wemby did on Christmas Day? He nearly set a record on Christmas Day.
Who cares? They lost
barely.
For San Antonio to bottom out, like give up their all-star point guard, right? And for them to bottom out, and then for them to be 15-15 right now. That's pretty good.
Yeah. In his second year, mind you. And they have Chris Paul, who's given him loads of knowledge. And they have Stephon Castle, a young all-star on the rise on that team. So they have pieces. Yes, he is. Look at
I'm
his
not
numbers.
going that far, but
Check
I'm
out
saying,
Castle's numbers. He's leading the pack right now for the rookies.
I don't know, man. Jamal Murray can't even make an All-Star team, man. So what makes you think that's Stephon
He won a
Castle?
title
Jamal
and he got
Murray is
paid.
not an all-star.
He won a title and he got paid. Can't take that away from him.
Again, he still hasn't made an All-Star team yet.
I understand
but
that.
It's his own fault.
And he's not.
because
Stephon Castle's not better than him.
because he keeps showing up out of shape. So
What?
Who? I'm saying Jamal Murray. He keeps showing up out of shape. That's why he keeps getting hurt all the time.
A lot of players get hurt.
But I'm saying a lot of players do get hurt. But there are certain players like Jamal and like Zion and like Embiid. They've never been in full basketball shape, and that's what keeps all those other injuries happen because of them not ever being fit.
Yeah,
he's a part of their core, Mo Beasley.
No, he's laughing at you.
He's a part of. Wait. How is it a laugh? He's actually a part of their core. He's played decent this season. He's a young piece. They're not going to keep Chris Paul till he's 50, BK. So Castle is learning from Chris Paul. Even in the games he doesn't play, he's learning from one of the best point guards of all time. You don't think that's going to rub off on Stephen Castle like it did with Thomas? Thomas was under KD, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden's tutelage. Why do you think he's a good scorer right now? Because he learned from those guys.
Takes time. Okay, you have to there's different levels. Let's say of
you're talking about taking time, but you're so damn impatient, BK, and that's why you're going at it for all it takes. So you're like hypocrite. You're being hypocritical to your own points now.
No, not
BK. I'll ask BK. Okay, what's your ideal outcome for the end of the year? Like, what are you doing as the GM?
I mean,
I know exactly what you're doing.
I would say
the
highest probability that they get the 7th pick. I mean, that seems more likely. I've watched the draft for like the last 30-something years. I've seen teams that you would think that would get the number 1 or 2 or 3 pick, get a 4th or 5th pick, or even like a, so
who's in your team? Who's in your team? Who you got for next year? Who you got in your team next year? Starters and bench players.
Oh no! Like I said, I want Ben to come back until we can get a replacement for him.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
A replacement. We need a point guard.
Don't need Ben Simmons. There's a whole draft of them.
I just want to hear his team.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I would want to keep Cam Johnson if they can trade him for Jonathan Kuminga or who's the other guy we were talking about yesterday?
Oh yeah.
Damn man, my memory's good. Not good today.
Wiscombe?
Cam Whitmore, Whitmore, yeah, like something like that. If not, keep him, or maybe because even OKC, right? OKC can get into this draft. They can get into the next draft in 26. So if they can give us Jalen Williams or something like that, maybe it's possible that the OKC can actually get AJ DeBonsta or Cameron Boozer. They already have Shea. They already have. Huh?
You think they would trade Williams for Johnson? I think.
Well, if they get their core from AJ DeBonsta or Cameron Boozer or Darren Peterson.
I read an interesting tidbit, LBL, from Bobby Marks. OKC might be financially committing a lot of money to a lot of players, so they might not be in the Johnson sweepstakes. It may not be a good financial move for them, so they already have to pay some extra guys. So OKC might not be in the Johnson's runnings right now. It might just be Lakers, Memphis,
Williams is considered a better player than Cam Johnson.
Yeah, they wouldn't trade us Williams.
But it's not about talent per se. Like Cam Johnson is shooting 42% from the 3-point line. I don't think Jalen Williams is actually doing that. That's extremely valuable because you already have Chet Holmgren, right? You already have Shea.
But there's bench players on that team they want to get rid of, BK.
He's probably their third most important player.
He is. He ain't
going anywhere. But they have Kenrich Williams, Isaiah Joe, those types of guys that could be available for Johnson, but nobody else, I don't think.
Yeah, they're not going to.
Wait, listen, hold on. Cam Johnson right now is playing like an all-star, man. I mean, I don't know if I just want to give him away like that.
What you hope to get from OKC is matching salary and maybe 2 first-round draft picks. I don't know if you get into pick. I don't think OKC is ready to go all in like that, but 2 firsts could definitely be on the table.
No more injury-riddled players.
You know who you sound like?
Who's that?
You sound like all those Nets fans that got fooled by them 27 games of Mikal Bridges. I don't know if I want to give them away. And then, I'm saying.
No, then I mean, who was a Brooklyn Knicks fan? He put.
No, I'm saying.
Mikal had 41 tonight.
No, but what I'm saying is we're in a better position for having given them up, for having traded them. We're in a better position. And what I'm saying
no. If you had a good roster around Mikal Bridges, like 2 stars, and Mikal, and I always said this, I never said
what
that.
You're saying. That's
I mean, everyone looks good with 2 stars.
I mean,
What's
come
that?
on, you could say that about anyone. You could say that about
no,
Claxton.
you can't say that about everyone. No, you can't.
Say that about Claxton. If we still had Kyrie and KD, Claxton sure would look good.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
Mikal Bridges is actually playable in a playoff series. You know what I'm saying? Claxton is not. He can't hit free throws.
He definitely.
No, I'm keeping in the book. You saw him in the Boston series. He hasn't gotten any better since then. Has he gotten any better? Have you seen any improvements?
If he's on a different team with another center, you could close with Claxton potentially.
No, you cannot.
What do you mean you can't?
He was.
What I remember about the Boston series is KD just looked like he was high and he was shut down. He was shut out. Everything.
Yeah, I don't think Sean Marks was trying to build around Mikal. He was hoping you can get another star, and then Mikal would be your second option or your third option.
Yeah, but
I mean, he averages 17 points without needing the basketball. Like 1-2 dribble pull-ups, catch and shoot 3-pointers, cuts to the basket. Depending on who's under the if you got to have any kind of rim protection under there.
See, like even with what you're saying, right? When he did his thing on Phoenix, right? They still had 2 lottery picks. They still had Booker and Ayton, who were top 5. So
hold on 1 second, man. Hold on. I'll bust your ass in basketball, man. Stop. You got 2 bad knees, man. Stop. I mean, I wouldn't even. Matter of fact, I'll spot you like game 32. I'll spot you 20. All right, go ahead, man. LBL.
Now I was saying that even with that Phoenix team, the foundation of the team was they had Booker and they had Ayton, and then they got Chris Paul and they got Mikal Bridges, right? So, but what I'm saying is those 2 lottery picks were the foundation of that team.
Yeah, but you still need role players, right?
I'm not saying you don't, but I'm saying when you're drafting, when you look at any of these. When you look at almost any of these top teams that that make it year after year to the finals, all of them got lottery type talent. I mean, all of them got at least 2 lottery type talents. And I'm not talking about from free agency because the Heat thing is a little bit different. But I'm saying, but almost all of them have that. So we need that. We need to take this year and next year, get that. And then we'll be able to make any other kind of moves.
Right. And you got some young pieces already. We got Thomas, you got Clowney, you got Wilson, maybe Zaire. I don't know if they want to resign him or not, but you definitely have a good little 3 right there.
Oh, man,
so
stop.
That's something to work with. BK, listen, defensively, he gives Jordy exactly what he wants. And Jordy wants some defensive guys on his team.
Man, that's all he can do.
BK, he had some decent offensive games this year. The Nuggets, the Celtics, when he was starting
one every 8 or 9 games. You know what I'm saying?
BK, listen, he's not a perfect player, but you know what? He's serviceable as a bench.
I mean, whoever
hold on. Did you watch the Philadelphia and Boston game last night?
Oh my gosh!
You saw what happened when Philadelphia in the fourth quarter when it came down to the closing part of the game, like Philadelphia took some bad shots, right, or turned the ball over. Boston came down and hit a 3. You gotta be efficient when it comes to like putting the ball in the basket, man.
And that's Zaire's fault. Listen, it's a team basketball game.
He's one piece out of
game, Jonathan. BK, he's giving you assertive defense this year. Remember the game against the Pelicans? He locked down Adrian Murphy. We didn't win that game without him. Like, he's giving you little spurts. He's got to show you more. I agree. But he might get a contract next year just because you have to fill the cap space, and he's kind of earned a little bench role.
I've seen enough of Zaire Williams already to say that. Listen,
I like him.
Defense, yes. Offense, no.
If you had to choose between him and Keon Johnson, who are you choosing? Hoops. If you had to choose between Zaire and Keon Johnson, who are you choosing?
John, why don't
Keon
we just
Johnson?
talk about guys
Oh.
who are going to start?
Yo, Doug, can you hear this?
I'm
Why are
against
we
you,
talking
Brian.
about guys who are?
Keon Johnson gives more offense. How many threes? Wait, LB, let me hear you first. Sorry,
So
my
he's
guy.
bigger
Yeah,
body.
finish this thing first, LB. My bad.
No, I'm just saying I don't understand why we're discussing guys who are not starters. You know, like
I
if
know,
you said
right? The bench
Clowney,
pieces.
I understand that, but I'm saying I'm not trying to build around with the 10th and 11th and 12th best players on the team, and that's what I'm saying. Now I'll
There you go.
I'll give you
Thank
this.
you.
No, but I'll give you this. Those dudes that whoever we draft this year and next year, they have to be markedly better. They have to be markedly better than Clowney.
I don't know, man. Hold on, talk to me. I don't know where Gary's at, man.
They gotta be. They gotta be.
Back to your point about Keon Johnson. Listen, Johnson had a decent game, but he is not better than Zaire as far as like the defensive tangibles. Zaire's like 6'9". You know, he's got a little bit of more oomph over there. And with Keon, he has to scrap every time he's on the court. With Zaire, he can scrap and he can defend. So I would keep Zaire just because of the defensive potential. You can mold that on the offensive side eventually. With Keon Johnson, offensively, he's not going to give you a whole lot of offense. He's going to give you spurts.
We don't know what's going to happen with those guys because isn't he on the last year of a deal? Aren't both of them on?
Yeah, they are.
Zaire's fighting for his.
They might just go for the most money wherever they get it.
Might as well just re-sign him.
Yeah, but Brooklyn has the inside track on Zaire, is what I'm saying, LB. If they want to sign him for a 10 mil contract, that's not a lot of money.
Jonathan, I've been watching the game for a very, very long time.
And you should know what a rebuild is, Hoops. Keeping Ben Simmons Johnson does not do anything for your rebuild.
On offense is garbage. I don't know how they say it in Spanish. Basura, I think. Basura, garbage. All right?
You don't watch all the games. That's for sure.
Trash. All right, I've seen enough of him. They gave him a nice large sample size in the preseason, right? So again,
Zaire was hustling in the preseason. That's when the guy knocked himself against the announce table almost. I would say the type of hustle a preseason game for many players. Zaire gave you that.
He plays hard. I'll give you that. He does play hard, but
Here we go.
Offense, right?
We're in a rebuild, BK. Not everybody's offense is going to be good. Besides Thomas, Dennis Schroeder, and Johnson, our offense is not that good this season. So you don't have a lot of offensive pieces.
Williams, he will be replaced, right? And
here we go.
And we get somebody that's better than him, man.
Oh, so you want to keep Ben Simmons busted ass 6'11", but Zaire's semi-healthy 6'9".
Are we really going to compare Zaire Williams to Ben Simmons? We're really doing that?
Oh my God, Ben Simmons is he a part of our future? Is he a real part of our future? He's not, BK. He's had a little run lately, but still offensively, he gives you almost nothing on most nights. At least with Zaire, he's not afraid to go to the rim once in a while.
Who cares? He's about Simmons on the hole, man, on a consistent basis.
He did a few times this season. If you watch the games, if he did a few times this season,
he can barely put the ball in the basket, right? He can't shoot, He's undersized at the 4 position, and he doesn't have the skills for the 3 position. He has to work on his game.
That sounds like most of the Nets.
He gives you effort.
I think a lot of the guys
can mold
effort in their game.
Thank you, LBL. And astute observation for somebody that actually watches the games this season. Oops, I don't know right now.
Well, I think when we talk about because I know a lot of you are in love with Jalen Wilson, but really he should be having, like I'm saying, when we get the team that we really want.
Thank you.
He won't even be cracking, he won't even be cracking the rotation.
Yeah, we could take Ben Simmons out, Jonathan, and put Zaire.
Serious question. Serious question. Ben Simmons going to be on our team the next 4 to 5 years? No, he's not. At the end of the day, you got to look at the future, and Ben Simmons is part of our future. And if Sean Marks keeps him, I think that's a mistake because Simmons is not going to be part of your winning team in the future. He's not.
JR, man. Those players are not. Dayron, these players aren't that good. We got to get new players, man. I mean, that's
to take them all off the team, blow it all the way down to nothing. You can shut the roster with snapping your finger.
I'm gonna use the analogy in terms of like going out there and playing basketball in the park, man. You call next, you got your 3 or your 5, right? You win a couple of games, but then the next 5 that comes on just like blows you out of the damn gym, man, or blows you out of the park. You're not going to go back with that same roster if you just don't match up with them.
BK, aren't you the one that said the 2025 free agency is garbage, el tracio? Like,
Yes.
who do you think we're going to sign next season? We're going to have to re-sign a few of these guys with some of the cap space money. That's left over after you re-sign Thomas.
You got 4 first-round picks.
I don't think he's going to use all those picks to draft 4 guys. He might draft 2. He might try to use those remaining picks to move up into the draft.
That's not easier said than done. I've seen teams try to do that in the past. It's not that easy. It's not that easy.
Yeah, but you just want to draft all randos with your later picks. You might be better served trying to get another prospect after you get a lottery one. That you have a nice little 2-piece right there. I think that's better than just 4 guys.
No, I mean you can. I mean if they can try to move up and get Queen.
Yes, thank you. I was going to mention that. Yes.
I mean he's projected to go like between 18 and 20. If you can move up, the Nets are picking at 26. But a big man that can actually space and shoot is very valuable, man. So these teams aren't stupid, though, Jonathan. I mean, it's not like the 90s where you had very limited information. I mean, I have access to the same information like scouting on players that the general managers, that the GMs do, man. They're not stupid.
And yet, it's still a crapshoot, right?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Because I remember when people were saying Scoot over Wembanyama, remember?
Well, what was Scoot? What was his NBA comp? What was his NBA comp? What they had him compared to? I think it was Dame or some shit. I forgot who it was. Yeah, I forgot who his NBA comp was. But yeah, I mean, Wembanyama needs to get stronger, though, man. I mean, if it wasn't for his outside shooting, I mean, it would be a real struggle for Wembanyama, man. He needs to get way
yesterday, Hoops. Did you watch the Christmas game yesterday? I nearly set a record.
No, I know. Like bigger physical players. Like,
I'm the only guy that was probably down on Wemby because I'm like, there's no way I want him taking freaking. What do you take, like 16 or something like that?
He's not strong enough, man. Just go out there and like power through like Apollo Banchero or
he took 16 3-pointers. And he took only 15 2-pointers. Out of the 2-pointers, he made 10 out of the 15.
Playing like NBA 2K.
So that's 67%, right?
Yeah, man. Oren, yeah. I mean, Noah Clowney. I've always believed in Noah Clowney since
this year. This year.
But what I'm saying is, my point about Wemby is 16 shots and you only hitting 6. That's 38%. That's not good shots.
I agree, LBO. I thought those 3-pointers in the end of that game the other day was bad for him, but he was doing really good in the beginning. Like his threes, hit some long ones, but I think he got a little tired. I think that's why he didn't want to go in the interior. I think he just got a little tired at the end.
But some of that has to be on the coaching and the philosophy as well. It's like, I mean, we know he can hit some shots like that, but it's like, but your bread and butter should be you're just bigger than everyone else. Just go in there and score.
Who's that?
Right, but you know what it is.
No. He's taller. Hold on. He's taller. He's not strong, man.
No. You know what it is, LBL. He doesn't want to.
You're right.
LBL. He don't want to go down the Embiid route and bust his body early on in his career. I think he's thinking about longevity a bit here.
He doesn't have the physical strength. He's not a LeBron James, man. It has to be
with his arms like he can dunk balls. You tell he has no strength.
He doesn't have strength, man. He doesn't have strength.
I
see him get dunked on.
He does need to build up his body, but the last time I checked, Jared Allen wasn't really big either.
Right, and look at him now, brick house.
Or I'm saying, young Kareem. I'm saying you gotta go out there and finesse and get some other.
Well, I mean, you don't want him to get too big because
7'4", get a hook shot.
I mean, he still has to move, and I mean, they'll switch him on to a lot of they'll switch him on to a lot of guards, and he needs to be able to move
dinner
those
for
guards,
him, right? You switch a guard on to Wembanyama, he could just reach over him and dunk. Come on.
No, I'm saying on the opposite end. I mean, defensively, where he'll get switched on to like a Ja or
Yeah, because
he
I
needs to
saw
be
his
able to like slow those guys down. Not that he's gonna guard them. I mean, stop them completely, but you want to be able to force them from like a first option to a second option, right? You need to be able to contain them within at least 2 dribbles. You know,
But you know what the
3
problem
dribbles.
is? The problem is with the coaching because everyone is coaching the same way, and everyone is playing a
Wait, hold on
certain
one
way.
second. JR, you don't like Dayron Sharp, man? I don't see Dayron on this list, man. Yeah, but go ahead, finish up, LB. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, so my point was that because if you had a guy who was like a Shaq, right, where nobody could stop him in the paint, right, he could catch the ball cleanly in the paint and turn around and discard people and get it right and score. What I'm saying is now a guy like that that's not as mobile. He's not going to come out there and guard a Wemby when it comes to Wemby. You know, like say like the way Rudy Gobert does, right? Rudy Gobert, anytime he goes out the perimeter, he's on an island. You know, you can't have him do that. So what you have to do is just keep switching until he's just playing anyone who's in the lane. And that's what you have to do to win. Because I'm saying it doesn't make sense that you're just making 7-foot guys who are less mobile move out to guard guys, you know, or go move out to guard.
I mean, that's the way the game is. I've been playing like that since 2007, man. I go out there, I set the high screen, and I cause mismatches.
No, but I mean,
I've been playing like that for a long time.
But
if
it physically puts you at a disadvantage, then you don't do that. That's what I'm trying to say. So you know, like so I'm saying, but to think, and then and then when you get the ball back, you make sure you take advantage of what you got, you know, to make it chicken dinner.
If you can get a big switched on to a small, vice versa, man. That's just like chess and basketball. Hold on, Gerard, you're right about that. That's when the tank really should have began. When Ben Simmons actually went down with that injury, and you're right, we could have been in the sweepstakes for Wemby. Once Ben Simmons got injured that year, I think that was right after the trade deadline when they acquired Mikal Bridges. They should have went for Wembanyama. They should have really started tanking back then. Waited too long.
I said that back then myself, but everybody was like, "Nah, we good. We got the
once Ben Simmons went down, man, that was it. They should have just got the plug right there. Yeah, that was a mistake. Because come on, you need like. I know you guys hate Ben, but like I said, Ben Simmons really puts pressure on the rim, right?
You never should have traded for Simmons, BK. At the end of the day, if I was GM, I would trade Harden anywhere else but Philly, and that was one of the most egregious mistakes you can make because nobody won that trade.
Bad mistake. He just got hurt.
It was one bad trade.
BK, you talking about one bad mistake? What has he given us the last 4 years? He didn't give us much.
He was injured.
Yes, of course. Forget the skill set. Forget that I can't make a free throw in my life. Oh no, he made 5 the other night. I got it now. It's 5 free throws the other night.
Yo, believe me, I would tell you guys that, hey, listen, no, I don't. He just got injured. He got hurt.
Why do you want to keep him, BK? If you care about the future of this team, why keep a guy that's a damn
I'm telling you, Jonathan, I've been saying this for the last year. It's not about me. It's how these GMs actually think. You don't, Ben Simmons, Wembanyama, these guys don't grow on trees.
Why don't other teams want to trade for him then? They only want him if he's bought out. Why don't they want to trade for the guy if he's so valuable, if he's such a commodity?
Man, I mean,
I'm asking you, why not, BK? Tell me. Oh, look at you smiling, cracking up. You know it's true. Give me an argument. Why isn't a team trade for him right now?
He has to prove his value that he
can. But he's proven it. He made 5 free throws the other night. He went to rim like 6 times.
You need another year or two of him being
another year or two. He's 31. I got you, BK. That's going to go swell.
I guess they're already doing a
28,
breakdown
Jonathan.
Again.
He's 28.
BK.
They're already doing a breakdown again.
Hey, BK,
yeah, he's got a game away from that.
It could happen. You don't know.
When do you accept that Ben Simmons is at the stage that, you know, John Wall and Derrick Rose were at, like where they're just never going to be those players again?
Then you're going to have to you sign him as a backup. Then that's it.
A backup? Come on, BK.
Yeah.
He doesn't give you much
listen,
of the
you didn't
backup
watch the
either.
game, though, Jonathan. Why do you think he had the highest plus minus on the team today? Why?
Oh,
Even though he only scored 8 points.
was he the reason we won the game, or was it Chick Milton and Cam Johnson?
Why
That's
did
what
he
I thought.
have the highest plus minus on the team today?
You know, moving
Why didn't he
forward.
score for us if he had such the highest plus or minus?
Jonathan, I said I answered my question. You're not answering my
moving
question. I
forward.
said, why did he have the highest plus minus?
I don't think you can win with
Despite
that.
despite having 6 turnovers,
Just
he
the
turned the
way
ball over.
the speed in which he
Turned the
plays
ball
the
over
ball.
6
You know
times.
why he had the highest plus minus? Because Giannis and Dave didn't play. There you go,
And
BK.
When he was off the floor, the offense was bad. That's why.
I don't think that you
Jake
can
Milton
win
dropped
with
15
Ben
points
Simmons.
without Simmons. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know, but Simmons takes a lot of attention. You don't know the game, bro.
Simmons
I
takes a
don't
lot of
think you can
attacks.
win with him
What?
anymore. I think if you're a winning team, I think
So
if
Jody Fernandez don't know what he's talking about, right?
I think if Ben Simmons got, bought out and then he joined a winning team, he could help that team. But I think, like, for starting from scratch team
just
like
saying.
ours,
I'm not. I
don't
could be
think he can
wrong.
help us.
LBL, I could be wrong. I'm just telling you from the 30. When I started watching the NBA, 1993, right? So from all the years I've been watching the NBA, I just don't see them getting rid of players like that over injuries. They're going to try their damnness to try to get that player healthy. Like I said, it's the reason why you see like Steve Ballmer, he chose Kawhi over Paul George, even though Paul George is more like reliable somewhat.
And that might have been a mistake too.
Healthy, right? When Kawhi is healthy, you know what he can do on the basketball court.
But he also won a few championships, BK. Simmons has never reached the finals in his life.
But
You act like his stock is up there.
Before he even turned like 24, 25 years old, he made 3 All-Star teams. Just look at the
Now he's 28, BK. Time is running out here, and he doesn't fit the timeline for us.
He's 28. He's still young.
Listen, if he wants to go play for somebody else, he can. I don't see it working out for us right now.
I'm just telling you from my years of watching it, like Brandon Roy, Greg Oden. I mean, they didn't say, "Oh, you're hurt. We're gonna get rid of you." They tried to work those guys back as much as possible until they couldn't go anymore. They didn't trade Brandon Roy. He just had to retire off the team because he couldn't just produce anymore. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Jonathan. Just players like that just don't come around.
But if you're talking about Kawhi,
if there's a Ben Simmons in every single drive, then I'm like, yeah, Jonathan, get rid of his ass. It's not. If Wembanyama gets hurt, right? They're not going to get rid of Wemby. They're not going to get rid of him.
You brought up Kawhi. Listen, Kawhi's there in the end of his career too.
If Wembanyama gets hurt right now, let's say if he has like a torn meniscus or something like that, and then like he comes back and he re-aggravates the injury, they're not going to say, oh, he's injury prone. Let's get rid of Victor Wembanyama. Where are you going to replace somebody else like that? Where are you going to get the replacement like? They don't grow on trees.
But you know what the difference is with, you know what the difference is with Ben Simmons? But you know what the difference is with Ben Simmons? Like, he was touted to be like a Magic Johnson, right?
No, LeBron. That's what they
a really tall point guard who can really run
he
like
got hurt. He got injured.
No, I'm saying, but the difference was nobody believed, even when I saw him at LSU, nobody believed that, because one of the worst things that happened to him was he went to that team and then the coach said, oh, you don't have to shoot. And it's like, no, you got to tell a young player, no, you have to score. You have to shoot. And I'm saying, remember, Magic wasn't averaging 20 points a game when he came into the league. He rarely ever averaged that much.
LBO, let me ask you, you play basketball, LBO?
Yeah.
So if you had like how much you weigh? How tall are you? How much you weigh? Yeah, how tall are you? How much do you weigh?
6 feet and 230 or something. Go ahead.
All right, so there's basketball players come in all different shapes and sizes, right? So if you had a guy that's 5'6", 130 pounds, you're playing a 1v1, are you going to keep shooting jumpers on him? Or just take him right to the post his little ass up and take him to the hole?
I'm going to post him up.
All right. Ben Simmons is 6'11", 240 pounds. So
and he rarely posts up with that guys.
Jonathan, By him shooting over smaller guys, it's bailing them out on a defense.
Remember,
I want Ben Simmons to shoot the damn basketball if I'm guarding him.
But why doesn't he?
But BK, if you look at his game, he doesn't ever post anyone up. He doesn't go down low.
He does. He does.
No, he's not doing it like Kyrie posts up more than he does. Kyrie's 6'2". I'm saying he posts up more.
Very rarely. I mean, posting
up. And I'm saying he's not posting up. Remember, another thing is they don't have that kind of game. Remember when Mark Jackson used to post up guys a lot? They took that. Remember, they had that Barkley rule, that 5-second rule. So you can't just back people down into the paint and turn and score or use it, as a focal point and pass out of that. It's like because the time, the time is ticking. So he can't do that. So Ben Simmons has never been that type of scorer. All he has been is an end-to-end scorer. Like when
he can score, man. I already put the numbers up. You gotta mix your game up. You can't
I'm saying the only way he
score. You gotta throw the defense off somewhat. You gotta be a little bit unpredictable.
He needs a runway to score.
Simmons is definitely not unpredictable, Hoots.
He can't score in a half-court game.
He scored 42 points against Rudy Gobert.
Oh.
Or on the half court.
Come on, Oops. Come on.
Rudy Gobert actually won Defensive Player of the Year. 42 points on him.
Yeah, he must have been zooted or something.
I was all half court. All in the half court. No threes or anything like that. I think he went to the free throw line 8 or 9 times, 10 times.
I bet if you put all his games together, he probably hasn't scored 42 points in the paint since he's been a net.
That's so the thing I understand with Ben Simmons, right? A lot of people say, "Oh, the ratings are down because they shoot too many damn threes." Well, Ben Simmons don't shoot threes, so what are you guys mad about?
He doesn't try to, BK. He should try to shoot one at least a game. One.
So you're saying that?
It was good seeing Clax try and shoot a 3 today. That was good.
Yeah,
he did.
I'm not a proponent of threes. I think that too many people shoot. I think Clowney shoots too many.
He has to, man. Look at his size. He's going against like linebackers at the power forward position, right? He's not going to just be able to muscle his way in there. He has to shoot threes. Now, when he gets stronger, if he can get to like 230, 235, and he could bang with those guys, but if he tries to go in there and muscles his way in and tries to score in the interior against power forwards, he's going to be really inefficient.
I think that when you look at, too many guys shoot threes. And like if you're talking about a Ben Simmons, like he doesn't have a 2-point shot, and that's a problem. He doesn't have a real hook. He doesn't have any spin moves.
He does. He has a little. He doesn't use them. Fans. I get frustrated with him because he doesn't do it enough.
So, but that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing as he doesn't have it if he doesn't use it.
Yeah, I get frustrated with him when he doesn't do it enough. Like he has a floater. He has a floater, right?
I still couldn't believe he made that fadeaway the other night. That was a crazy one. I thought my free scores. I'm like,
need to see more of that.
Away, man.
I was hoping for that.
There you go, LBL. 42, 34, 29, 28,
that was
27.
Years ago, Hoops.
The thing is, like I said, you gotta mix up your game. You can't just go out there and
even the time even when remember when we lost to Philly?
Yeah,
we lost in 5 games, right? And the problem with our defense was they needed to build a wall against them. They thought the problem was Embiid, but they needed to build a wall because every time Ben Simmons had a running start, right, from the backcourt, they couldn't stop him from getting penetration. Now, he didn't always score, but he made plays. And I'm saying they needed to build a wall to stop him from doing that because that was a key point to it.
And now you don't even have to defend him anymore because he just always throws away. He always has his back turned to the rim. He always has his back turned to the rim when he's dribbling the ball. He's like, look for somebody. He throws it. We could just do an easy toss-up.
he
Like,
has
just
a
isn't doing
15
anymore.
foot. He has a 15-foot floater that he can hit. I don't know why he doesn't take it a lot more. But
Yeah, but
he do.
if
Because
you're
he
at
wants
this
to make
point,
money, BK. It's quite simple.
I think it's a mental block because he's scared of getting fouled.
Yeah, that too. It's got a lot of things that hurt his game.
But anyway, but moving on, like I said, the only starters I see are Cam Thomas and
JR, I'm actually 46. I'm at 50 years old, man.
oh, see,
If
you're
I
a
look like
youngster,
this at
man.
50 years old, man, I think scientists are actually going to kidnap me and use me for research. Yo, how the hell does 50
Whoa.
30?
Yo, but I got you beat by so many years, man. You talk about watching it for 30 years. I've been watching it for over 50 years, man.
Okay. Wow. All right. So
And see, that's why when I think about people who don't have the patience, and I've been a Nets fan for a long time, so I remember when we bottomed out and then we drafted Chris Morris with the 4th pick. Then the next year we still didn't do good. But then 2 years after the Morris, we drafted Derek Coleman #1. The next year we drafted Kenny Anderson #2. And then after we got Kenny Anderson in his second year, then we traded for Drazen Petrovic, and we had a team. The only thing was Drazen passed away, and it kind of broke up.
yeah, but I'm saying it's rare that like you really hit like if every team like the Detroit, San Antonio, Charlotte, you know.
See, the problem with Detroit. The problem with Detroit now is they got a good foundation because they got the center and they got the point guard.
But look how long it took them, though. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, but
look
what
how
I'm saying
long
is
it
they got
took
the
them.
center, they got the point guard, and they got the other guard,
Let
right?
me charge this camera up.
Then they got the other guard. The problem is their management.
Right.
problem
I
is
said this
their
multiple
management.
times, LBL. Their
And that's
management was
probably
horrible at the
why,
time.
and they had the coach, but that's
And you don't think we
why
have
they
bad
left.
management?
Huh?
You don't think we have bad management?
Oh, definitely.
We've been through that too many
That's
times
what I'm
already.
saying. We don't have a Presti on this team. That's what I'm
No,
trying to
but
say.
what I'm saying is, but you don't give up on the idea of drafting. You know, like our biggest thing is Sean Marks has to really prove. Yeah, we could see you could draft from 20 to 30. We could see that, or you could draft from 20 to 60 because you got a gem like Nick Claxton in the second round. You got a gem like Jalen Wilson in the second round. But let me see what you do in the top 10.
We want diamonds. We don't want gems. We want diamonds now. Like, seriously, like,
let's see.
you have your own pick. Like, you should be able to turn your own pick into a top 10.
Really?
Mostly top 5 at this
Next
point.
year, the 26th draft really kind of looks better than next year's draft.
Oh, come
I
on,
agree with
BK. BK, you keep undervaluing this upcoming 2025 draft. It's like
I
literally
agree
13
with them,
players.
Jonathan.
No, LBL, I strongly disagree. I think the good thing about this 2025 draft is the depth. The depth is really good. Like, if we can move those later picks for like a Derek Queen or Bookie Fland, you do that because you need certain pieces to around your core. But the ultimate goal is to get a lottery pick. I mean, getting a Cooper, an Ace, a Harper, or a Yegor, it greatly changes your team's trajectory because Cam Thomas has an actual star component next to him potentially. You need that. It can't just be Cam Thomas anymore. It's getting you nowhere. No offense to Thomas, but he can't do it by himself. You need pieces.
Well, we got one piece, right? Noah Clowney.
He definitely wants to be the starting power forward. He doesn't want to be a bench guy. Cam Johnson, so long, see it. Like, Noah Clowney wants to be power forward. So, and Doe too, get him out of here. Like, enough's enough. Like, come on.
I think we need a center too, but hey.
No, he must be going. He must be going if he's not playing, or he's barely playing at all.
Who?
DFS.
Yeah, he's got to go. Listen, they keep talking about calf injury and stuff. He's not injured. This guy is not injured. And he's playing in practice saying, I'm going to play tonight. And they say, you can't play. That was Sean Marks and Jordy telling him, sorry, Doe, you might be traded soon.
Yeah, but do you really think Cam Thomas is injured?
I think he did hurt himself. Remember, he had the flu when he was playing in that Kings game and he hurt his back, so he was dealing with a bunch of
fully healed, but they're sort of holding him back as well.
Yeah, this is a long time for him not to be playing.
Nah, you can't rush a hamstring injury back. It normally takes a month and a half to really fully heal up.
Well, I know that from Ricky Henderson.
That's why you got to trade Johnson, Doe, because you bring Cam Thomas back on this team, you still win games, and that's not good. Gotta make moves.
But they'd rather be. I think BK would rather take his chance on being a 7 through 10 seed
No,
than he would
no.
just bottoming out and getting some top picks.
LBL, you want to be a laughing stock of the NBA? Doing that type of strategy is what will be a laughing stock. Imagine the Wizards, Utah, and Portland get all those
We
top
already
3
are the
picks.
laughing stock.
Yeah, but you'd be even more if you can't even use your own
I
pick
agree
the
with
right
you.
way.
I agree with
That'd
you.
be horrible.
But
Like,
I'm
I'll be honest with you, I think the
remember
Brooklyn fan base fights harder for this draft pick than Sean Marks is right now.
but
That's scary.
But you know what though? I just think that like, and see, because I'm listening to BK say, "Yo, I've been a fan been watching this game closely for 30 years and stuff like that," and I'm like,
Mhm.
if you've been watching that long, and especially if you've been a Nets fan, then there are different things that you got to do to get certain players. Now, someone brought up the fact that we traded for Jason Kidd, right? We traded for Jason Kidd, and he was the best player we had in generations. But the thing was, don't act like we traded Keon Johnson to get him. We had Steph Marbury. You know what I'm saying? We had a younger Steph Marbury.
Yeah.
You had a core at that time.
And we had Kenyon Martin, right? The number 1 pick, right?
Yeah, but remember they had to draft Keith Van Horn. They had to get Kerry Kittles. It wasn't just Jason Kidd. They had to get the right roster. One man doesn't change everything, though.
But they had that roster before Kidd came, right? Because everybody looked at Kidd like he was crazy when Kidd said, "Yo, we're gonna make the playoffs." They're like, "Get out of here!" No, we're not. Right? So that's what happened. And Kidd said, "Nah, we're gonna make the playoffs," because he knew what he knew what he had. But what I'm saying is, yeah, Kittles was top 8. Van Horn was number 2. So you talking about in a less than 5-year span, they had Kenyon, which was a number 1.
Hold on. Hey, 1 second. Adar, man, him and Jonathan don't get along, so I gotta keep them separate, man. So that's why. Yeah.
I'm just enjoying my Christmas vacation.
Yeah.
So my point was, in less than a 5-year span, you had 3 top 8 lottery picks, and then you traded Marbury for Jason Kidd. So that's what I'm saying. That's talent. That's what you need. And you get that mostly through the draft. You don't have talent like that.
So you're really disappointed in this article, huh, Jonathan? That they have zero interest in buying him out.
Well, listen, your options are simple at that point. If you're not buying him out, you send him home with the last 2 months of the season. At that point, we already did the deadline business. We know we're going to be in the draft. It's just waiting to we pick our selections at the combine, and then after that, you just send him home. Call Killian Hayes. Call whoever you got to call from the G League.
Killian Hayes.
Whitehead.
What?
Call Whitehead if you have to, and let them play his minutes.
No, man. They gave Killian Hayes plenty of chances already, man.
But BK, why would you keep Simmons at the end of the season? We already know what's going to happen. Why not just keep him at home, let him be healthy, let him punch his bag at that point?
This team does get an Ace Bailey, right? Or they do get a Cooper Flag. They need a point guard, man. They're gonna look like
Cooper. Look what Cooper Flag's doing on Duke right now. He gives you point guard skills. They just have to be the best guy on the team.
Nah. We're talking about this is pros, man. This is 2 different things, man.
I'm looking at this article.
Mm-hmm.
That's like you're comparing street ball to
basketball.
Yeah, I'm looking at this article. I think the second part says Nets have zero interest in buying out Ben Simmons. The second part says Brooklyn remains committed to its lead facilitator.
Committed. Yo, anybody's committed to Ben Simmons, man. I don't know how you do it. I really don't.
It's lead.
Committed.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets re-signed.
No, he shouldn't. Listen. At the end of the day, we got to get rid of this guy. I want to feel excited about the team I have. And if this guy is our lead guy, how can you feel excited about that? Like, he's doesn't play at a high level.
Your point guard, man. He's not your lead guy. He's not leading you anywhere.
Then why did he praise the dude if he's not our lead guy?
Jonathan, you getting nervous. Don't get nervous, man.
No, I'm not. I just have to remind BK to not get out of touch with what's going on here.
Sean Marks wrote this article, man. Come on.
Yeah, I would be surprised if he did. And honestly, he's a fool for writing this article. Like seriously, at the end
No,
of the day,
I'm just
He's
telling
trying to
you.
drum
I,
up
I think
interest.
LBL can like attest to this, right? I'm just telling you, I've seen players, like really good players, all stars. You know, like you just don't get rid of them like that, man.
why don't nobody else want Ben Simmons then? They want him to buyout, BK. Why don't they want him right now for trade if he's such a big upgrade? Again, I asked you the same question. Give me nothing.
Nah, you won't answer
No,
my
I'll tell you
questions, man.
this.
No,
tell
exactly.
you
You won't
this.
answer the question. Yeah, Bill.
I would say if they,
Oh,
if I really
Adar,
wanted
man.
to win, if I really wanted to win, and they offered me Harden straight up for Ben Simmons, I would do it in a heartbeat. because
Hell no.
I think
Adar,
Harden is a
Adar, we
better
can
winning
fill up our
player.
cap space with other players through trade with our cap space, Adar. It's not just re-signing players that are all on this team at the same time. Come on, dude.
Yo, y'all guys are being emotional, man. James Harden, he's washed.
Well, come on, BK. When he was on this team, we were on our way to a championship. What are you talking about?
Nah, man.
If
Second
he
year,
was,
I
what
agree
is
with
Ben
you.
Simmons?
I'll give you the
Listen,
second year, not the first year.
When
He was
we
with us.
put that big three together, we didn't get Houston James Harden, right?
We got better James Harden when he came to Houston. Even if he was
Nah.
undersized, he still was playing with basketball.
It wasn't Houston James Harden.
Yeah,
it
but
was
you
a fat
think
James Harden.
you
Oh,
think
here we go.
Simmons? You think Simmons right now is a better basketball player than James Harden?
He's younger, yeah. He's more athletic.
No,
Yo,
he's
come
not
on,
better.
cut his mic, BK. You're the host. I want to cut
He's
your mic,
younger,
man.
yeah, man.
Listen, Hard. I gave him crap again to see that he was the reason why the Clippers were going to be on a downfall. He's actually kept the Clippers alive somehow. He's not Houston
No, it
Harden.
was actually it wasn't him. It was who's that shooting guard they actually have? What's his name? It wasn't James Harden. It was not Terrence Mann, the other guy. Norman Powell.
The guy from Utah. Talking about Kevin Dunn.
Norman Powell, I think. Norman Powell.
Norman Powell. Listen, he's a solid role player, but he's not a star player on that team.
He's been keeping them alive.
Go look at Harden's numbers. I'm telling you, he's more productive than Simmons.
No, this season, yeah.
I'm just saying, like, James Harden can't, like, he's a cone on defense, man. You know what I'm saying? Ben can actually guard, you know, and Ben can actually guard guard forwards.
But you know who also is a cone on defense? He probably gets less steals than James Harden. No, I was gonna say Dame.
Dang.
Dame Lillard hasn't played defense in like 10 years.
Oh yeah.
No effort on defense.
Listen, man, it's not easy. Like, I mean, the offense that these guys, these guys are so good, man. It's really hard to play defense, man.
You want me to back you up? I'll back you up with one thing compared to Harden and Ben Simmons.
It really is.
Nets are better off with Ben over Harden only because of the styles that they play. They've already got someone like Cam Thomas and Clowney and all these shooters, Cam Johnson at the moment. We wouldn't need Harden here.
Yeah, but if we get a young point guard,
Jordy wants to play with pace. I mean, Harden kind of slows your offense down, you know. So,
Harden's a better player, but
we're gonna listen. We gotta just get you to listen to me, all right, man. Listen to me. Don't listen to Locked On guys.
Why stop bringing them up into it, PK? I actually do read different sports articles. I'm always watching different stuff around the NBA on sports. What are you talking about?
Hey, I saw that crossover that they just had with who did they have it with? Another team. Adam Armbrecht and someone else from another team.
That's from Sacramento. The Sacramento.
Yeah, the trades, yeah. And I'm like, man, I definitely would do that if we could get.
Well, I don't want Jonathan Kuminga, man. I mean, I think I was gonna do a Jonathan Kuminga video tonight.
I think the Kings got to make a move now. They lost again to the Pistons. They had a 1-point lead at they fouled one of the Pistons guys. I think he made 3 free throws and they won the game.
Let me check.
They can take Cam and DFS.
But I thought the Pistons were trash.
Oh, Pistons. I had money on Pistons today, too. They're in my
Listen, if the Kings are offering me Devin Carter and 2 firsts, I'm definitely considering taking that deal because another team has to match that. If they want to give you 2 firsts,
how many first-round picks you want, dude? You only could develop.
Dude, it's not hard to ask right now. The way Johnson's playing, 51% from field goal, 47 from 3, you have to be willing to put one up at least. But if you want to beat other teams, you got to put a second or a prospect.
2026 pick, wouldn't they, still? That's
Who are the
definitely
Kings?
26 pick.
I'd rather have a 26
No.
pick.
No, they can't do the 26 pick, but they could do 27 and 29, I believe.
I'll take
But those are still
26, but,
valuable
yeah.
picks potentially, because the way the Kings are going, I don't think they're going to be a winning team in a few
No,
years.
yeah, they're gonna drop off. They're gonna drop
Yeah.
off.
Imagine we do that
Fox
move.
will leave.
Imagine we do that move and Fox eventually signs with us in free agency.
Yeah.
It's like we
That's
robbed
what
him
happened.
twice.
All right, here's my future predictions. I think Philadelphia is going to slide up here. The Nets will slide down here. And
Nets
they
going
will
up.
be
Nets
out
are
of the
going up.
play-in situation.
Nets are going up.
Yeah,
The
they'll be
Bulls-
out of the play-in situation. I think the Bulls will stay right where they are. The Pistons are going to stay right where they are. I think this is pretty much cemented right here from 1 through 10. I mean,
talking
actually,
about
maybe
all
I think the 76ers can actually slide up and move up, and one of these teams would be down. Maybe the Bulls.
Yeah, Bulls are sellers. Shams just said that Bulls, Wizards,
Yeah.
Nets, they're going to be all
So
sellers.
you got your wish though, Jonathan. Damn.
No,
All right.
but BK, you want us to pick 8 or 9th, and I'm like, our goal is to get top
Well,
5. That's the
if
main goal
those-
right here.
If those
I don't-
Raptors,
But yeah, we have no control of that, man. There's no control of
Yes,
that.
you can by get yourself in the bottom 5 in the
How
standings
long is-
before the draft. That's
how
part of
long is
control.
how long are all those young guys on the Raptors out?
I think Quickly came back, or he's coming back soon.
So what about Bonds?
He came back, didn't he? He came back against that game against us. We still
I
won.
mean,
Yeah,
I
he
guess
played
they're
against us.
just tanking because they could be better.
I don't want the Raptors to get a top 3 pick. I hope they get 5 or 6 or something like that at best. I cannot have them in the top 3. Imagine competing with the Raptors, the Knicks, and Boston. Ugh.
We could.
That would
We
Yeah,
suck.
exactly. Chill out roller coasters. Exactly what I'm talking about. We need a mobile big, man. Exactly. A big that can actually provide some offense. Now, what's his name? Claxton. He looked pretty decent tonight, man. I was kind of proud of him somewhat. I was like, wow.
when I was watching the game yesterday, I was just saying, I kept looking at Gafford, and I'm like, see, Gafford is a platoon center. That's what Claxton is. He's a platoon guy. He shouldn't be playing like more than he should be splitting that with a more physical guy, you know, and a guy that could actually score, But man, it's like we don't have that,
Well, you could pair Clowney with Claxton the rest of the way. I don't think Clowney's going back to the bench, and I wouldn't do that. I would just wait to trade DFS very soon and keep starting Clowney because Clowney's got the position as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, definitely. And I think you need a big with Claxton. If you trade Claxton somewhere, hopefully it's with a center you could play alongside with, or a power forward. Like if there's a big power forward on a different team and they need a center that does defensive work, Claxton could find a role on those teams.
Hold on, let me let Elam go. Elam, so what you think about the whole topic over here, man? They want to keep Sean Marks wants to keep Ben Simmons, possibly re-sign him if they can come to some type of a fair agreement. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think Ben's even gonna be on the team next year. Like,
thank you.
I think he's gonna. I think he's just gonna. He's playing good now. If there's a team, I'm hearing if there's a team that wants to buy him out, they possibly could trade him. But I mean, I don't think he has a future on this next team in terms of the direction we're going towards. I just don't see Ben as part of that. And it would be good to get his contract off.
Yeah, I mean they're not signing him to $40 million a year next season if they do resign him.
We're not signing a period. 0, 0, 0. That's the offer. I'll write it myself.
Don't resign Ben Simmons. Like that should be that shouldn't even be a priority.
I'll take him for $10 million a year. I would see it.
You're a generous guy. You are a generous guy down a dunk.
Hold on, man. Wait. If you don't have no problems with Claxton's contract, Claxton's a bloated contract. Why you care about Ben though? Ben gives you way more value than Clax.
Now they both don't give me the value I'm looking for if I want to win eventually. I'll be honest with you on that. I think they're both too similar.
One of them's got to go.
Limited. Yeah, both of them can go.
You can't
both can go eventually. I'll trade Claxton at the draft. You know what they should do with Claxton? If you don't trade him at the deadline, you trade him on draft night with those 3 first-round picks. You find a team that wants extra draft picks. I'll give you Claxton those picks straight up.
No, that's too many picks.
Listen, my thing is, hold on. When Ben is healthy, who in the draft can you get that can replace him? Maybe Yegor.
I got a whole
maybe
list. I got a whole list.
I don't know.
Dylan Harper, Yegor, Boogie Fland, maybe Trey Johnson. I really don't like Isaiah Thomas.
Stop.
Give me a whole list. Boogie Fland's a good player. What are you talking about?
I will slap the hell out you, man. Don't
No,
mention
you better ain't slapping shit, bro. You ain't
There's
slapping
about-
nothing, man. I stand on business all day with Boogie Fland if we have to draft him.
There's about 5 point guards in the draft that will eventually be starters in the league.
Facts.
I don't like Boogie Fland's size, man. I don't know, man.
Oh, man.
I think Dylan Harper can definitely do it.
What's his name?
I'm sure they said the same thing about Maxey.
No, but look what happened to Maxey last night.
Oh, man.
Jaylen Brown was he picked his pockets twice. I said, damn, Jaylen Brown's no damn joke, man, when it comes to defense.
What does that mean? Does that mean Maxey ain't still great, though?
No,
right.
I'm just saying,
if you get Dylan Harper, that's a automatic.
Facts. Or Yegor. Like, bye, Ben, if you get one of those two.
Like, he could
Ben
do
will
it.
be
you could play them both
Even
together,
that dude
man.
on Illinois.
Why? Why would you play them both? Why would you play Harper and Simmons together or Yegor and Simmons together?
Because
what does
you
that
got
do?
passing on the weak side now, man. That's why.
That makes no sense. So what's Ben playing? Power forward or center? Is that what we're gonna do? He can't play center. It's not a come on. Please, come on. Yeah, thank you, LBL. Like
Clowney's not ready. No, listen. I know Clowney can shoot threes, but physically he's not ready just yet.
He gives you more offense than Ben Simmons, BK. That's the point. And I wouldn't even play Simmons at center.
That's it.
That's a big thing, shooting on this team, especially with 3 points.
You think he's going to shoot 6 threes the next game tomorrow night?
Oh, BK, at the end of the day, I would trust Clowney's offense way more than Ben Simmons' offense.
He hasn't proven. Oh, my gosh.
Yes, he has. What are you talking about? Remember the Kings game before he got hurt? He was actually going to the line, making free throws and shooting threes. Then he got hurt, and then he came back. Let
me ask somebody on the panel. Did y'all ever see Clowney making an all-star team in his career?
Oh, my gosh.
No. He will never do it.
All right, stop.
You're smoking right now. You're smoking right now, bro. Come on.
I think
Clowney's gonna make an all-star team.
He's got potential to if the way he keeps building up muscle and he can actually get an interior game.
He will never be an all-star. He's a role player.
I see him being a solid.
What's a role player tonight, as Adolf?
On the bottom 18.
Mo Beasley's laughing.
Come on. We talking about
what's wrong with Reed Shepard, man? The kid they said was gonna be the next Stephen Curry. What's going on with that kid, man? Yeah, exactly.
I see him being like a Thad Young at his peak, like when Thad Young had better years.
No, Thad Young had the post game. He had everything. Like no
footwork and everything. Yeah, man. I don't see Clowney becoming an all-star. Like I said, normally
20 years old.
Jonathan. Look at Paolo Banchero, right?
Not everybody's Paolo.
Let me finish. Normally, all-stars come into the game skilled already. You rarely hardly
developed 20 pounds of muscle this past off season for a rookie. He already surpassed Claxton body weight, who's been in the league 5 years. So that's nothing to you.
To be fair, it is. BK does have a point in terms of 20-year-olds that just has. You can just tell that they have the better talent. Like it is a matter of.
Because Washington didn't come in like that. What's that dude?
Exactly, people. Oh, we got Mo Beasley up in here, man. We got Mo Beasley up in here. Now, Mo Beasley, man, please tell Jonathan that Clowney's never going to be an all-star, man. Please tell him. And
wow, he's only 20 years old, BK. You already got his career set in stone?
I don't want to say never because, anything can happen. You could be an injury. You can get in the all-star game on injury or whatever like this. So I ain't going to say never. But as far as him like being a starter in all-star starter, no way.
He's a top 25 for 3-point scores, and he's a big, and that's nobody had a big in the top in that category. So I got to give Clowney a shout out. He's working on that.
How many of them you know?
Oh my God!
Yo, Jonathan, you getting like triple teamed over here, man.
Listen, he's only 20 years old. You guys already want to say he's done already.
Let me ask Mo Beasley something. Now, what's up with the Cam Whitmore situation going on over there, man? You didn't chime in on the last live. What do you think? What's going on over there? Do they want to keep him or?
We are keeping him. It's just that, man. we have an abundance of talent. You know what I'm saying? That we're trying to win. So it's a mixture of a lot of things, man. Because we're trying to bring
Movies is.
it
Oh,
seems
I'm
like
sorry.
it seems like Ime is trying to bring everybody along the same way as far as like breaking down that game and rebuilding them up. So I think it's just a process right now. We gonna need Cam because Tari and Dylan Brooks and stuff be in and out the lineup. So he ain't going
You're a
nowhere.
Houston fan, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's a
yeah,
Rockets
correct.
fan. Yeah.
The Rockets team ain't good at 3-point
Yo,
shooting though, so you guys could definitely use
Nah,
You don't
Johnson
think
right
they need
now.
Cam
Yes, they
Johnson
do,
though?
though.
Mo Busy, man. Like he
nah,
can actually shoot threes. He's shooting.
nah. They're getting
I mean,
Darren Fox,
he
so
doesn't he doesn't play the defense the same. I don't think. I think Ime's more worried about like defensive intensity because the offense, to me, I feel like the offense will come. It's just the way we play defense so well, the offense kind of comes easy, especially running up and down the floor with the spacing too. So it's a lot of different elements that we have, and
so
it's
Fred
and
played
uh,
looking like shit for the past 2 weeks. Like y'all getting
Yeah.
Darren Fox?
hey,
nah. I mean,
He living
I would.
around Houston area. His family, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
he's from
yeah,
Houston. Yeah.
he's from Houston. He actually went to school down here and graduated and stuff. So
So
I,
what's your package? Like what you're waiting for?
I would wait it out.
Sanan is
I would
out
wait
there.
it. I would wait it out for the summer. I don't. If we do trade for him, we
Yeah,
won't
that's
trade
what
for
I'm
him during the
hearing from
season. It'll
y'all.
be the
Like
summer.
you're slow
So
motion. Like we don't have a patience for that in New York. Like
So hold
why
on,
you
let me
waiting?
ask Mo Busy something. You think that Cam Whitmore wants to just rot away on the bench, man, when he has like huge potential? I get what Ime is trying to do, but does he really want to rot away on the bench like that? His like
Because
being unpredictable, he's not going to really truly develop like that.
I'm gonna take a page out of Jonathan's book. He's only 20 years old.
Exactly.
I mean, like, so what do you mean rotting away on the bench? You're only 20 years old, dude. Like you ain't even
Mobizi,
sit
you
the
see what I
you
got deal
barely
with there with BK? Mobizi, see what I deal with
you
you with
Yo,
barely
BK right now?
look at Paulo Banchero though,
he
right?
has
Not
a
everybody
he
can
has
match
weak
up to
roll
Number
Paulo.
one
He
pick.
sets his bed to match everybody up to him. Come on.
And then look, the Rockets. The thing with the Rockets is like we became a trying to contend for the playoff team kind of overnight. So with a lot of these lottery picks that's probably gonna be coming on our team, whatever like that, they're not gonna be getting as much playing time like that because we're trying to win. So they get the ability, they get the benefit of learning how to win, but also developing their talent. So I don't see what's the issue.
Mo Beasley.
Yeah, but
You
I think
Mobizi,
Cam
you've been
Whitmore can
building
have
for
like
3 years.
a more bigger
Stop the
role with
nonsense, Mike.
the Nets, though, right?
Mo
I mean,
Beasley. Yo, Mo
Yes,
Beasley.
sir.
This LBL. You from Mo City?
Now I'm actually from the north side of Houston.
Oh,
So
okay.
but
Okay.
but yeah, we know as far as like hoops and stuff like that, yeah, De'Aaron Fox was, what I'm saying, he was doing his thing.
Yeah, because I was down there for 3 years, in Missouri City.
Yeah, was using the good part or using the hood part?
I was teaching at Elkins, so
Oh snap! Oh shit! You was a teacher at Elkins? Oh, that's good. That's good. That's a good school, man. That's what's up.
yeah. But yeah, because when I was there, them dudes was there. Bruce Matthews and his sons, they was there.
Oh, okay. Clay, and
Not Clay,
Clay.
the
And,
other one.
oh, the lineman,
Yeah, the
right?
lineman. Yeah, so they
Okay,
were
I know
both
this one. He
there.
went to Texas A&M. I know he's talking about.
Yeah.
all right. So
So
hold,
That's
let me ask, Mo Beasley, let me ask you something. I want to get to Easy E real quick. So you think the Nets, right? Looking, you are outsider. And I was
okay.
making this point over here when it comes to Ben Simmons, right? You
Oh,
think they
geez.
should re-sign him for like a vet minimums contract to like, let's say maybe $10 million, or just get rid of him entirely? Because my
I
point is
would.
that players like Ben Simmons, right, when he's healthy, they don't just grow on trees. He's not like uh um a Tyus Jones or something like that. Someone you can just pluck out of the drive really easily. I mean, players like him
Uh,
don't grow on trees.
Yo, Ben
Oh my
definitely
God,
getting that minimum.
Mobizi.
Ben definitely getting that minimum to stay. Other than that, he can kick rock. That's me simple. Because you got it from the looks of it, y'all trying to get a point guard. So it look like, what I'm saying, y'all gonna try to draft a point guard or whatever.
If
And
we
he's a
can get
good
one, that's what I'm saying. It's
he's
not
a good
definitive.
backup.
If we can get one.
Ben Simmons would be a good backup, but as far as him getting big money, that them days are over with.
Yeah, them days are over. I agree with
Facts.
that. Yeah.
Facts.
Even $10 million is too much for Ben Simmons. To me, I feel like he has
Whoa,
to
whoa, whoa,
go
whoa,
get it.
whoa, hold on, man. Wait. I mean, you good with giving Claxton $19-20 million a year, but Ben is not. You say Ben
He's
$10 million
younger.
is
He's
not
young.
enough.
Claxton's younger. He's been in your system. You want to?
Yo,
You don't.
Mo Beasley, come on, man. Come on, man.
First of all, how does Claxton apply to Simmons' situation? You're funny,
like,
BK.
that situation
Funny.
don't even.
Bro, you were doing good. I mean,
I'm just keeping it real. Like Ben Simmons hasn't done enough for me to be like I'm gonna give you $10 million. You know what I'm saying? Like he
I'd
ain't getting no
rather have
minimum.
Slow-mo.
His
You gotta
reputation,
move on.
Easy. I got a great contract for Simmons. It's 0-0-0. Have fun with that.
I would be
yo,
trying to move on. I would let him know though.
Stuff, man.
I would let
BK,
him
it's
walk.
facts.
I would let him walk if I can't get no trade. If I can't trade him, I let him walk. Cause
That's too big of a contract to trade. Like you're gonna have to take some bad salary alone.
I don't
You
want to
can't
say
do
it's a
it.
disaster, but that James Harden trade with Ben Simmons, man, is as far as him, that return has not been good, man. It is what it is.
Yo, but James Harden was washed though, man. When he came
Harden
into the
wasn't when he first came here. When he first came here, he won a championship. What are you talking about?
Houston.
Yo,
You're
because
comparing
you see
Ben
what
Simmons to
James
James
Harden
Harden?
doing right now, or
He
in
is.
Philly.
Mo Beasley, he
Like,
is. This is wild. This is wild.
What? Washed? What are you talking about?
He's comparing Ben Simmons to James Harden.
No,
I
I'm
think BK had too much eggnog to drink tonight, Mo Beasley.
When he
Don't
came
mind
to
him.
the Nets, he was fat. Remember, he was fat. He had that hamstring.
And he was
We know that
running
was
around
fake.
for
We know that was
MVP.
fake.
What are
He
you
was just
talking
trying to get
about?
out of Houston. We know he
Yo,
was just trying to get out of Houston.
Mo
Come
Beasley,
on.
Houston James Harden could dunk on someone, man. I mean, he was athletic. We didn't get that James Harden.
Mobizi, I got you right here. Mobizi, I got you right here. Hold on. BK, you talking about James Harden that was a runner-up for MVP? That fat James Harden?
Listen. He was playing with Kevin Durant. He was playing with Kyrie Irving.
Kevin Durant was hurt. We
Yeah,
went to the West Coast trip. We were, what's his name?
4-5.
We were winning and sweeping everybody at the time. We went.
BK.
So he was runner-up for MVP. KD dropped down all the way from
look
number 1 to
what
number 5.
BK just don't like Harden game, bro. BK just don't like Harden
James
game.
Harden is up to date. Gets you to the playoffs on the Clippers.
Kobe Bryant was actually right. Like James Harden's style of play will never win you.
Injuries and that toe on the line was the reason that big three didn't work out. Before the Kyrie stuff, that was mostly the reason. Like if that stuff didn't happen, man, like we would be talking the whole.
I mean, also Joe Harris. Remember, he pulled a magician's act. I mean, he just disappeared. In that series too. It wasn't just like I'm not gonna blame that all on James Harden, but like we didn't get Houston.
You showed us a clip of Scotty Barnes scoring on him in the summer, and that's the reason why you don't like James Harden. That is wild.
More busy. Say that again.
I do agree that y'all did not get the Houston James Harden version. You did not get the full version. I don't even think you got you didn't even get 30. You probably got 35%.
That's what I'm saying. 40% of that. They didn't watch James Harden. I watched James Harden.
He was Eastern Conference Player of like the month for like 2 out of 3 months, something like that, when he first came here. So he was playing well.
I ain't gonna lie, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze as much. I'll be honest.
No, overall, yes, you're right, Mo Beasley. But when he first came in, he was playing really well very quickly.
But we never got the Philly version of Ben Simmons.
Never.
And that's the main issue
problem.
that BK is skipping over. BK is skipping over that fact.
No, he got
he always does that. This is what BK is. This is what he does. BK drinks. He drinks the eggnog. He's like,
hold on. How come it's okay for James Harden to get hurt, but then Ben is hurt? Oh, that's a problem. Yeah,
he's a former first-round draft pick. BK, what are you talking about?
Y'all traded for an injured player in a sense.
Right.
Well, so
Steph Curry's brother, he was hurt 1 month prior to getting him.
Was Ben Simmons hurt when y'all traded for him?
Sean Marks
wasn't Ben Simmons hurt when y'all traded for him?
Yes, he was.
He was.
Yeah.
Wow.
We waived that injury report.
Yo, you remember that Boston game? Wow. He was warming up to that game 4, and then he said, "Oh, I can't play." But he was like, "I want to play the last few days." Remember that? Remember that?
Here's the thing, right? He's telling reporters that he's ready to go for the game.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he knows he's not cleared medically to play the game. So
exactly.
why are you telling reporters you can play?
Con job. He's a con job. This guy only wants his money.
I think he tried to push himself through
Easy.
the.
They didn't
Push
know
what?
extent
What
of the
did he
injury.
push?
That's the problem.
push
That's why
anything.
we gambled, and Sean Marks fucked it up. No,
Yeah.
He got to
nobody
prove it.
ever wanted the
If
Ben
Ben Simmons
Simmons
come
trade.
back, he's got to be on a prove it deal, man. That's the only smart thing I would see.
Mobizi, he's on a move it deal. Move it somewhere else. Well, that's a good thing. Move it deal. He's on a move it deal.
But see, the
Move
thing is,
somewhere
the only
else.
good thing about that is if you don't get another point guard that's up to his level, he can be someone that you can lean back on that can play.
We already got one in
on a
Shake Milton.
and on a minimum deal, Ben Simmons is a great player on a minimum deal.
Yeah,
We already
He's
got
not for
Shake
us. He's
Milton.
not for
He
us.
ain't going nowhere. So
10
Ben
million.
Simmons will be in Phoenix or somewhere else.
Man, finally somebody with some logic,
I
man.
don't
Oh,
think-
stop
10
with
million.
this
Wait,
illogical
hold on.
spew.
They act like I'm saying I want Ben Simmons to come back, get a supermax contract, lead us to a championship. I'm not saying any of that. All I'm saying is that I want him until we can get an adequate replacement, right?
It's called the draft. It's called the draft, BK.
You want him, but Jordy don't want him.
In my shortest words, it's called the draft.
If you
10
notice
million
something
too
with
much for him,
Jordy,
though, BK. 10 million too much.
Jordy's already told
10
him.
million too much.
No, it's not. Yo, did you watch the game? Easy.
It's a lot.
Oh,
What are
come
you
on,
talking about?
BK. Come on.
We got a plus 16.
It's this point guard from Illinois.
There was no Giannis or Dame, Hoops. There was no Giannis or Dame, BK.
Look,
Remember that.
you guys are in the top 10 right now.
That's
It's a
even more
point
than a
guard.
mid-level exception.
Yo, one at a time, please. One at a
Illinois.
time.
One at a time. One at a time. One at a time.
It's a point guard from Illinois. Oh, my bad.
Kasparis or something like that.
Kasparis, he plays with Will Riley, bro. He plays with Will Riley, bro. I'm telling you, that could be a guy y'all could look at. He's 6'6" point guard. Yeah, so that'd be a guy I watch out for.
It's over here. I think at number 7. Hold on, let me see. It was at.
He's number 6 in DACA form,
right?
Nolan
Got y'all taking that center
Nolan's
from Duke, but if y'all want to switch it up, that point guard, if that point guard's not off the board and with 8 or 7 or whatever, I take him.
Because this one right here from Illinois,
he's good.
Yakionis.
Kasparis Yakionis, right? Yeah, 6.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, is he better than Dylan Harper though? Or I mean, what's his like?
He's not.
He's better than Ben Simmons.
But Dylan,
yes,
y'all not getting top 5. Y'all not getting top like unless y'all get the lottery balls. These teams, bad,
balls.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Teams are bad at
BK, at the end of the day, if the NBA wants to, BK, at the end of the day, if the NBA wants to revitalize the ticket sales, keeping Brooklyn out of that top 5 would be egregious. The teams aren't going to make you money with these prospects.
The draft lottery is in, I believe, May this year. Like, if you honestly telling me this team is going to be that good by May, like I don't know what to tell you.
Look, anything can happen. Look, anything can happen because look, the Rockets pick went from 9 to 3. Y'all pick and go from 8 to 5 or something like that, or 8 to 3 shit too. So it just
ping pong
depends.
balls work funny way.
It
You
just
can
depends,
be
man.
number 1. Detroit picked like out of 5 years they picked one time number 1, 4 times
well,
number 5.
I don't really care if we get the number 1
and they
pick.
had
If
worse
we get
record.
2 or 3, I'm fine with it.
Facts.
Outside of that,
I'm not focused on it just being, we gotta get the number 1 pick.
I ain't gonna lie.
I think center's the most important thing right now.
I like
Dylan
for y'all too.
Kasparis, hold on, he's not really. Well, he's not really like an elite athlete like that. I mean, he's a below the rim player.
Here we go. Here we go.
Right, let me see something here. Let me see this. Let's see what the NBA scouts have.
I mean, your point guard don't always got to be above the rim. You know?
It helps.
No, LM, in BK's world, it has to be. If it's not, he's not a good basketball player.
If he's 6'6", he ain't above
BK,
the
it
rim.
helps
That
to
is a
watch the
problem.
game instead of reading some of these
That
scouts
is a problem.
because
If he
what's his name? Kasparis Yakionis, he can play, he can shoot, he can pass. But the whole thing about it, he is not the player that's gonna improve our team to the point like we contending. Like he needs to play with somebody like he needs Joker, he needs Giannis. Like if you put player like that next.
I know. I get what you're saying, though. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I get
Yeah.
it. I think y'all not gonna be that bad though. Y'all not gonna be that bad for y'all
Yeah,
picks
but
to be already top
ping
5
pong
before the
balls,
lottery
man.
balls drop, man. That's
I
the
mean,
only
anything
thing.
can happen.
Mo Beasley,
Yo,
we trying
but
to
we
tell
bottom
you that.
7. We bottom 7 team as of today. At
Oh man,
bottom, being at
JP
bottom
saying that
7, we can be in top
hold
3
on.
easy.
JP saying that he's better than Dylan Harper at the point guard position. I
I
No,
got
think he's
he's
being
not.
sarcastic. I
No,
think he's being
he's not.
sarcastic, man.
No,
He's,
he's
he's being
not.
sarcastic.
Dylan Harper
listen, you told me
probably is the
what?
best player coming out of this
Dylan Harper's
draft right
probably the
now.
best point guard in the draft.
Well, Yegor can
Player,
make a
not
case.
only
If
point
you talk
guard.
about best playmaker, I think Yegor's got a better case than Harper's. Harper's mostly been dominant on offense. His playmaking's kind of gone down a little bit, but he's still dominant
All right, so
offensively.
hold on.
Yegor's been great on
They have
playmaking.
Dylan Harper really as a 2, not really as even as a point guard.
He
No,
could
he's a
play the
1. He's a
two.
1. He's a
He's not
1,
a
but he's a
two.
Because
scorer.
I'm
he's
just saying they
6'7",
got to hold on.
6'6", something like that.
They have
He
him as
could play the two, but he's mostly a 1 in my opinion.
Yeah, he's a 1.
Yeah.
That's not going to change.
not right here.
They
Point guard.
they got
He can
Igor
play the
Dimin
two.
as
He
number
can
2
play the
as
two,
well.
but it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be a 2.
The
He
Pelicans
might
should not
put
get
him at
another
1.
lottery pick. The Pelicans don't know what the hell they're doing with lottery picks, man. They should not get a top lottery pick.
Pelicans getting Zion and Ingram back after New
Yeah,
Year,
get them
so they're
back.
gonna
Get
be
those
winning.
boys back. Yeah. There's your
So,
lottery picks.
yo,
Yeah, so
Philly,
they don't have
Pelicans, they'll
Dylan
be
as number
passing
2.
us in no time. So forget about them. Probably Jazz as well. Utah will
And the
be winning games.
Raptors.
The
What
teams
about the
that we
Raptors?
need to worry about is the Toronto, Washington, and what's his name? Charlotte Hornets. That's 3 teams that we probably not gonna be able to pass from the what's his name winning record
Toronto, you
wise.
got to look at though, because it's like you could arguably say they already got their guy in Scotty Barnes, but it's like how much losing seasons are you going to produce at one point? At what point
You also
do you
also
gotta
gotta
ask yourself like,
And they
all right,
didn't trade Podol yet, right?
Right. They're gonna. I think they're sellers too at the deadline.
They played quickly. They played R.J. Barrett. They played Harrison Barnes. I mean, their salary cap is pretty much like maxed out, and they in a tax threshold territory, like they right there. But the whole thing about they trash all the players they signed, like R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel quickly to that contract. Like, what you doing? And after that, Masai Ujiri is a GM guru. Like, I'm really dumbfounded right now. Like,
Maybe they want to trade those contracts eventually for draft.
They should have the talent. They have the talent to be better than what they are.
I particularly worry about the teams in the West that like Utah and New Orleans, just because man they're gonna be punching bags for their West, man. It's tough. It's tough to get wins out there right now, man.
I think Portland got a win tonight. So if Portland's better than
New
us, that's
Orleans
a win.
played competitive for the past 2 weeks. If you look at it, once they got
tonight.
TJ back and what's his name, Trey Murphy,
What's crazy?
they've been playing competitive. They just couldn't close numerous games.
And
Like they all the way to the bottom, they've been right there. The last minute, who they played the game before last one? It was 1 point game till they what's his name lost in the last 15 seconds. I'm watching all these bottom teams. Like some of them just not that bad. They just.
Well, what's the name is really talented. New Orleans is really talented there,
and they're getting Zion and Ingram back, right? They will be winning games.
Their most expensive players may not even be their best players. Because you look at Zion,
CJ is on the heater right now. He be putting numbers.
All those other guys are even better. You know, like the Troy
Murphy,
Herb Jones. Jordan Hawkins, all of them dudes is good.
Missy actually looking real good right now. I'll be surprised
too. That's what I'm saying. All of the young guys are better than our young guys.
We just don't have the
I don't know
talent
about
of the
Derek
young
Queen
guys.
over here, man.
He's a good player. Derek Queen's a good uprising big man. Don't be like that.
Saying he's a below the rim player, lacks explosive athleticism. And
have you watched his film tape? Well, BK, forget about the draft. Have you watched his film tape at all? I watch his games. I watch his games, and he's
Even
tracking
the film
people.
tape, you gotta
He's
just watch
tracking
games.
little kids.
You gotta watch
What's
What's
you
up
gotta
with
watch
this
him play. He's definitely
Nupa?
athletic.
Yeah,
He
he's
can
good.
shot blocker or rim protector.
John can't be tracking. He won't be tracking and bullying all these NBA grown men.
Yeah,
He's
playing
well though. He has an offensive game. He can finish at the rim. He's a good rebounder too for his size. So
BK, can you look up Con Newport?
I don't
Con
like
Knipple?
Con Knipple, that's his name.
Yeah, he's the second leading scorer on Duke behind Cooper.
Yeah,
hold on.
Take a thug got y'all taking him at 8 right now.
Yeah, we ain't taking no Con Knipple, man.
NBA, hold on, let me see, because NBA draft that they would do a scout report on him. Let me see. They should.
I don't understand. How are the Pacers? Wait, how are the Pacers ahead of us?
No.
That makes no sense.
Where?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what website BK on, but
yo, guys, look at the website. The Pacers are ahead of us record-wise, and they're gonna get a top pick over us. Come on.
Nah.
Yo, BK, at least put Tankathon. Like, you never know.
Yeah, I feel like Tankathon is the best website for it.
Derek Queen reminds me of like Zach Randolph, but he's not as big.
Yeah, that's what I said on Breezy podcast just now. Like, that kid is like Zebo 2.0, but will his muscle translate to NBA? Can he do that versus grown men? Is the thing to watch.
So which position are you guys zoning in?
Footwork.
What position are you guys zoning in for the first pick?
We need every position.
They have the one, the 3 of the 1, the 3 of the 5 is mostly. I think we're set at power forward and scoring. We need 1, 3, or 5.
They got the Brooklyn Nets picking the number 8 on Tankathon here.
Yo, all of these.
That would be around
definitive,
the area.
It's not definitive.
Y'all told me to go to that. Y'all told me to go to them. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, they correct. Number 8 as of right now, but Philly's gonna pass us. Pelicans is gonna pass us. So even if Pelicans to showcase,
the Pelicans they got only 5 wins. They are not.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm looking at Toronto 7 wins. Charlotte got 7
is this
wins.
Team a playing team if everyone stays healthy at Cam?
We gotta play Toronto. We gotta play Toronto 3 more times. So
why would we want to be a playing team and draw out of top 20 again?
If Portland would fire their coach, they would win.
We gotta play Washington 4 times, right? We didn't play them yet.
No, we haven't yet.
If Ben Simmons keeps playing the way he's playing, and Cam Johnson and Cam Thomas comes back, hell, he may have to trade the whole team. Then Jonathan.
Cam Johnson is going to be
gone. We're going to trade Johnson very soon. You know the market for BK. You know the market for Johnson keeps growing every day. Now the Lakers might want to go all in on him. Like there's a market for him right now. He's going to get traded any day now. I don't think it's a matter of a week or a month. It's a matter of days
Johnson
now.
is 2 first-round picks, or lottery picks. So
it's going soon.
Yeah, Cam Johnson ain't going nowhere. Nobody.
He's going somewhere soon.
He's not going.
You guys just got your.
Adar, what do you mean he's not going anywhere? You're going to keep a guy who's hitting 50% from field goal, 47 from 3?
One at a time. Hold on. Who was that? That was LBL talking? Or?
I was asking. I want to ask you guys a question about your pick. So I know you guys traded with Houston for your pick back, right, for this year, next year.
Yeah.
So what, like, if your pick falls at like what minimum number will you like? All right, we got our pick back. We got this number. We cool. You know what I'm saying? Before you like
top
what 4. Number like after that?
Top 5.
Top 4. No,
top 5. No less than 10.
Top 5.
Top 5. No less than 10. Top 5. No less than 10.
So basically, so far this trade is a bad trade for y'all so far since y'all at 8 right now.
Not really. It's still, to me, it's still early. It's still early. Like we're not even in February yet.
But what I'm trying to say is,
season. It's time.
What my question was is that they said that they need to be. This pick needs to end up top 4, top 5 for this trade, for this first part of the trade to be a success. Is that
yes, that's a fact.
This Tankathon thing changes every week.
No, I'm saying
changes every month. Like we don't like in February we probably would be at 3
last
or 4.
month Milwaukee was having a top 3 pick. Right now
I'm saying so if the pick goes outside of 5, so if it goes 6, 7, or 8, y'all like, man, that's some BS, bro.
I think you'll be disappointed a little bit,
Yeah,
Mo
that will be some years.
You'll be disappointed, but you can still get some. You can still get something there.
You can get a
So
building
it's-
block.
You would want it to be top 5 though.
So in 2026, you guys are shooting for another top 5 pick after making improvements on
That's
your
why we
team.
traded for two.
Yes, we traded for two.
So you guys are banking. So basically, you guys are banking on being bad for the next 2 years, even though you're trying to make improvements on your team.
That's what our front
Right,
office said.
that's if we're talking about the odds, but what we should be talking about is the selection.
But
it doesn't matter about the odds. It's who you get with that
Mo
pick.
Beasley, didn't y'all do that? Didn't you?
They did it for 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. We're
No,
doing the
no,
same
because
thing.
well, yeah, okay, yeah, that I'm getting that, but I was asking the question because I was trying
It's
to
just
get
New
like
Yorkers
a
are
number.
impatient.
I know.
But
I'm just trying to get a.
even with Houston pick, like imagine you don't pick Jalen Green. Imagine you went somewhere else. Imagine if you didn't pick Sengun, you went somewhere
Imagine
else.
OKC
Like
got that pick. Imagine
right?
They
Like
drafted their best player, number
it
16.
really matters
So
on also the selection. Like
But
you can get the pick, but who you select with that pick, the player, that's important.
The
Right.
reason why the main reason why I asked the question was because when you make this pick, you have a number in your head already. It's like, yo, we need to get right here with this year and this year. We need to get right here, right here. Other than that, we gonna
Mobizi,
have
what
to,
LM trying to
make some
tell
money.
you is that you're expected Jalen Green to be something more than he is right now. But you'll
Of
never
course.
expected Sengun to be your best player as of today, right? At 16, you expected him to be good, but not
Yeah, we
great
expect him
to
to be
be
good.
to the point he is right now.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
LM trying to tell you. You cannot predict the future and how the player is gonna turn out. That's what
No,
LM trying to
Right,
tell you.
that's a fact.
I wasn't trying to put. I wasn't saying I was predicting the future. I was just trying to get a draft number position from you guys to where you would feel comfortable with this trade being made. That's
I
what
would
I was
say
at.
honestly, if I'm keeping it real, if my prediction, I would want it to be top 3, but you still as Brooklyn, you win, even if that pick lands outside of the top 3. If Brooklyn, you win, if that pick or that player you get turns out to be a star and a
Right.
countless all-star for years to come, you win.
Okay.
Because you made the right selection. It didn't matter if you was 8, 9, 10, 5, 6. You made the right selection, and that player turned out to be a star. That
So
to me, you win.
Yeah, I get it. I
You
get
won.
what you mean. Now, it's not about the numbers. You just want to make sure the selection is right.
Right, the selection.
But
Right.
unlike Houston, we've never picked in the top 10.
Yeah, we've never
Sean
done that
Marks.
before. We're making history
Never
next year,
Sean
so it's
Marks.
The
very
first
important.
time in
LM said
Brooklyn
it's very
history, we're
important.
recently
making
did that when
lottery
Harden was
pick.
gone. Now, when Harden was there,
Facts.
we had so that's
That's why
but
it matters. The BK. That's why it matters to be bottom 5. Is you want to make history, you got to do it right, not do it
Mo
wrong.
Beasley, let me ask you this. Did y'all make a mistake in taking Shepard 3?
No, I don't think so because for me, I feel like anybody that we took 3 right there was not gonna be getting no playing time anyway because the expectations for us was to win 50 for close to 50 games. We won 41. My mindset was winning 45. So if 45 to 48, so if you trying to win 45 to 48 in the West and you're a rookie, you ain't finna get no playing time. I don't care who you is unless you just LeBron or something like that.
You would be taking Jared McCain right now. Stop it.
But do you see him? do you see him eventually developing into a starter?
Yes, I do because right now, like he's developing and getting the minutes because like everybody's trying to learn how to win. We all trying to do something. Everybody's on a one track mind to the playoffs. So it's like, yeah, we gonna develop you here and there, but we got bigger fish to fry right now. We weren't even supposed to have Reed Shepard. You know what I'm saying? Like we weren't supposed to be at number 3. We was at number 9 and 8.
You only got 2 real battle tested veterans, right? That's Adams and
Adams don't even play. Fred VanVleet and Brooks. What are you talking about?
Guys that played their starters? Okay, yeah.
And Brooks, right?
Yeah, there's 2.
and they
How
about
do
to
you
trade
even?
Fred VanVleet for
But the
De'Aaron
thing with
Fox.
Reed
Every
Shepard is
fucking
like
trade is out there.
you
Oh, Van
behind
Fleet.
you behind Van Fleet, you behind
I
Amen
forgot about Van
Thompson, you
Fleet.
behind Jalen Green. Like, where does he fit in that starting lineup?
I think with Amen's more like of a tool. Like he's more a positionless player, but he just had the ball in his hand. So if we played tonight, like he was in small forward position, but the guy had the ball in his hand with Fred and Jalen on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's just like kind of a Swiss Army knife. So you can kind of put him anywhere on the floor and still be able to play Reed Shepard at the same time. It's just that right now we trying to win and we trying to stack wins and we trying to like we got a whole lot of other stuff going on right now and developing rookies, you know what I'm saying? That's like low on the total pole, you know, it is what it is.
I think y'all
So
What
got too
he's
much
trying to
talent,
say
man.
is that Ime Udoka don't want to develop too much, and
it's
they
not that
trying
he
to win
doesn't
right.
want to develop too much, but
He's
we're
not
trying to
playing
do
them.
both at the same time. We're trying to do both at the same time, but it's like one's taking more priority over the other because we're number 2 in the West. I didn't even think we'd be this right here. So, like when
That
you
soft
know you
schedule did a good thing, but let's see after New Year what's gonna happen. Like, let's
man,
see
they
after
they
that.
no nobody thought we'd be right here. I didn't even think. I
Soft
just said
schedule,
give me
man.
6 seed,
Soft
man.
schedule.
There's a
That's
few
They
all I'm
say
teams that
gonna
that
had
say.
y'all
they
top
they
three.
they say that for everybody, man. You know how it go. But it
But
is
I'm
what it
glad
is.
at some
We'll
point I'm
see.
glad they're getting it together because it's only so long that you can like even the thing, and I was saying this on Breezy's podcast, like the CP3 made a great point after that Knicks game. Like, yo, it's only so long that you can say we're a young team before it comes up as excuses. Like you're in
Yeah.
the NBA now. You're in the big leagues. Like it's time to put on your big boy pants and show whether or not you made for the moment.
And
Like
that's the thing with the Reed Shepherd thing. So it's like, yeah, you kind of got to do that in a certain sense. So and that's what, and I get what you're saying. Eve. I mean, cut you off, but yeah, it's kind of
yeah, no, it's just you gotta. They're talented enough. Like even I didn't expect Houston to be 2, but I did expect them at some point to be a top 5 or top 10 West team. Like they got the talent. They all or
Tell them
everybody
they've
over
been
there
one
is
game
talented.
away from the play last year. They were
Yeah,
about
they
to
was
take
bound
that
to.
lead.
Yeah, they was bound to take the lead. Right, exactly. So they're putting it together. They look pretty good. Sengun looks like. I mean, Sengun is amazing. Green is green. Like the
If not
talent
for
on that
Sengun
team should
injury, they
be
probably make a playing tournament last year. So that
right.
goes there.
So
How is
y'all guys got a good,
how is
bright
Thompson
future,
looking?
man.
And to be honest,
How is
I don't even
Thompson
want to
looking?
trade for nobody, man. I kind of want to do some San Antonio thing, like man, let these guys play. They already been playing together 3 years anyway. I just kind of keep this thing rolling because there's no juggernauts. Like I'm not scared of OKC. I look at
Yo,
OKC
Nah,
BC,
as a
yo,
regular
you
season
should
team.
be a little bit.
Mobizi,
Wait, wait,
hold on,
Respectfully, you should be a
Mobizi,
little bit.
your GM said the Jalen Green contract the way it should be traded. So let's stop it right there. The Jalen Green contract is very tradable contract,
It is.
and every
And
team would be looking to trade for that contract. 30 mil. I mean, Sengun gave you a big pay cut, and Jalen Green gave you a pay cut, and he agreed to that tradable contract. If
to be
if you're trading for a star player like let's say De'Aaron Fox that you're gonna get, any team like you got picks loaded, you're probably the second best team outside of Brooklyn. Brooklyn number 1 and yours number 2. After that is OKC. You're the second best team that have first round picks. And why I say that because OKC have protected picks. You'll have unprotected picks.
I think Spurs up there.
You
Spurs up
think
there too.
No,
Spurs is up there with
they
capital.
don't have
Spurs
as
don't have the
much.
talent though as much.
Yo, imagine the Spurs
They
go
got
get the
mad draft capital though.
imagine the Spurs get the Aaron Fox this summer, man. Fox and Wemby. Whew. Some teams
It's
better look
But
out.
between them and
Sacramento,
I
Houston.
you
Nah,
was
know,
but
thinking, I
Sacramento.
was saying, would you trade Green for because he was saying Jalen Green's contract is tradable.
I
Would you
would
trade Green for
I would kind
Fox?
of no,
in a heartbeat.
I would trade I would put Van Fleet, Reed Shepard, some picks. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, something like that. Because De'Aaron Fox and the Jalen Green backcourt, I ain't gonna lie, boy, that's scary out. That's scary. With that pick and roll with Şengün, that's scary hours, boy.
But
That's
That
could
does
be a
look
good
really
backcourt.
good versus what's his name? Okay,
That's an athletic backcourt too.
That's
But don't you
scary,
gotta
man. With that
open up?
pick and roll with Şengün, that D Fox pick and roll with Şengün, man, come on.
Damn, Hernandez doesn't like your Rockets team, man. Ouch.
I wouldn't either. They came up too fast, bro.
That was a good one.
They came up too fast, bro. Ain't nobody gonna like your team when they come up too fast like that. Look at all these other teams. Sacramento took 20 years to get back to the playoff, bro. It's about to take us 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Mo Beasley, you think it can happen with Brooklyn?
What? How long has it been since y'all been out of the playoffs?
Nah, that was like 2
About a
years.
year?
Yeah,
I'll be bro. We've been.
We had
KD, Kyrie, and Harden, bro. Like
this East
we
is
gotta
easy
give
to
this
make the
rebuild
play
shit
in, bro.
a chance.
This East is too easy to make the play in, bro.
Right.
And
that's why we
I'm
don't
telling
want
y'all
to
right
do
now,
it.
y'all are underrated team, and I know y'all did the trade, so y'all want to be bad, but I just don't see y'all being as bad as y'all either want to be or think y'all gonna be. That's just me from an outside
You know what the
perspective.
fun thing is, Mo BC? We got the most draft capital in the East, and nobody's thinking about that. Like when the time comes to get a star, we'll get a star. Nobody will outbid us for
We
him.
got the lead.
John,
What are you talking about?
I don't agree with you. I
No,
don't
Bill, what do you mean?
I don't think we got more than OKC.
Listen, I understand we're going to go with the homegrown thing for now, but eventually, if you want to win and the star's available, you take the shot. If you want to
what
win.
I'm saying is,
No, you don't.
I'm saying is you could have all the
Really,
Adar? They come in there.
Hold on. The whole thing about it's about the team construction. Like how much you giving up for the star player. Like let's say Giannis available. They're asking for Cam Thomas, Noah Clowney, Cam Johnson, and all the Knicks picks. Are you doing that?
How about you get Cam Johnson, Nick Claxton, and 4 or 5 picks? That's it. You know, I'm not getting anything. I'm not giving you
they're gonna
look
want
at
Cam
how
Thomas
GM looking at
They
it.
ain't gonna get
I'm
Cam
giving
Thomas.
you top
The
three.
point for them would be to get draft picks and draft their own talent. That would be the point.
But the
I'm
Milwaukee
giving you
GM,
top three player.
want Cam
if I'm
Thomas? The
trading,
league already doesn't like Cam Thomas. Like, why would the Bucks want
John,
Thomas?
if you trading Giannis away, you're asking for Cam Thomas. There's no way you're not gonna ask.
But don't you think they prioritize draft capital since they have no draft capital?
I'm giving you top 3 player.
But
I'm giving you top 3 player
You're
in
giving
NBA.
us arguably one of the top 3 players in the league. I'm asking for Cam Thomas.
But who's
Y'all
gonna
do
be
know y'all a
playing
half
with him?
game out of 10th, right?
But who's gonna
yes,
play?
we know that.
But who's gonna play with him? If you're giving up all of our top players that are currently on the roster,
right? Who is playing with Giannis?
Who's playing?
You guys don't
with
think Giannis will have a say in who goes where on the
That's
team?
what happened when Kobe asked a trade to Chicago. Remember that? They said they're gonna give up everything to them.
He's not gonna wait for Dylan Harper and all them guys to get
right. He wants to win now. He's 30.
Exactly.
Like
he
doesn't even fit that stage that we're at right now.
But he got his money.
But the GM, to keep his job, what he's gonna do? I'm giving you top 3 player. What you gonna give me?
You know what? Brooklyn Nets fans, Brooklyn Knicks fans is actually right, man. I mean, you got like picks in the 20s. You know, we did get.
Are you for real, Brooklyn Knicks fan?
How did we get
your whole
Fleet?
future, man? We gave you a role player for 6 picks. Get out of here.
We didn't get Fleet. We don't even. First of all, it's way too early to even say we got fleeced or not.
Yo, Knicks
you
gonna
gotta
burn
look at
out
like
in a
years
matter
down the line,
of 1 or 2 years. What they talking about? And they not even top 14
What happened
in
with
Eastern
Nets Kingdom,
Conference
man?
right
Hold
now.
on. I gotta see what Nets Kingdom is talking about, man. He said they turned into Knicks fans all of a sudden.
What
happened?
What?
No. He says Nets Kingdom is talking Knicks now. I think they gave up on the Nets.
Whatever.
Let me see. I got to see. Surprise, man.
But like, I don't
Last
understand. Like, you're talking about the Nets got fleets. First of all, it's way too early to even say something like that. Like, we don't even know what. First of all, we not even in the draft yet. So like, even say that is just
the only
exactly.
thing.
45 plus games to go. Like, what are we talking about? It's too early.
The only thing I disagree with you with is that you're saying it's too early. For me, we got to lose a lot more.
Yeah, because it's way
too. No, it's even still is way too
games left.
My thing about is way too early is even if the pick is not top three, if that player that we pick or our pick turns out to be an all-star or whatever the case may be, that
Oh, I
is not a
understand.
fleece.
No, I
At least
understand
not in
what
my
you.
opinion.
I understand what
especially in
you're
this
saying.
draft because of the depth.
No, I understand what
Right.
you're saying. But what I'm saying is, since we made the trade with Mo Beasley, right, and we got
Mhm.
back our own picks, it's in our control. We should be losing,
I think it's
right?
still too early.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think it's
think
still
LVN,
too
LVN.
early.
we're
But
not
to
We're in
getting
your
the
trade
point,
deadline
anymore.
but to your
season.
point,
LM,
you
we're in trade
cannot
deadline
predict how
Who's
season.
the
been
ping pong
who's
balls
been to
drop.
who's been to
You
some
cannot
Barclays
predict
games recently?
how the balls drop. You can't.
Most of the
That's what I'm
people.
trying to tell Jonathan, man. You can't like it's not set in stone with these draft
So
Yo, we
picks.
could
BK,
be
you
the
want to
worst.
draw
We
the
could
top
be the
20
worst
then, Hoops. That
team.
you want to
We
do?
could be the
Yo,
worst team in the league. Doesn't
most of
mean we
the
gonna get number one.
most of the
Exactly.
Nets games, most of the Nets home games, they're casual fans or fans of the other team. I'm telling you, I
Yeah.
went and it's like, man, there's a whole bunch of Europeans in there. There's a whole bunch of other of teams. Whoever the opponent is, that's who's showing up. Like the Toronto people are coming down, the Philly people are coming up. All of those other teams. I think went last. It was Orlando. You had all of them Germans coming in and to watch the Wagners. You know what I'm
LBN,
saying?
I
you've
know
been
ain't
to
no
the
Rockets
Knicks game
fans coming
during
to no Brooklyn
2000s.
games, man. I know ain't no
You ever
Rockets
been
fans
to
coming.
Knicks games
So it ain't
around
about
2000s?
like what I'm
Like
trying to say. What I'm trying to say about Cy is he don't care about whether the fans are Nets fans or Knicks fans. He don't care. They buying tickets.
Yeah, as
So
long as the
that's
money
what it
coming in, it don't
right.
matter.
That's what I'm
exactly.
trying to tell him. Like even Sean Marks, man. Like when it comes to the draft and the team direction, they don't care about the fans, man.
They should care. BK, at the end of the day, you want to put up the best product possible and starts getting a top pick. If you get top 20, that's egregious.
But
I
I
do think they care
understand.
about in terms of the draft and the picks and stuff. I think they care about that, but
But I understand what the guy was saying about being too close for comfort because being a half a game out of the play in at Christmas, that wasn't the plan. I'm pretty sure
Facts. It
that
was
wasn't
the
the plan.
plan.
You know what I'm
To
saying?
get
So
11
that's
wins right
what
now wasn't the plan.
and I know what Easy is basically saying is it's not nothing is set in stone, but the other I don't know his name, but the other guy basically is saying like, yo, we should be losing more than this. We shouldn't be a half a game out the play in if we just
Yeah.
got our picks
That's
back. That's
LBL.
what he's saying.
That's LBL. That's
Yeah. We
LBL.
Okay,
yo,
gotta lose
LVL. That's what
more.
LVL is saying.
the draft is so crazy because New Orleans got Zion with 33 wins, and they still got
Yeah,
the
but
number
that's
one
an
pick.
aberration. That's an anomaly. That doesn't
Right.
normally happen. Our best
I
is
agree,
number two.
but
And
we
Atlanta
we
Hawks got the
still
number
But
don't.
one overall
also,
pick, and they was in the play.
you have to think about this. You also have to think about this, LM, because we have multiple picks. The higher our highest pick is, the more it'll allow us to even trade up if we wanted to, or to trade down based on that. So even though, like it's much easier for a team to say, okay, well, we'll take your second pick, your 15th or your 18th pick, because you're giving us a top 3 pick to get number 2. That's what I'm saying.
That would be a problem in this draft because this is an elite draft class.
No, but
So
that's
a
what
lot
I'm
of
trying to
teams is
say. That's what I'm trying to say. That a lot of you know, like the difference between like whoever's getting 1, 2, and 3 is probably just keeping it, right? Whoever ends up with those players is probably just keeping it and hoping someone makes a mistake, right? But anywhere after that, we might
4.
be able to move up. We might be able to move up.
I don't even know about that. I think
If they're
it's
getting 2
hard, man.
players, because
It's
remember
hard.
what happened with what's the name? Remember what happened with Atlanta, right? Remember Atlanta said, "Okay, we're getting 2, we're getting players in the top 10, and all we got to do is give this trash European guy, Luka Doncic, to Dallas." And look what
Crazy.
happened. You
Crazy.
don't think they regret that ever since?
They should. They really
Mm,
should.
That was an
I'm saying,
they
aberration,
and it's
bro.
nothing
should, but
That's
then
against.
again, Trey Young
It's
has
nothing against. I'm
done
saying, but it's not. It's
decent
not
for
a
them.
slight against
Young
Trey.
has gotten to a
What I'm
finals
saying
yet.
is, it's a slight against getting that second pick, that fifth pick, right? Hunter. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? There was a big drop off between Trey and Hunter, and that's what
Right.
I'm saying.
It's
So
so it's still a risk even in that though, because I mean you look at Steph Curry with 9, Shea with 11. Like we don't know which of these players. Yeah, you will want to draft up to get the higher odds. I definitely get that, but you don't know which player can pop off at any moment. Like yeah, a dude at 9 you passed up on. Nah, we want to go higher. That dude at 9 might be better than the guy you got at 4.
well, but
Then
that's
you're
why
like,
you
yo,
got
we
to
had
do
a
your
chance to
homework.
get him.
Are y'all even
Right.
want to do y'all even want to draft all 4 picks, or do y'all like want to use 2 packs
I
of
want
We
2?
to
need
draft
to.
the
I want
top
to
I
draft at
wouldn't
least
draft all
two.
of
At
them.
least two. At least two.
I
Right.
want to
Because
draft
it's
the top 2.
Yeah,
yeah,
at least
I'll
two.
No,
draft
I'm
2 or
drafting all
3,
4.
but
I'm
all
drafting all
4.
4.
No,
Yes,
Adar, why draft all four? We have to re-sign some of the guys on
because
this
there's
team to make
talent out
the
there.
salary
Because
cap work. Remember?
because talent. No, because talent out there. We
I tell
gonna
you, I
sign
won't.
some
But how are you gonna make
free
the salary
agents
cap work when they're making like 2 million? Adar, how's that gonna work?
They
because
gonna
you
be in the
Man,
can
G
we can
League.
you're
afford
gonna
that.
resign Cam Thomas. That contract is
So
gonna
you're
look
gonna
good.
give you $100
No,
cap space all to Cam Thomas? No, that's not gonna happen.
No,
no,
not
no. Cam
no.
Thomas will be signed
There's other
after.
free agents that you can acquire. So
Yeah,
listen.
Who
Free
would you want to
agency is
acquire
trash
then?
this year though.
Yeah,
but
it's really
Hmm?
bad. Like, nobody wants Jimmy. Nobody wants Ingram. No.
but my point is the reason I'm not getting 4 is because of like I'll just say this: I ain't making a trade before draft day because you got to see where it all falls out. You know what I mean? Because
Well,
we
the
could
draft
have.
comes before free agency, so there goes that.
Yeah, but I know I'm just saying, but we got to figure that out before we see who we're drafting. But I'm just saying, ordinarily, when teams get those extra picks, a lot of them don't hit. Like, I still remember Brandon Armstrong. We got Richard Jefferson, we got
Yeah.
Jason Collins, and then we picked freaking Brandon Armstrong. Come on, he couldn't even play. And I'm saying, so by the time we get to the third and fourth pick, sometimes it's just draft fatigue, and they're just like, oh, well, just take them. That's somebody's uncle.
Best player
No,
on the board.
yeah.
No, but
Yeah,
So
we
you get the
drafted
best player on the
Nicholas
3 or
Claxton in the
4. You
second
really
round.
just get the
Hold
best
on.
player on the
We
board, man.
drafted Jason Williams in the second round. We drafted Jared Allen in the 22. We drafted Noah Clowney at 21. Like we got a GM who knows how to identify a talent late in the draft picks. Why can't we trust this guy and get us all them 4 picks right now? Like
but
I'm dumbfounded.
can we trust them to pick the right guy in the top 10?
I do. Why not? Because I
Okay.
already named you some names, like Caris
Okay.
LeVert, another one.
Hey, speaking of
I
Cass
think
LeVert and
I
Jared
think it
Allen.
tough.
Oh, my bad.
No, I'm saying if the pick lands around 4, I don't think I'm necessarily tripping because that 4 can be Trey Johnson, 4 can be Igor Demin, 4 can be Edgecombe, 4 could be whoever. So you won't necessarily you're not really missing
You're not
out.
losing. You're not
Yeah,
losing.
you're
There's
not
no drop
losing
off after 3.
necessarily,
There's no
right?
drop off after
So
3.
after
And look,
right, so
If anything,
if
it's
you
an upgrade. It's a sneaky
well,
right,
upgrade.
LM, they could also do this. They could have that mindset on like the top 4 guys, and then you get 5. And guess what? After those first 4, you might say, well, all the other guys are even. So we could also trade down because we have other picks. So we don't have like if we want a certain guy and he's gone, then we could trade down because there might be a team that wants that guy more than we do. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't always have to be, and then because our motto should be we don't draft for position. We just we draft best draft potential.
Hey, can I ask y'all a side question on a side note? Uh, so back, it's unrelated, but back to the Harden deal. When y'all found out that we traded Jared Allen and Karis LeVert to Cleveland, what was y'all thoughts on that? And looking back on that, was
Why'd you
that a
do
good
it?
move or a bad move?
Well,
Bad
it got
move.
you guys saying goon. It got you saying goon, so I can't blame the way the chips fell for you guys. But I was surprised you did it.
We never cared because we concentrated on the championship. At that time, we had
Oh no, I
Kyrie,
hated the
Harden,
trade.
and KD. It
I
was
hated the
championship
trade.
or bust.
I
I'm
that
saying for
Nope.
trade
Houston.
that
Nope.
trade saved
Nope.
Karis LeVert's life though. So
No, I'm saying for
Nope.
Houston, as far as like,
Yeah, that's the
what
crazier
did
part too.
did y'all look at them like they were crazy for like not keeping Jared Allen and Karis LeVert?
Nah,
no.
because we knew what's his name? Murray got fired, and you hired the Stone, his protege. We knew that Taiwan shit, all that other stuff. New owner Fertitta, he's cheap. We never cared. We were just laughing
To
at
be
that
honest, I
time.
wasn't comfortable paying Jared Allen $100 million. I wasn't comfortable paying Jared Allen $100 million. I'm from the old school. I'm from the tutelage of, if you don't have a jump shot,
Jared
I can't
Allen
pay
got
you $100
resigned two
million.
years after that. What are you
Huh?
talking about?
I'm
Jared
just
Allen
saying.
got resigned.
So
I know
I'm
he got
wondering.
re-signed, but I just didn't think he was worth the money at the time. That's
Yeah,
just me.
But
but
we
I'm
never
Imagine
gave
saying.
him
Allen
that
being they
money though.
But
imagine
I
Allen
thought
being your center instead of Sengun.
by
That'd
the
be
time
wild. That'd be
by the
Yeah,
wild.
time
it would be on the defensive end, but I don't know, as far he's improving offensively, but I think Şengün kind of just does. It's more of a hub offensively. Like Jared Allen is a
a
upgraded version
defensive
of
anchor.
Trust me,
Rudy
no
Gobert.
net fan cared about Houston Rockets at that time. We were
Took him
laughing.
though, by the way. But yeah, so Jared Allen, man, yeah, he's a good player, but I just didn't think like if I just like I said, I don't pay dudes $100 million that can't shoot. I don't know. That's just me. Unless you
You know what
just
the
like
crazy
playing like
part is?
Claxton.
Wait. You know what the crazy part is? You actually helped enhance the Cavs rebuild after LeBron left them. Is they got Allen, then they got Garland, and then Mitchell came over like afterwards with Mobley. So you actually helped set up the Cavs for success in
But
a
I
way
think,
too. That's
but
crazy.
but
we helped set
Allen
up a
is
Western
better than
Conference opponent, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Allen is better than
Not
Allen is
actually true. Utah Jazz is trash.
Allen is better than
You're bottom
Claxton.
them. So
Allen is better than Claxton.
We should never traded Jared Allen, man. We really shouldn't
That's
have.
what I was saying. We should have kept
for James
Karis LeVert
Harden,
too.
yes, you had to do that trade.
No,
What are you
we
talking
didn't.
Yeah,
about?
No,
but we,
hell
we lost
no.
we
We
lost
had
our
to
For
whole
do
J-
that.
center depth. Wait,
for
Ado, we lost
James
the whole center.
Harden,
We were relying on DeAndre Jordan, Aldridge, then Andre Drummond. Like
No.
our
hold
center
on.
depth
Yo, we was
died.
killing the league. We was killing the league with just Kyrie and KD
DeAndre
alone.
Jordan
We didn't
signed
need
with
Harden.
KD and Kyrie.
Yeah, I
That
agree.
happened way before.
Yeah,
So don't.
but still, his value
We
dropped.
didn't
Because
need Harden.
remember that's why they fired Atkinson because they wanted DeAndre to start over
Yeah,
Allen.
we
It was a
we we
mistake.
we had KD and Kyrie, but we also had our own picks.
Right.
Yep.
We had our
We
own
had
picks, so we had a
Dinwiddie, we
future.
had Joe Harris, we had all that mob. So at that time they were playing and we were winning and busting ass. But when James Harden asked for trade, god damn,
But we
that's
were winning before James
MVP
Harden
right there.
came.
Yeah, we
What
was
are we
Yep,
winning
talking
y'all
before
were
about?
James
winning.
Harden
Y'all was
anyway.
in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right, we didn't need him. I just think that trade was just greed, honestly. Like,
Yep. No, you know
7
what that trade was?
unprotected picks. That
Trade
was the
no,
problem. We should have
no. The
protected
trade
2
was
picks, at
the
And we
trade
least.
got
was yeah,
15
it was
right back.
greed.
So
You're
what's
right
your
for
point?
box office. They wanted box office more than they wanted deep playoffs.
right.
And that goes back to Joe side getting fans in the building for the money.
Yep, it does.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's not only that. We had an opportunity to win. If not for Kyrie injury, we probably winning that
Yeah, but you
championship
could
right
say
there.
that, but we probably wouldn't even have
Can't
been in that
anticipate
situation
that.
if
It's
we would have
crazy
had.
we had those 3 together, but it still
But if
feels like
we
a
had had,
dream. It really
yeah, but
does.
see, you just the same way you say that, you could say, imagine if we had Allen and Levert, we would have still beat them.
We
Yeah,
should have
because
traded.
y'all
We
were
should have traded.
I
We should have
I
traded for
don't
Miles Turner when we still had
I
Katie
don't
Carroll. We
know
should have
that.
traded for Turner, man. Just got
We
When
had
that
Turner
was a
way
complete
played,
before
team when
that trade. We
KD and
had
Kyrie first got there. That was a complete
before,
team when KD and Kyrie first got there.
Remember,
we had.
remember
We
this.
had 2 chances to trade Claxton. We didn't do. We had like 2 deadlines to trade Claxton for another center.
Remember
We didn't
this.
do it.
for who?
Levert was the only net to
Miles
show up
Turner.
against Philly the year before, right?
No, Miles Turner never got traded to
Le-
nobody.
Levert
Should have
was the
done Joe
only one
Harris
to
and
average
Claxton,
20,
something like
right?
that.
Levert was the
Nobody
only one to average 20,
traded
right?
for Miles Turner. ever. No
let
matter
me,
how
Wait, you
many
mean that
picks
D'Lo
got
theory?
involved.
let me wrap this up over here, man. Tonight, I guess after the game, we're gonna get into Kuminga.
Oh,
And I was watching him, and I think the Nets need to move heaven and earth and try to get him.
For
They don't have
Kuminga?
to. BK, he ain't worth 40 million. BK, come on, we already talked about this.
you
Maybe
gonna pay
20,
Kuminga
25
and
million.
Cam Thomas?
They
You
worth
gonna
40
pay
million, man.
Kuminga and Cam Thomas?
BK, what
You have to
position
draft
do you want
Harper.
him
That's
to
the
play?
way it works. If you draft Harper, you could get
Nah,
Kuminga.
Harper's not guaranteed, but Kuminga is more guaranteed
So
than.
Yeah, but if you get
what do you
Kuminga and
want?
Thomas, you
BK,
don't have a
where
point
do you
guard. What are
want
you
him
gonna
to
do with
play?
So
that?
what position would you want Kuminga to be at?
3.
That's a 3. You get rid of Cam Johnson, and they need shooting. That could be
BK,
like a
ask you a
4-man.
question. You can't. Why would you trade for Kuminga when you can go after Kuminga? I mean, at Kuminga count off season, you got all that
Because
cap space, and what's stopping you? You got to spend some money.
yep, 2
So,
max slots.
That's my point exactly. They got the cap space in the offseason.
Cam
so why
Thomas
you
and
trading
Kuminga,
for
2
him?
max players.
Yeah, he's saying, why are you giving up
Well,
compensation for
I
him?
mean, you never know what can happen, man. There's other teams looking to make offers on
Yo,
Ain't
Kuminga
no
too.
other teams been
Nah.
trading for him last year and year
Adair's
before
somebody's
right.
that.
gonna max out Cam
Adair's
Thomas
right.
if y'all don't do it,
I
dog.
don't
I'm
think it's
telling you right
wise to
now.
just use the
I
money on
wouldn't max
Kuminga
out
right
Cam
now.
Thomas. I don't know about that just yet.
They can
Somebody else is gonna do it, and y'all gonna match that money.
nobody maxing out Cam Thomas because there's no team with the salary cap to max him
Well,
out.
probably not now because he got hurt.
Exactly. And come off season, there won't be no team.
Y'all still gonna have to
Unless
pay him
it's
though.
Washington with 25 million. So there you go.
I agree with SL. It's too early to trade for a player who could be a free agent. Now remember,
Yeah.
that's what got the Knicks in trouble with Melo. Remember?
Now,
Right.
these guys just can read salary cap, and after that, they come with crazy assumptions. Like,
Yeah,
look at the salary cap; it's right there.
I think y'all gonna max out Kuminga though. Y'all throwing that offer sheet out there. I put $100. I think y'all gonna throw that offer sheet out there.
We're
Yeah.
gonna
But
re-sign
better not
Thomas.
max
I
out
don't think we're
Kuminga.
going after Kuminga. It doesn't
Ball.
make sense. It really doesn't. If you're gonna try to get
Listen,
2026 draft, why get Kuminga?
2025. Hold on. The free agency sucks for next season, and then
Okay.
26. Most of those guys, the top tier guys, are going to resign. You might as well get Kuminga if you can.
But why? But Kuminga hasn't hit his ceiling. Listen, you know what the problem was with Kuminga? He has athletic upside and some offense, but defensively, average. Playmaking, not really there. And he doesn't give you a whole lot on the defensive end. So, like, there's some flaws with his game. I don't see him as a first or second. I see him as a third or fourth. Why would you want to pay him all that money if he's really a third or fourth option?
Well, didn't the Knicks actually pay what's his name?
John, here goes that. You see how Jalen Green poison pill? I mean, tradable contract worked. You give him that type of contract, John can come in and go look good.
He's not.
I wouldn't want to invest in Kuminga or Jalen Green.
Y'all don't mind. Y'all guys will be bugging out, man. Y'all not bitching about the Nick Claxton contract, but like somebody like
stop
Kuminga.
bringing up Claxton. He's nothing to do with these other players. He's got nothing to do with Kuminga.
Alan Crabbe, you remember those guys? Alan Crabbe, Tyler Johnson.
Hold on.
You want to rebuild this, Hoops?
Nick Claxton's contract is 25 per year. After this year,
why are we going to sign Kuminga when we might get Ace Bailey?
Ooh, interesting.
Like I said, we might get him.
But I'm saying, so you got to let it play out.
I don't know. I was just looking at some reports though that
LBN, hold on. Why not pair Kuminga and Ace Bailey at the same time?
Yeah, I agree.
That doesn't work.
Like
if you have Ace and Kaminga, what happens to Cloudy? What happens to Cloudy? Doesn't Cloudy go to the bench if that happens? How can you play all those guys in the same rotation? You can't.
I want them to try to go for the Bonso or Cameron Boozer in the following year.
Kaminga ain't gonna help you with that. Kaminga's gonna help you win games, Hoops. So right then,
that's what I'm saying. No, that's the dilemma right there. That's the dilemma.
Yeah,
that's the dilemma.
So don't do it. So just don't do it.
I'm not gonna sign nobody in the summer.
You gotta use the cap space with someone.
We're probably going to trade for some bad contracts and draft capital to fill up the cap space. That's probably what you're going to do with half of it. And you resign Thomas. Like, what else are you going to do?
Yeah, that's right, JR, man. Claxton needs to be gone, too. But he actually played well tonight, though, JR. I ain't going to lie. He actually had a decent game today.
We'll take the cap space and just pay Beyonce to do halftime shows.
But it's like,
Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah,
complaining about Alan Crabb, but it's a dilemma. I mean,
who wasn't complaining about Alan Crabb? I didn't know you then, but believe me, I was complaining every time he came in the game.
I still don't understand why Marks gave him the contract. I'm like, what? This kid is beyond average. What does he have like? Does he have like some info on Sean Marks I didn't know about?
First of all,
Is
John,
that the guy with the missing tooth?
we didn't pay that contract. Otto Porter Jr., Alan Crabb, and what's his name, Tyler Johnson. We
Tyler
never gave
Johnson
them.
too.
They
Yeah.
just
no,
matched
but
that
hold on, man.
contract.
Let me see something over here, man. Let me see something because I
Sean Marks is bad
I
at
was
giving out
watching
money,
I was
man.
watching Jonathan
Yes.
Kuminga yesterday. I was actually really
Because
quite
we ain't
impressed.
had no draft picks. That's why we went to the what's his name every qualifying offer.
Nah,
And
Sean
you
is giving
know
out
what?
some horrible
You
contract
know
money though.
why?
It's
You know
100.
what I don't want?
To who and who we
DeAndre
had.
Jordan, Crab.
DeAndre Jordan was the what's his name, KD and Kyrie choice. What's your point?
He shouldn't have been. If I was GM, I'd say,
That's
listen, I
not.
like you guys. Can you
It's
find another
KD and
friend?
Kyrie
Find
choice. It's
anybody
not your
else
choice.
for
If
It's
we
Jordan.
not
Find
your
trade,
choice.
anybody
It's
else.
KD and Kyrie's choice.
if we
That's his
trade
So
with
friend.
the
DeAndre Jordan wasn't a
Warriors,
bad player in your eyes, Adar? So what are you trying to tell me?
if we trade with the
I'm
Warriors,
saying
they're
that's
gonna make us
what they
take.
wanted.
If we trade with the Warriors, they're gonna make us take back Wiggins,
Yeah, it ain't
and
worth
I don't
it.
want
It ain't
him.
worth it for
Nah,
Wiggins.
they
No.
not giving up Wiggins. It's already been said.
You know who's
Unless
going to
that's
trade for
for Jimmy
Jimmy
Butler.
potentially? I think the Warriors are going to cave in and trade for Jimmy, and they're going to give Kuminga to the Miami Heat. I think they're going to do that potentially.
Now,
I don't
Pat
think
Riley already says he's not trading
Yeah,
Jimmy
he
Butler.
lied. Listen, Shams
Pat
already
Riley,
confirmed
you
multiple
believe
times
him?
that Butler wants out. Even he said today Butler prefers to be out by February 6th. Of course he has to say that because the walls are closing in.
I agree with John over here because Pat Riley didn't extend Jimmy.
Yeah.
He extended Bam Adebayo, but he didn't extend Jimmy.
Yeah, and tonight they won with Tyler Hero hitting a game-winning shot. They don't even need Jimmy at this point. Just trade him somebody else. Like
Well, Jimmy want to come to Brooklyn, man. Want
No,
to
we
team
ain't
up with
paying.
Ben Simmons.
Listen. I need regular season Jimmy Butler 20 years ago. I don't need this Jimmy Butler that's gonna, ride coattails and then start playing off
Jimmy
his ass.
Butler is gonna play only 40 games, so you're not
Yeah,
winning too much.
I think the Warriors are gonna do it just because they care more about Curry and Draymond than they do they do Kuminga and
How old is
Brzezinski.
Jimmy? 37, 36?
35 could be 36. Yeah.
This
Yeah,
guy,
I do see y'all. Yeah, I do see y'all getting somebody on that offer sheet, on that qualifying offer sheet, man, free agency, because y'all gonna have to use the money. So you're gonna have to get somebody.
It
yo,
ain't
the Heat,
We
Randall and
can
ain't
give Zaire
Ingram.
Williams 30 million and
yo,
be
No, we
the
could
like,
give like
yo,
10. We could give
give
like
him
10 mil,
2 years or
Adar.
30 million with the second year team option.
I feel
That's
like
I
what it's
think
gonna be.
Kuminga. I don't know. I think Steve Kerr probably has Jonathan Kuminga like overthinking the game, man.
Come on, how is the coach responsible
So
for the guy's level of play?
If he
Come on.
makes a mistake, Steve Kerr might yell at him or yank him out the game or something like that.
what?
And that
there's
could
no
like force
way.
you to
Does
overthink.
anybody know what the
BK,
number is
BK,
for
there's no
Kaminga
way.
offer sheet?
BK, there's no way Jonathan just asked, how can the coach have a player thinking? And he
It
saw what
could. Yo,
Vaughn did.
what?
He saw
Yo,
what
if a
Vaughn
coach
did
is
to
Wait,
breathing
you
down
know
your
why I
neck,
say that? LBL, you know why I said that? Because Kaminga's the one who put a big price this season. He said, I have a Paul George, Kawhi Leonard ceiling. I'm that damn guy. And guess what? The first 2 games of the season, he couldn't even beat taking teams. He dropped like
Yeah,
12
but of
points. He had
course
two
he's
bottom
gonna
tier
say
teams.
that.
Then he got moved to the bench. That's all
You
his
would
fault. That's not
so
Steve Kerr's fault.
you
He
want
gave
him
him a
to say
shot.
that
He
you
gave
want
the
him to
kid a
say that
shot.
he's not that good?
I'm just saying he ain't worth 40 million. Now that the cap space is going up, LBO, you know how many
No,
guys
man.
gonna be asking for 40
John
million
got a
contracts?
point. John
Josh
got a
Giddey
point
wants
because
Josh
Don't you want to
Giddey,
know?
who's been playing abysmal this year, wants 40
John, can
mil.
you
Who's gonna pay
John
40 mil? Come on.
John, the whole thing about it, Jonathan Kuminga asking price for the next contract is already set. It's going to be a max. The same reason why teams not trading for Brandon Ingram is because he's asking for the max contract. So teams hesitant.
And we
This new
definitely could give it to
CBA,
him.
this new CBA is talking is off right now. If you go into the first apron or second apron, it's a problem. Now you can move your draft picks. Now you can combine your what's his name salary,
Yep.
throwing
That's
out
why.
some
That's why we
players.
shouldn't bite the bait unless we have a team that can
This
contend. There's no point of getting an
this is
Ingram, a
why these
Butler, or a
trades not
Randall,
happening.
or a
That's why this
Kaminga.
trade not happening. If it was back in last CBA, yeah, we would have seen Ingram and Kuminga already be gone. Same thing with Jimmy Butler.
Well,
Right.
But
you
the whole
see,
thing about
Did you see what Houston had to pay Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks just to get under that apron, bro? Like, y'all it's gonna have to be, if y'all got that type of money, it's gonna have to be something like that, because if y'all don't get under that money, you're gonna lose that money. So,
but Mo Beasley, the idea is not to throw money at players unless you believe you can win a title. Why are we going to put ourselves over the first apron if our
There's
team is not
nobody
even
in
built the right
25
you're
way?
not putting yourself over the apron.
John, you
Jonathan.
just
You're gonna
said,
have to
look
spend
at
that money.
Houston.
You're gonna have to spend that
You
money.
have to take steps to win.
Jonathan.
Before you have to crawl before you start walking.
Somebody's gonna have to get that money because y'all gonna lose it. You're gonna have to give a
We're
near max
probably going
deal,
to take
and you're
on
gonna
a
have to
bad.
do it.
We're probably going to take on a bad contract or two with the cap space and some assets, and
No,
we're
we're
going to
not
re-sign
taking
Thomas
that
and a few of the young.
contract.
You sure? You
That's
don't
why
think we
Ben
can do that?
Simmons. That's why Ben Simmons not going nowhere. We're not trading no contracts. I didn't say it. Sean White said it. We're not taking back long-term contracts.
Bro, we gave Dylan Brooks $60 million, bro.
Yikes! I get it.
Yeah, but you have all that money
saying.
to give him, right?
And that's
And
what
you
I'm
gave
saying.
Fred
You
VanVleet that
gotta
contract with the what's his name team
team
options.
option. That was team option. But
Right.
still,
Then
that's what I'm
Adar,
saying.
what are
You
you
guys
going to do
are
with
gonna
that
have
$100
to be in
million?
that territory. You guys are gonna have to be
Yeah,
somewhere in
salary
that territory
floor.
because y'all have
We
that kind of
gotta
money.
meet salary floor. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And we got 70 mil to do that, right?
So
After
I
we
think Cam
extend Cam
Thomas, and
Thomas,
then
there will be another 40 to walk. Right.
that's wild.
We got to be strategic about the cap space. We can't just throw it at a guy just because he just scores. And
That's why we're not trading
but
what's his name, Cam Johnson and Nick Claxton.
yes, we
Imagine
are.
you trade
Why
them.
would you not trade Johnson when his value is the highest it's going to be? We'd be fools to
Unbelievable.
keep
Do
him.
you listen to this guy?
No, do you listen, Adar? Listen, he's shooting 51% from field goal, 47% from three. You want to keep the guy?
We're just
Listen,
talking
Starbucks would be
about
a
the
fool
money.
to keep him.
didn't y'all
He
just pay
turning
Cam
into the
Johnson?
basketball again. Oh my
What I
God!
don't
Like
Adar,
understand is
I don't think you know how to think like a GM because you'll be foolish to keep a guy who's
oh
28
my
years
God, you
old.
retarded,
How
Jeff.
much
Oh,
money?
Jonathan, we've been
you're not thinking like
We've been over this a billion times. I told you, a generational type player does not come around that often.
Cam Johnson's generation.
I thought you meant Cam. I think you meant Ben Simmons.
You're gonna be full over, man.
Didn't y'all just pay Cam Johnson?
Yo, I swear to God, John
thought you
making
meant-
me
I thought you
lose
meant-
my
Adar,
brain
I don't think
cells.
you know what a rebuild is, Adar. I know you want to
what
keep
rebuild
Johnson
this is
because he can
because
scrap a few numbers.
I
I
knew
know you like the
rebuild
numbers.
what
You're a
rebuild
stats guy, I
is
know.
before you was born.
Yeah, sure.
Get
Okay,
that?
then why isn't it applied to his team yet?
John,
So
you
low
was
cap space.
John.
So y'all,
I knew
so what's
what
Cam
rebuild
Johnson's
was
contract?
before you was
Like,
born. I was
Bro, do
following.
you know what to
You're
do
like
with a valuable
25 million a
asset?
year.
You just want to keep the guy till he's 30 and is doing this
Oh
type
my
of
God,
thing?
John, I swear to God. Yo, I'm out. Yo, good night.
Oh my
No,
God,
I'm
Adar,
telling you,
grow up, dude.
I'm telling you, I deal with it all the time. I get it.
Yeah. No, I deal with you,
Yo,
BK.
BK, good
Ben
night.
Simmons ready.
Everyone, good night.
All right,
What's
that's
up,
you don't
Adar.
understand. Like I said, you don't get it with Ben Simmons. He doesn't get it. You know, like I try to tell him
BK,
whether
nobody agrees with you on your Ben Simmons stuff.
I keep trying to tell you, players like him don't grow on trees. He's
Oh
not
my
going to
God.
away.
Show us the Rudy Gobert stat from 10 years ago, BK. Please amuse me again. Why that's generational.
You gotta take your emotions out of it.
You
Jonathan.
do. Every time we give you the truth, you're like, oh, but Ben
It's
Simmons
not
had
the
40 points
truth.
games.
I broke it down to you. It's
No, you
not.
didn't break down shit. You didn't break down anything, BK. You want to keep the guy around because you want bad publicity.
Jonathan, listen to what I'm saying, man. You're really, really emotional. I put him backstage for a second, man. It doesn't matter if it's Ben Simmons, any kind of once in a while player, you're not going to just get rid of him like that, all right? He's a generational type player. You're not going to just get rid of him like that.
Okay,
all
then
right?
why is this generational talent led us to a
player
finals
now.
appearance yet? Come on, Hoops. Cut the BS, Hoops.
He
Come
got
on. You
injured,
said
Jonathan.
you said generational.
Dude,
I revoke
He's
that.
talking about Cam Johnson, and then you went back to Ben Simmons.
And Ado, I know what you know about the cap situation. You want to get Kaminga money when he hasn't even stepped up to the plate yet. Come on, Ado.
if you really want to do this, you gotta take your fanboy cap
No,
off.
you do, Mr. Ben Simmons fanboy. You're his personal financial attorney at law.
It's not just about Ben. I just told you.
LBL, you want to give the guy $10 million? I'll give the guy $0.
Listen,
I'll pay LBL. I'll pay the $20 cab fare if he wants to go to the Knicks right now. I know Ribby wants Ben Simmons. I'll pay his cab fare.
Something like that, man.
BK, that was low, bro. That was low, man. Come on, dude. You're not supposed to say shit like that, bro.
I'm messing with you.
Nah, I know you mess with me, man, but people watching this, man, you don't want to say stuff like that, bro.
So, Jonathan, you could save. I know you could save some money on the donuts because he'll be putting that up in the stat column.
Yo,
no, I'm just like I said, it's LBL is not just about Ben. I'm just telling. If it was Wembanyama, Kawhi, I mean, all these guys that get injured, like what's his name, Michael Porter Jr. How come they didn't trade Michael Porter Jr.? Same injury, LBL.
Oh my god.
Nah, but he's not. He hasn't been proven to be generational.
No, I'm saying he's a 6'11" shooting guard.
Yeah, I'm saying, but he hasn't proven that he's. I mean, don't you have
a 6'11" shooting guard is somewhat generational. It's not generational, but
I don't think Hoops knows what generational talent is. I seriously do.
Porter at this point in time is not a generational talent.
But
thank you, LM. Somebody
what was he dubbed as when he first came out?
I'm saying,
he was supposed to be number one, but he should have been in the top 5, but he dropped because of his injury. But
BK, don't take this the wrong way. I think you don't judge talent the right way. I really do.
I'm trying to tell you. Like I said, well, how come they didn't give up on Michael Porter Jr. then? Same injury.
But teams is not acting on the potential. The potential. They acting on how these players are now.
What?
Like,
yeah, they acting on potential. What are you talking about?
Nah.
You're not getting a Ben Simmons. They not keeping Ben Simmons because he got potential to be a generational prospect.
No,
I had that chance already.
No, he's not 36 years old. You act like he's old
enough. He's old enough to the point. He's not the same player.
28 is when these players. Hold on. 28 is when these players really start like putting everything together. You can look at it.
Come on.
No, I'm just telling you. 27, 28 years old is when they start putting everything.
So you're comparing Simmons
Cam Johnson is 28, and he's arguably better than Ben Simmons right now.
No, that's what I'm saying. But look how long it took him to put it together. I mean, we never seen this version of Cam Johnson like this.
Guys, can somebody help BK? Here's going.
Hold on, y'all. Let me say this real quick. Ben was supposed to be the next LeBron.
Tell that to John
he got injured though. It's not
Brandon Roy.
Right, so they're not keeping him. They're not keeping him because the injury or not. He's supposed to be better than he is. He's not supposed to be like this. And that's on him. It's not on the front office to keep him just because.
I'm just saying, historically, like I said, I said this to you guys last year. I told you they're not going to buy him out. Right? I said that. You was like, no, BK, they're going to buy him out. I told you this a year ago. They're not going to.
That don't mean he's going to be on the team next year.
Thank you, LM. Thank you. Common sense.
That don't mean he's gonna be in. They might not even sign him in free agency. They got bigger fish to worry about.
Like who?
Oh man.
Like drafting.
Yeah, they would draft.
Getting the right picks.
So, you think Dylan Harper is gonna pop, or all these guys gonna pop the first year? Do you? All right, hold on. You know what? Can these guys or any of these point guards make an all-star team in their first 4 years?
Oh no!
Yes,
why don't you say
one or two of them will? Yes, there you go.
Not in the East. Not in the East, boy. That's gonna be hard.
Why are you asking?
No, the East is weak. The West maybe will be way harder than the East. Come on,
Moby. To the East. Point guard to the East. That's gonna be hard, bro.
No, the West.
We're not talking just point guards. We're talking about overall players.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Dylan Harper. I'm
talking about. I mean, can he I'm talking about whoever you get.
No. What you got to ask is the question is, any point guard that we draft, will they be more productive than Ben Simmons will be next year?
Yes.
And the
Yes.
answer is
Well, you
yes.
gotta look at the career. Yeah, look, see.
No, you can't look back at the career.
Oh,
I'm picking on him because he's hurt and he was injured.
No.
He's a good
Back
backup.
then,
Oh.
He's a good backup.
injured.
Ben had the
And he
luxury of playing.
do what he did. Can they
Ben,
replicate what he did in terms of
So
accomplishment?
was John Wall. So
Yeah,
was
if they
Derrick
get to a
Rose.
finals, they've already done more than Ben Simmons has done in the
Ben
This could be like
There you
a
go.
how
Ben
many
had the
times you fight.
luxury of playing with Joel Embiid.
But Joel Embiid, oh gosh.
Bro,
all right.
We do not have a Joel Embiid
Guys, remember, it was
player on
Embiid's
this
fault
team.
why Ben lost his confidence. Let's remember, it's all Embiid's fault. Ben Simmons had nothing to do with that. He was a
Ben
victim of
is a good
circumstance.
backup.
33 turnovers in the closeout game. That's not his fault.
Oh, and what about Ben Simmons not being able to dunk a ball
I'm not
against
saying
Trae Young?
injuries.
Come on.
I'm not saying injuries don't count, but
does, man.
At this point, you're not
Ben's
keeping him
backup.
because of generational. He's a shell of himself.
You're not
He's
keeping
a backup,
him
bro.
for who he was.
He's a
Ben is
backup at this point now. He's not a starting point guard.
Bro, can't
Well,
we just
BZ, you
run
see what I
off?
deal with, bro? This is I try and tell this guy the same thing over and over again. It's like I'm living Groundhog Day right now.
Chill out, roller coasters backing me up over here, man. Yeah, man.
Can't we just run off a whole roll list of players like Derrick Rose, like Isaiah Thomas, all of these guys got hurt, right? All of these guys got hurt. John Wall. Can't we just roll off all of them guys and say they never were the same again? And Ben Simmons has not been the player he's supposed to be.
We just need him.
24.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna say this for like the billionth time, literally. I don't need him to win us a championship. I don't need him to take us to the promised land. I just said I want him to run the offense. That's
on the bench. Run the offense
BK,
on the
do you
bench.
know what a rebuild is?
Oh my gosh.
He can run the offense off the bench.
Run the offense. Why? Because he's not even good in the half court.
Let him run the bench. He can run the bench.
Are y'all watching the game today?
Cool.
He's
You're talking about tonight. When has he ever been good in the half
go off for 15 points. I see Ben Simmons go off for 15 points.
Let him be a placeholder for Dylan Harper until he's ready.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Thank you.
No, you want to keep him past next season. Stop it.
We can go rewind it. Hold on. We can rewind the show. Hold on.
Stop flip-flopping, Hoops.
Keep him until we get a replacement. That's what I said a billion times.
We signed him to a $10 million deal. Come on.
His replacement is in the draft.
Yeah, but Dylan Harper's not going to be ready just like that in 1 year. He's not going to.
He doesn't need Ben Simmons. BK Hoops doesn't need Ben. Harper doesn't need Simmons. What are you talking about?
Ben Simmons, he'll start.
Harper be ready by next November.
Let me put a quick point, right? Y'all do know, in fun fact, when KD and Westbrook, which we all agree are top two talents, when they drafted them, they wasn't winning into their third year. Even when they drafted Westbrook with 4, they won only 22 games that season. It wasn't until the third year and then they got harder. And it wasn't until the third year that they started winning games.
Yeah,
at this point in time,
they're playing against.
I'm taking Dylan because Dylan, to me, is not going to be a liability in a half court. He's going to be able to run the offense and play defense and guard the best player.
Ben Simmons' 42-point game where he scored on the half.
Stop it. That stat doesn't matter anymore, Hoops. We're talking about what he's done lately.
Dylan can give you countless 40-point games.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm with BK, man. If you can get Ben Simmons on a nice team-friendly deal, man, he could be a point guard placeholder.
Dude, get him on another but let him do it somewhere else.
No busy. They want to get like Tyus Jones and hope that that can actually
let him do it somewhere else.
You know what? I would gladly like Tyus Jones as a backup on this team. Because you know what Jones gonna do? He's gonna play like a good player.
Ben Simmons not a threat to take Dylan Harper's spot if that would be the case, though.
And basketball is played by committee. Like it's not just one player; it's countless players that you can get Ben Simmons production by committee. It don't necessarily just have to be 1 6'10", 240 dude. A lot of players can rebound and playmaking, assists, and
Why y'all
do
don't
other
play Ben
shit.
Simmons how we play? I mean,
BK, you know what Elam is saying? He's saying you don't even need Ben Simmons on the court to replicate his production. You just gotta find a group of people that can do it.
Did y'all watch the
Good
game
point,
tonight? How
Elam.
they looked at it? Oh my gosh.
BK, you just be stuck in the moment, man.
Yeah, come on, BK. You are so stuck
You're
in the
not
down
thinking
end on this
long
one, man.
term
Come on.
on things.
Come on.
Like, dude, this one. When have we
End of
ever
the
seen
line.
Ben be consistent and aggressive consistently this whole season?
About the passing, guys.
Oh man, the passing.
You can replace that passing.
The games, man.
You can replace that passing.
BK, you put LM in the game right now, and he'll
You
do
can
better
replace
assist pass
that
work. Come
passing.
Why
on.
y'all can't use
What
Ben
do you
Simmons?
mean?
It's not that easy.
It's not that easy. Come on, hoops. Come on.
I
It's
say
not.
you can use Ben Simmons how we use our man Thompson.
It's like Ben Simmons invented playmaking. He did it. Chris Paul, man.
Not every. First of all, you don't have
Ben
to.
Simmons had the best plus minus on the court today.
You don't have to. You don't. First of all, you don't have to be a flashy passer to be a good passer.
You know, Damon Giannis didn't play hoops, right? Hoops. You know they didn't play, right? Damon Giannis didn't play, right? Let's just check
Who
with you.
cares?
Oh, okay. They don't want Ben Simmons at all.
It's not like Ben Simmons had 30 points. He had 8.
I think Ben Simmons will sign with the Lakers next season.
I'll trade him right now to the Lakers. Give me D'Lo, give me Rory, give me whoever.
Nah, they don't want to trade him.
Man, you crazy.
As long as he's anywhere but here, I'm good.
Thank you. Yes, same mindset.
They'll sign him because he's a clutch guy.
Yeah, I mean, listen. You know what? I'm not gonna get. I mean,
sign him as a clutch guy.
I'm playing dumb down sports media out here, man. For all this, man, they're not just educating people about the game. They're trying to say that injuries don't matter in basketball when it at 100% does, man. It can affect how you play.
KD had a torn Achilles and he's still playing at an elite level. So what's the excuse?
We didn't get the same KD though.
But he's still,
we got
still playing at an elite level.
On the team. What are you talking about?
We didn't get OKC KD.
No. Don't move the goalpost.
He's
averaging 27.
Yeah, but we didn't get. He didn't have the same explosiveness. Like
the explosiveness don't matter.
This is wild. When he was healthy, we were in first place.
Steph
when he was
Curry,
injured, we were in last place.
For the beginning of his career, had knee injuries, had knee problems. Like, what are we talking about?
I think that when it comes,
he's his personal lawyer, LM. I'm convinced. BK works for Ben Simmons.
I understand the game.
How long are we gonna use injuries as an excuse?
You guys listen to like bad sports commentators.
No, I don't. BK, it's called eye test. It's called actually watching how he plays on the court.
You gotta stop using injuries as an excuse.
If you have an ankle, if you have an ankle injury, LM, will it hamper your defense or what?
If Curry, why Curry with his injuries? Why Curry with his injuries is now one of the best players? Why Curry? Why Curry with his injuries is one of the best players in the league?
Oh, got you there, hoops.
Answer me that.
He had the strength. No, that's not what I'm talking about. If you have an ankle injury, a sprained ankle, can it help?
Curry had ankle injuries.
LBL, what are we talking about here down there?
What are we talking? Curry had two mass ankle injuries in the beginning of this year.
So let's see where the Warriors are right now. With
BK, you know what I saw this year?
You want to know where the Warriors are? They're the most valuable franchise in the league.
LM, I saw the Timberwolves game this year. Edwards twisted his ankle, looked really nasty. You know what? He dusted it off and played and won the game. What's this guy talking about? Get out of here.
I get it. I'm not saying that injuries don't happen. What I am saying is it's a difference in mentality on how you recover from an injury.
Some injuries,
in my opinion.
Hold on. Some injuries your body will allow you to play through. Certain injuries, you have a broken leg, your body's not going to allow you to play through that injury, man.
Paul George broke his leg.
Oh my gosh, this is wild.
Paul George snapped his leg.
Yeah, LBL.
What are we talking about?
Did he come back and play, Ellen?
Yes.
I'm talking about right away.
Come on, hoops.
Yes, he came back and played. And he was
He came back right away. He came back and take his leg up and went right back in the game.
And he was in MVP talks on OKC.
All right.
What are we talking about?
LM, listen to what I'm saying. You're emotional, all right?
No, he's not.
No, you're not. You're not saying facts. There are certain players that came back from injuries and came back.
I'm using a metaphoric analogy, right? If you break your leg at the time, you can't go back in the game and play. You got to reset that bone, right? And let it heal. There's certain injuries your body will not allow you to play through. Okay.
All right. Well, you're not. Hold on, John. Because he's missing my point.
I know what you're saying. You're going to recover and come back. I get what you're saying.
That's not what I'm talking about.
At the time,
but
if you hurt your back,
but these players that I'm talking about still came back. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter about the injury. They still came back
it does,
good.
It does matter. What are you talking about?
Oh, this is wild.
Injury's not going to heal. A back injury is no joke, bro.
So why is Porter playing better than Ben and he had the same injury?
Another great question.
Answer me that.
He healed from his injuries.
Oh,
stop it, BK. Stop it.
Played more games than Michael Porter Jr.
Okay, BK, remind me, why can't Ben Simmons make free throws or jump shots if that's injury prone, right?
Oh,
he's too injured to accept those shots,
every
right?
basketball player has.
And at the end of the day, if Ben Simmons has some sort of offensive game, he will probably be better than what he is right now, but he doesn't. If he has some sort of offensive game, the reason why Porter can do what he can do is because he's always been a shooter. So even if he was injured, okay, cool. I'm not that athletic anyway. I can rely on my jump shot. I can be a catch and shoot guy if Denver needs me to be that. Ben Simmons don't have that ability.
They're two different players, though, man.
They still got the same injury.
They still two different players.
But they had the same injury.
BK's right. You know what? Michael Porter Jr., NBA champion, top third piece on a team. Ben Simmons never made a finals, but he makes good assist passes. I mean, you can't compare the two.
Oh, listen, when you have Joel Embiid right next to you, turning the basketball over, holding the basketball, turning it over.
You know how many turnovers Ben Simmons had the last 2 games?
How are you going to win?
BK, did you watch those 2 Knicks games where Ben Simmons played? He was atrocious. He gave you nothing those 2 games.
Yeah, guy. All right, I blame sports media for this, man.
Stop with the sports media BS, BK. It's our own thoughts and ideas and our ideas.
My thing is this: it's a new generation. It's a new generation. It's a new era. There's players coming into the league that's going to be way better than what Ben.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
In the future. So in terms of replacing Ben, there's always going to be.
Give me a point guard that is better than him. Then
Dylan Harper, Yegor Demon. I want
Yo. We don't know that yet.
BK, do you know what a draft is, BK?
We don't know that yet, John.
Exactly. Come on,
Shea. You can argue Shea, Luka. That's 2 right there. Jalen Brunson. Those are 3 people I think is better than Ben already.
I'm talking about coming in the draft.
Oh gosh.
I could argue. You can make the point. Dylan is probably better than him at this point.
What about that Jeremiah Fierce kid? He's rising up the standings.
Yeah, I think Agor is better than him. It's just at 28 years old, you're supposed I get it. The injury,
injuries. I'm telling you, man. I'm dealing with a lower back strain right now.
Ben Simmons is maxed out right now. He is what he's gonna be, bro.
You're right. What better is he gonna be?
That's what they're basically saying.
I'm not. See, they thinking I want Ben to come here and just win a championship.
BK, drop the link.
We're not saying that.
They're not saying that. They don't want him there at all. They don't want him there at all. You want him to be a placeholder. They want him to scream.
No, that's what I'm saying. You know what it is, Mo Beasley? There's just been so much bad information that was spewed out.
BK, it's called the eye test. I've seen Ben Simmons on the court. He doesn't give you a lot.
Stop.
BK, he couldn't even dunk against the rim with nobody defending him. He got blocked by the freaking rim. And you tell me that's all mental injury?
Ben Simmons doesn't need to be on a young development team.
If Ben has some sort of offensive game to him, then I'll probably be on board. But his whole game has always been predicated on athleticism. And
this is a rebuilding team.
Why he doesn't have that athleticism anymore, unfortunately.
So all right. What about hold on. All right. So what about if let's say Ace Bailey, right? He peaks higher than Dylan Harper in the NBA, not in the college, but in the NBA, right? Over the years, because Kevin Durant believes in him, but you needed a point guard, and you had to take Dylan Harper. Now you don't have Ace Bailey now, but you have a point guard in Ben.
Oh man!
But Ben
Why
shouldn't be
would
on a
Ace need
rebuilding
Ben
team. I
Simmons?
wouldn't
Come
want
on,
Ben.
BK.
I wouldn't want Ben Simmons on a rebuild. This is a rebuilding team. This is not a team trying to go to the playoffs, trying to contend.
No,
He don't need to be on.
I'm not trying to be Detroit. I'm not trying to watch 10 years of bad basketball, man.
And we need Ben Simmons to not be Detroit.
I'm not trying to watch. I'm not trying to watch that.
You guys believe you'll be back in 2 years. So what's the
I didn't say
issue?
2 years. It could be 5. I'm not trying to watch 10 years of bad basketball.
Mo Beasley, Ben Simmons is not going to help us get back to a level of contention because he's unreliable. I'd rather have players that are reliable, that actually show up and always give you the effort no matter what.
They're not going to always be able to get. You can't guarantee that, Jonathan. You can get hurt at any time playing basketball.
Do you know what a draft is? Do you know what free agency is? Do you know what cap space is?
The thing is, you never played basketball before. I could tell. That's the thing.
No, you never played the pros. You never played the pros. What are you talking about?
I played basketball before. I still play.
Why aren't you in the pros? Why aren't you in the pros right now, Oops?
Is Ben Simmons good on the bench? Is he like a good locker room guy or something like that?
Yeah.
The injury is only part of the issue. The real issue is his mindset. He doesn't have a dual mindset to go out and
you got to play it safe until you can trust your body.
Man, come on, BK.
That's what it is, man.
Remember, Ben Simmons just got to the league. He's still trying to figure his way, still trying to get accustomed. He's going to eventually figure it out.
I mean, I don't want to hear the facts, man. I'm trying to.
You don't want to hear the facts. BK, you act like our rebuild runs through Ben Simmons. Our rebuild has nothing to do with him. Yes, you have multiple times. You said we need him. Why?
Listen, if you have a business, right? Hold on. If you have a business, right? Are you just going and why you think like businesses want you to like give notice before you resign for like 2-3 weeks in advance? Why is that, Jonathan?
You do know Ben Simmons is a fashion
model,
right?
Question.
So what are you talking about? Come on, BK.
Why do businesses, a job you work for, why do they want you to have 2 to 3 weeks, before you give them advance notice before you actually resign? Why?
Oh my God, BK! At the end of the day, Ben Simmons is not there anymore. Hoops. This question has nothing to do with
Answer my question, Jonathan. All right, so since you don't know, since you're a little slow.
No, BK, I do know. It's just this feels like a bad question to ask you.
You need a replacement. All right,
John,
that's what I'm trying to say. You got to get a
replacement. His name is not Ben Simmons. Okay, what else do you want?
John, the answer is because the job's trying to find a reason to fire you before you quit.
No, you could be the best employee in the world, man. They still want you to give 2 weeks in advance.
They want to replace. They need the time to get a replacement in
to
show you how to do the work, to show you how things go before you get time to take the reins.
How do we know they're not looking at his replacement already?
Thank you,
We got to see if we can get him first.
BK, it's called
There's players that I'm taking in the league now over Ben Simmons. The draft. There's players I'm taking in the league now over Ben.
Right now, the most NBA ready right now out of all of those guards, right, is Dylan Harper, right? We got to see if we can get him first. You just
not necessarily.
Simmons, and I pray to God that we actually get Dylan Harper.
That's not necessarily. There's most of the top 15 is NBA ready.
Maybe
if you really want to look at, if you really want to break it down,
maybe we'll see in the second half if Amari Bailey is better than Ben Simmons.
What?
I'm saying we won't know till he gets a shot.
Half of this roster is better than Ben.
This nigga said like
LM, you know what's funny about BK defending Simmons? You know what is Ben Simmons like that busted down car, and BK Hoops wants to keep fixing it. And you know what? You wait, and it's 8 to 10 years.
I just find it hilarious, BK. I find it hilarious. BK be having all the smoke for Claxton, but wait.
The funny thing is, he takes 8 to 10 years to fix the car. When he finally fixes it, you know what the problem is? was no engine to the car. He wasted 8 to 10 years to build that car again. There was no engine in it.
Mo Beasley. What about Amari Bailey? Hold on.
No engine in
Can he
it.
be Ben Simmons' replacement, Amari Bailey?
Oh my!
Did you see his numbers down at the G League?
Nigga,
You
that's a
don't
G
watch
League.
G League. You don't watch G League, LBL.
He's cool over, man. Look, like
BK be having all the smoke for Claxton, but when it comes to Ben Simmons, he got all the excuses.
Y'all don't want Ben on this team at all, and he wants him as a placeholder for whatever point guard comes in.
That's all I'm saying. Shit, that's all I'm saying.
They don't want him at all. They don't want
They don't understand the game, right? They don't understand the game.
You know, BK, you want to invest in a guy who's way past his prime.
So much bad basketball content over the. That's why I started this show. Cause I'm like, I've been hearing like.
I would take Sohan running our system than Ben at this point. Like, are we serious?
Come on, BK. Stop the theatrics. BK, stop the theatrics.
I would take
you studied the game for 30 years, and you know Ben Simmons isn't a good basketball player. BK, stand on your record. No, stand on your record. For 30 years, he's not a good player right now. Stand on your record, BK.
Oh no! Right now, he's rehabbing from the injury.
I would take Sohan
he's not healthy. So you why he's healthy? He's not healthy. Get out of here, BK.
So you think Amari Bailey's it can be better than Ben?
He fits the rebuild better than Ben Simmons does. Honestly, Killian Hayes fits the rebuild better than Ben Simmons. If you want,
I'll be honest. Ben Simmons does not fit you guys' timeline right now.
Thank you, Mo Beasley. A Rockets fan that's more in tune with the game than you are right now.
Like BK, I agree. Like
BK at the like he an all-star,
but
nah, you know what it is.
Mo Beasley, start that over again. Say that again.
I agree with I see where you're coming from as far as like the logic as far as like the point guard placeholder for the new guy.
Just one new guy come in. Yeah.
But Ben Simmons just do it for somebody else because Ben Simmons just don't fit the timeline. It didn't work out. Let him go do what he got to do. You can get somebody else for probably cheaper.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm like a general manager, bro. I don't know.
BK, I don't think you think like a GM. Respectfully, you don't think like a GM.
Listen. If we have
fanboy cap onto the brim right now,
like Şengün, right? If Şengün got hurt, like I'm not. If Şengün was on this team, I'm fighting with everything to keep that dude on the team, man. Like hell,
y'all talking about a placeholder? I don't care if we get Ace Bailey. I'm not keeping Ben on the team.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you.
What are we talking about?
Fit the timeline. This guy.
Listen. You know,
and you can get better point guard replacements at 22 in the draft.
Yeah. He is so stubborn, man. He can't admit when he's wrong.
Around young guys. I think he's gonna be too impressionable with them young guys, bro. He might rub off bad on them, bro.
He doesn't want to mention them. Mo Beasley.
Hold on, Mo Beasley. He's an unselfish player. If anything, we need more of his mindset out there.
BK, that is a straight up lie. He's one of the most selfish players in basketball.
Let him be unselfish for
Hold on. He has always prioritized his money over his own team. Come on, BK.
Kobe Bryant was a selfish basketball player.
What young guys are gravitating to
What's a selfish basketball player?
Yo, L, you hear this? You hear this? It's history. See, we're going to compare these
guys are gravitating.
Kobe Bryant got 5 championships to show.
No, he got
facts. There you go. BK, mic drop on you, boy. Mic drop.
Kobe got 5 championships.
Someone that loves the past, like Magic Johnson, Ben Simmons, LeBron James. Those are not selfish basketball players.
BK. At the end of the day,
Kobe still got 5 chips to show for it. What does Ben Simmons have to show for his unselfishness?
That's a team game, man. That's not an individual. If that's the case, Robert Horry's the GOAT because he got 7 rings.
If Ben Simmons is unselfish, what does he have to show for his unselfishness?
You fell into a trap of thinking that assist means that you're not selfish.
BK. Ben Simmons is a very selfish player, BK.
When he's 2 feet from the basket and he can lay it up, but he'd rather pass the ball to someone else to shoot.
At times he does. At times he doesn't.
I'm saying that's Some guys.
That's
You
kind
got
of
it.
selfish in a way.
You do know that some guys
Did y'all really play basketball before? Because like,
BK,
did y'all ever
BK,
play?
we're being real with you. Dude, we're being real with you.
Let me finish. Did you
Some
ever
guys
play with
punch
guys
those
that just don't want to pass the basketball, that just chucks and takes bad shots? Do you actually feel
BK,
like playing
why
the game?
was he drafted first? BK, why was he drafted first for the NBA? Was it to be a great passer or was it to be a dominant basketball player? Can you answer this, please, to us?
Listen, not every player wants to be that guy. All
LM,
right.
sorry, I couldn't answer. You told me to. Oh, then why is he on this team?
He
You
was
want
so
to be that guy?
it doesn't matter about that because he was supposed to be that guy.
But he doesn't. A lot of players. Aaron Gordon didn't want to be that guy. He said,
Aaron
"No,
Gordon wasn't the number one
against
pick in the
25 a
draft.
night."
He was top 5 pick,
Gordon.
but he
Aaron
wasn't
Gordon
top
wasn't the
10.
number one pick
Aaron
in the
Gordon,
draft.
when he was with Orlando, I mean, he was the guy, and he didn't want to be the guy. He says, "No, I want to be a role player."
He didn't.
won a
It wasn't
championship.
necessarily he
No,
didn't
come on.
want to be the guy. He just didn't pan out to be the guy.
No,
Yeah.
he said yeah, man, go look it up, man. He didn't want to be the guy.
BK,
He didn't pan out to. It could be both. He didn't didn't pan out to be the guy. It's
explain
like,
to us how does Ben Simmons fit the timeline? Y'all
Yeah,
team.
thank you, Mo
Explain
Beasley.
to us how does Ben
Because-
Simmons fit your team's timeline?
Because if you get like a Cooper flag here, like hypothetically, you get a Cooper flag here, right? We know there's deficiencies in his game offensively, right? So Ben Simmons can actually put him in the best position to actually thrive and not look bad, right? He's not a polished offensive player at all, Cooper Flag. He's going to need.
Cooper doesn't need Ben Simmons, BK. What are you
He
talking
needs
about?
a point guard.
Cooper has playmaking
He
skills.
needs a point. Oh, I'm
No,
done. Let me wrap this up, man. Like,
No, BK. Do you see what Cooper's doing in Duke? He's being the main guy right now, getting everybody together.
college.
Oh my gosh! Listen, BK, I understand you like Ben Simmons. That's your guy. You're loyal to
I
his soul, but you gotta wake up and smell the roses.
I don't like him as
also y'all gotta stop using. Y'all gotta stop using.
I like him as a point guard. What's so bad
Y'all
about
gotta
that?
stop. Y'all gotta stop using college as an excuse too, because there are players that come into the league and they automatically transfer.
Yeah,
we
BK,
gotta stop using college.
what he did in college, BK. Wasn't that why Ben was drafted? So what are you talking about? Again, you contradicted yourself.
Y'all do know Jason Tatum averaged 16 at Duke, right?
So what happened with Killian Hayes in
Killian Hayes. Here we go, man. I can't. Every time you throw somebody under the bus, man, like we're in a revolving door. We're in a revolving door. Every time we get you with the bag, you throw another player under the bus. Oh my gosh.
Huh?
LBL, you still in here, LBL?
Most of them don't translate.
Yo, let me tell you this. Ben Simmons hasn't the last 2 years, he hasn't played better than Chris Chiosa.
Wow. Oh no, don't tell me you just went there, Elf. Oh man.
Chiosa is crazy.
Wow. And he won a championship. Chris Chiosa won a championship.
I'm getting cut off, man. I'm trying to ask them a question and they cutting me off.
I respect you, BK. I respect you standing on 10 by Ben Simmons, bro. I
just want him to run. I just want to be a point guard. I just like watching him run the point guard.
You know, point guard's supposed to get results, right?
Carrying that team. I don't want him to be our guy, like in terms of like leading the team to a championship. Hell, fucking no. Hell, no.
So BK,
no. I don't even want him on here as a role player.
BK, you like his brand of basketball?
Yeah, I like how he pushes the basketball. I like how he pushes the basketball.
Right, so
I like guys who pass. He reminds me of Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd is like one of my favorite.
Come on, BK. Don't disrespect Kidd like that, man.
Yo, BK, can you come on the show with a Ben Simmons jersey on one time, man? I gotta see it.
We should. Oh, that'd be funny as hell,
man. That would be so funny.
Thought traffic is funny.
Nah, you know what's funny, Mo Bees? Remember when he first started the show? He used to have Ben Simmons as his background photo on the show, and I was like, "What?"
Yo,
he did.
That's when I did a Ben Simmons video.
Yeah. No, he had it on for a few weeks.
BK, you compared him to Jason Kidd, but so when they're on the break, they can find guys, right? When they're on the break,
like watching Jason Kidd, like taught me how to like really play the game of basketball, man. Like when I started studying his game, I mean, I would go out there and I would win so many games just watching him play. Like Jason Kidd, like to this day, is my favorite basketball player of all time.
Yeah,
he taught me actually how to watching him taught me how to play the game of basketball.
But if you remember Kidd, he took open shots. He took what the defense gave him.
Yeah,
Ben
but he
Simmons
missed a lot of
doesn't do
shots.
that.
He had to work after he had that microfracture
No, I'm
surgery
not
on his
even
knee.
talking about. I'm not even talking about. You know how he turned himself into a decent 3-point shooter.
Yeah, that's
later
after he had the
on.
knee surgery.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about when he was on the Nets.
Yeah, he still missed a lot of shots though,
No,
bro.
I'm saying, but he also hit a lot of big shots.
But he missed more than he actually made.
Did
But
he
he's
lead them to a
taking- but
finals
he's
appearance?
taking
Wait,
the
wait, BK,
shot.
did Jason Kidd lead him to a finals appearance?
If
Yes or
he-
no? It's that simple. Come
If
on.
he would have taken the amount of shots, if he had not taken the amount of shots he did, if he would have played like the way Ben Simmons shies away from shooting,
Nah,
we wouldn't have made two.
If he would have had a 3-point shot, they probably win a
No,
championship.
what I'm saying is we
against
wouldn't.
San Antonio.
If Kidd was playing like Ben is playing now, they would have never made the finals.
Thank you, LM. Thank you.
If
The
Jason Kidd had a
truth.
jump
Again.
shot, a 3-point shot, they probably win that that series against
So
San Antonio.
how is it the kid had no jump shot, but he still averaged like 13 or 15, and Ben Simmons ain't nowhere near that?
He averages 16 for his career.
I'm talking about since he's been on the Nets.
Dude, he's been hurt.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Listen, BK, I'm done with this revolving door. Every time we give you facts, like it was hurt. Oh no, Ben Simmons is trying to find his footing in the league.
The injury he actually had, man.
BK, you make up more excuses for Ben Simmons than Ben Simmons has had wins in the NBA.
Man.
That's wild.
In the half court game.
LM, you know what's wild? He's had more excuses for Ben Simmons than Ben Simmons has had wins in this league. This is insane.
Hold on.
Let Ebio ask this
So
question.
BK, when we look at fourth quarter, late end game, I'm saying, does Kid convert his free throws?
Yeah.
Does Ben Simmons?
At times, not all the time. At times.
That's what I'm saying. He's scared.
All right, so right here,
this is a wild world.
Go look it up right here, man. L4. This is the injury he actually had. Pain in the lower back that radiates down to your legs. It's too much information out here, man, to actually be this ignorant. All right, I'm serious.
That doesn't say finals appearance. It doesn't say championship run. Doesn't even say Ben Simmons.
Too much information out here. You can go look this stuff up in terms of the injury he actually had.
BK,
look at this over here
right now. Difference, right?
Walking and inability is to walk or stand, which is known as a foot drop. Bowel or bladder dysfunction.
And as an organization, if you have an injury problem, then yes, I'm looking for a replacement for you.
Because you're not. Until you get a replacement. That's all I'm saying.
Keep him for what? Why? Why do you
doing General Hospital tonight? I thought we were talking basketball. I know this was General Hospital.
As a GM, why do you need to be on my organization?
Killian Hayes was dubbed. He's an ace pick, right? Normally, you would think, right, that he should be a good player, right?
He fits our rebuild better than Simmons does. He fits our rebuild better than Simmons does right now.
No, I'm done.
BK, at the end of the day,
that was a horrible point, bro.
BK, at the end of the day, you don't know what a rebuild is. I'm convinced because we're the revolt. No, BK. Every time we got facts with you, it's always you throw somebody under the bus.
Hold on, John.
No, it's your emotions. BK, you're not a doctor, and you're trying to teach us about spinal fusion surgery. Come on.
Hold on, John.
Is he going to do that right now in the court, or is he playing bad?
Hold on, John. I get what he's saying with the injury. I'm not saying that he's wrong in that. Like, injuries does happen, but as a GM, as an organization, if you having too many injury problems, yes, I'm looking to get you out of here.
Recover from it. It's one injury. He has to recover. That's it.
And one injury, and he hasn't been healthy since he got here. So yes,
I agree. Listen, I'm just telling you, historically, right? As long as I've been watching this league, they're not going. Whether you like him or not. Whether I didn't like the fact that Claxton got signed to that damn contract, but I mean, Sean.
Y'all talking about a placeholder. Y'all talking about a placeholder. He's not even going to be. First of all, if he's going to be any type of placeholder, it's going to be to the end of this season because he's not getting signed next year.
All right. Y'all want to be the Detroit Pistons and be bad for the next 15
How are we going to be the Detroit Pistons without Ben Simmons? I like to know the logic.
Detroit is doing team like that. You can get any point guard in the draft, and that's just going to work. No, it's not. You know, it's not guaranteed.
BK. Clearly, you don't know what a rebuild is because we've never done this the right way.
There's a lot of teams
who for it. Then why aren't you for it?
Toronto's been doing it for a while now.
Oh man, LBL, can you please tell BK what a rebuild is?
I'm not disputing that the Nets don't need a point guard, but as for us, it's bigger than just point guard. We need talent. Period. If you get a chance to get Ace Bailey, you take it.
But
if Dylan is there, you take it if he's available.
This team will be bad for years and years and years and years and
That's
years
not true.
and years
That's
and years and years. You need
That's not true.
Not
BK, how many years do you think Ben has left? BK?
I didn't say Ben. I didn't say. Hold on. I didn't just say Ben for years and years and years. I told
yes, you are. Yes, you are. You said we're going to be mediocre for 10 years, so we need Simmons for that.
No, good Lord.
No, BK. No, we do not want to keep him.
Until you can get a replacement.
It's called the draft.
That's it.
It's called
and it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed.
BK, do you see some of these people that say in the comment section? Come on, BK.
Ben Simmons production. Come on. And he's not even producing. What is he averaging? 8 points per game?
He's averaging 2.5 at this rate.
I get it. The passing is good. Like, I get it. But
I'm playing sports media. I'm not going to.
What more do you want from a kid, from a dude that's constantly getting? He hasn't had a healthy season since he's out here.
Comes to basketball, like I've been listening to it for years.
It's called the eye test. You act like Ben Simmons is a perfect, flawless player, which is insane.
And this is the Brooklyn Nets fans bring up Stephen A. Smith. He has the fucking like one of the worst basketball takes in sports media, man. The worst basketball takes ever. Horrible, man. Horrible basketball analyst, man. He's not even an analyst. He's just a guy who just runs off his damn emotions and everything, man. All right, let me wrap this up, man. Good stream, man. Good talk. Good stream, man. Like Mo Beasley's the only one that understands where I'm coming from, man. You know, we got to make sure these guys can act. Even Dylan Harper. Hold on. Even Dylan Harper, right? There's a thing called a rookie wall. They got to build themselves up. He's not going to be an all-star the first year or the second year. You know, we'll see. But we got to get these.
I mean, how do you know? How do you know?
Yeah,
we don't know.
Yeah.
How do you know?
How do you know?
Paulo was an all-star his second year.
All right. But so, Paulo's different, though, man. You know,
everybody can't be Paulo.
Everybody. There's not, the fact of the matter is, when you're drafting that high, it's a high probability of the player being an all-star. Period. Doesn't matter what doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter about the
traffic. You're funny, man. You're funny.
If you can get if you're 1 through 3 or possibly 4, if most of those players do pan out to be all-star.
Nah, I know they don't, man. There's a lot of
they do.
Well, let's look at. Hold on, before I go, man. Let's look at the 2021 draft. Let's look at Cam Thomas's draft right now, man. Hold on, let me just use this over here.
Cade is definitely going to be an all-star this year.
Listen, fun discussion tonight. BK, I just wish you understood what a rebuild is, man, because I think it would be a lot easier if you were accepting the fact that Ben Simmons probably won't be here next year. Like, shouldn't you feel good about that?
I want a replacement for him, man. I don't want to just. You got to get. Listen, man, you don't understand. Not everybody the point guard position is the hardest position in basketball, man. It's not everybody.
Ben can't handle it consistently as far as being an all-star level.
He has a track record of doing that, Jonathan.
Oh my God, can you please tell him that Ben Simmons is 28 with a 35-year-old's back? I can't anymore. I can't with this.
I can't. I'm done.
No, because BK, you actually want our future to fail on Ben Simmons. He's not reliable.
I don't want to watch bad basketball for 10 to 15
And you act like Ben Simmons plays great basketball. Did you watch that Knicks series? He was awful. He did exactly nothing for your team. If you would have given him 2-3 points, you probably would have got a win as well as teams.
Guys, a rebuild.
I don't like rebuilds. You know what?
A rebuild does not last for 10 years.
I knew it. I knew you don't like rebuilds. The truth comes out. LM, he just blew his cover. The truth just came out. You don't like rebuilds. We don't either, but we're willing to go through it to get top
because there's so much competition right out there, like that's out there even for like free agents. It's hard to really look at San Antonio, right? Look at them.
But BK, look at free agency next summer. Is it really that's all cracked up to be? I mean, Butler, Ingram, Randall, they're not needle movers right now. Look at the Pelicans, last place. Timberwolves fell off the face of the earth. And Miami Heat, an average 500 team.
500, and they got a player that can
realistically, barring injury, can be a top 10 player in the league.
LM, they got Chris Paul, and that team is a better team than the 3 teams I just mentioned with the stars that are available next summer. I mean, come on.
Hold on, John, what was that? The Wabi? No, I don't. That's what I'm saying, the Wabi. I don't want us to be the Washington Wizards, man. I don't want. They got rid of all their veterans, and it's just they never really recovered. I don't want us to be like that.
The problem with y'all comparing us to the teams that y'all talking about is that it's too early. We haven't even begun the process.
No, I've seen it. It's just I don't see. I mean, you got to have a good general manager. If we had a Presti or something like that, then I'm like, you know what? Rebuild. Get rid of Ben Simmons. Get rid of all these guys because at least you have a general manager, a GM that knows what the hell they're doing. I don't know about Sean Marks though, man. You know what I'm saying? We all like kind of iffy on Sean Marks.
We are, but you know what? We still got to get a top lottery pick some way, somehow, BK. And it starts with being.
You act like you control the ping pong balls, man.
Okay, what we can't control is where we are in the standings, and being out of the play, which we are right now, is what needs to happen. We can't climb into the play.
You can't control the ping pong balls, but you can control where you end up. Like,
I don't know. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of competition, man. There's a lot of bad teams too.
Portland, Utah, Washington, and the Pelicans. If we could get to the bottom with them, we're going to get one of those top 3. Those middle teams are not all going to get top prospects. The NBA lose money. LM, agree to disagree.
Rebuilding is very risky, man.
If those top 3
why is it risky when it comes to? Why is it risky?
Because you got to have a general manager that knows what the hell they're doing, man. If we had Sam Presti.
So Minnesota GM know what he's. Minnesota GMs know what he's doing. Know what he's doing. Because Minnesota is worse than last year, and they still got in. Does he know what? Do he know what he's doing? No, but they still got a generation of talent, right?
That's one player. Look how
and that one player is better than our entire roster.
We don't have a great general manager. I don't know, man. Like Joshua says, that's right. Rebuilding is very risky. Like if you had let me think. Like who was that? Mitch Kupchak, right? He knew how to draft back when he was with the Lakers.
And you can say Sam Presti kind of messed up with the KD stuff. I'm not saying
look what they did though. That team
first of all, they got lucky with Shea because realistically, they traded for Shea. Shea was good, but we didn't know he was going to be this. So they got lucky with that.
They got Holmgren. I mean, he knows how to evaluate. He has a good scouting department. We don't know what Sean Marks is.
They have to because they're a small market. They have to draft good.
And so do we. We have a. All right,
that's what I'm trying to tell you, Hoops. You got to draft right this year because the free agency options are not that good.
Why do y'all act like since we moved to Brooklyn, we've had multiple chances at first round picks? This is our first year even in the process.
Do you trust? I'm not getting my question answered from you. Do you trust Sean Marks? Yes or no?
No. I can't answer that because I don't know. We haven't begun the process. We haven't selected somebody. I don't know. We don't know. We just got our picks back. Y'all talking orders. Yo, we don't know what Sean was. Can we at least make the pick first before we start?
I don't want to take that chance, bro. I'm telling you.
BK, this summer is make or break for Brooklyn's next 5 years before the decade is out. We have to hit this summer and make all the right moves, or else we're done.
Every team who has rebuilded is at some point doing good.
Look at the play. I mean, look at how the league was actually built over the years, man. All these teams, right? You look at how Orlando, they got long, athletic guys, and Sean Marks keeps getting these below the rim small guys, while the rest of the league is just like, I'm like, damn. I mean,
man. Look at what picks he had to deal with over the past few years. What do you?
Did he pass on Cam Whitmore in the draft?
Not necessarily. I just think because we didn't really have the pick to draft Whitmore. I just think
Houston took a chance.
Who's the other one, Jonathan? He had a chance to take Tyrese Maxey. He took was it Landry Shamet or something like that?
That was a mistake. That's probably one of Sean Mark's biggest drafting mistakes.
Yeah,
If you would have drafted Max, let's say if you would have drafted Maxey and had Thomas, you would have had 2 future stars right there.
Yeah,
That was
right. But what I'm saying is we haven't had multiple chances at a first, out of possibly of
yo, but your boy Presley just knocks home runs out of the park, man.
Because he has
he's
to.
Babe Ruth. I mean, he's the Babe Ruth of drafting, man.
BK, you also got to realize this too. OKC's in a position where they have to decide what team they're going to be. Are they going to go all into win a title with Shea? Because if they don't get Johnson and another team gets him,
Washington
makes decisions.
Too.
BK,
Detroit's a small market team too.
Who?
Detroit.
Is Detroit got Cade Cunningham? They got Ivy, they got Duran, they got
Ivy. We don't know about this yet, man. I don't know about Ivy.
Ivy is balling right now, so we can't say we don't know. And this is the thing that I'm saying. Cade is possibly better than the majority of our roster. At some point,
hold
on. They're winning games now, right? At some point,
regardless, how many years?
You have to get the talent, BK.
But that's what I'm saying.
You have to get the talent first.
That knows what they're doing. They know how to scout players, right? Sean Marks, I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying.
We've done pretty well with what we had to work with so far.
What? Nick Claxton?
No,
I'm talking about Cam Thomas. I'm talking about Wilson. I'm talking about Wilson. They may not be generational talent. They're not going to be. They're not in the lottery. We haven't had a chance at a lottery pick in years.
All right, let me get some sleep, man. I got a long day today. But good stream, man. I love when you guys come on, man. The show wouldn't be good without you guys. Like I said, Joshua, I left this comment up. Rebuilding is very risky. You got to have the right people to do it, man.
BK, this supposed to be our Christmas vacation time. I'm not supposed to be stressed about the Simmons rhetoric. Please, no more. Please.
Yeah, trade up to Dawabi. You can actually do that. He says we have bad enough odds. Top 7. Hopefully we jump. Oh, hold on. Hopefully we can jump. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of stuff is on hope. I mean, a lot of stuff got to be like luck. Even with Presley. I mean, he's just lucky that the players fell onto his lap. I mean, hopefully we can get a Chet Holmgren and a Jalen Wilson. No, Jalen. What's his name? Jalen. What's the guy's name? Not Jalen Wilson. Jalen.
I just hope we could. I'm
just saying, y'all guys have to. To the next fans that's listening, y'all have to be patient with the process. The place that we're in right now is the same.
With a good general
the same place that we are in right now is the same place that almost every basketball team has been in at some point in their lives.
I mean, he lost 3 players in there. I mean, he lost 3 superstars. Like,
I get it, but every GM in this league is not a good GM, but their teams is good.
All right.
BK, you know what the problem is? You don't want to be in the middle purgatory. Look at teams like the Hawks and the Bulls. Those are 2 teams that could have rebuilt excellently a few years ago, but they both wasted years away. Unfortunately, they're kind of stuck with what they got. It's one team's trying to make it work. The other team's now embracing it, but it might be too late. Brooklyn, this is our chance. This is our chance to get it right.
I do agree with the fact that everything does have to fall in place, and you have to make a good selection.
Yeah, man.
I agree. But what I'm saying is, let's wait until he makes the selection. We don't know.
All right.
You gotta wait for it until he makes the selection.
You have faith, LM? I don't. All right.
I just hope we get a Cam Johnson trade soon. LM, you think we can get a trade the next few days? I feel like it's building up to something's gonna happen very soon. They keep hearing about the rumors and stuff, man.
I hope we get something good for him.
Yeah.
I would look at the Kings.
I'm 50-50. We keep Cam Johnson. If we trade him, hopefully we can get like something that's good, man.
I would be for keeping him if we had our Ace Bailey or Dylan Harper already. I would be for keeping him because he would add to the veteran leadership. I would like to have Cam Johnson.
See, LM, thank you. This is what I'm saying. You need some sort of veterans on this team, man. That's all I'm saying.
I just think he's here at the wrong time. Like if we had our guy already, then I would be for keeping him because he can come off the bench. He can get 29 off the bench, He can be a good role player for us off the
Yeah,
bench.
you know what? Like I said, I mean, if you get a bunch of young guys, you know, I mean, it's so much that can actually go wrong, man. All right, let me wrap this up, man. So good stream. Like, comment, subscribe, share the stream. When you share the show, the universe shares back with you. Peace.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right, and happy. Yeah, you're not even New Year's yet.